Based.
After Dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Based After Dark. Today we have my boy, my friend, my amigo, Mr. Nine Rain. How you doing, Nine Rain?
I'm so good. I'm such a massive fan of everybody here. So
Let's go. Yeah, we have Nine Rain here for his second ever Based After Dark. It's insane. We're also accompanied by Mr. Ignoble Solid, the Prison Joe, Q Neeks, Miss Queen Zoe Pancakes, and the Tasty Life. Welcome, guys.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. Nine Rain? Yeah, from
I'm
YouTube.
good, man. I feel good. I got vitamin D today for the first time since like October, so
What'd you do?
life's good. I went on
Did
a
you
hike.
sound the asshole again,
Oh
or
my
You went on a hike? Bro, say
Yeah.
less.
It was actually Dale
No,
actually.
say more, actually. Tell
Yeah,
me.
well, okay. Yeah,
Oh.
Dale actually hit me up and was like, "Hey, you want to go on a hike?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going on a hike."
Dale?
Wait, who's Dale?
Nixos.
Nixos.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, his
okay.
You guys
name
are on a
is
first
Dale.
name.
I know the name. I know the name.
I
Yeah.
would never
Dale.
thought of him as
First of all, that
Dale.
was really presumptuous.
thought he
to
was
just call him
joking.
Dale. Like we all knew him on a
Yeah,
first name
dude.
basis.
I
That
know
was-
him.
I
You
thought he
know?
was joking when he told me it was Dale. I was like, "That's funny. Tell me your name." And then he, well, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we went on a hike, and then we hiked down to Barton Springs, which is this really cold, like, is it spring-fed, like, or I don't know, whatever water little feature in Austin that everybody likes. And we did a little dive in, then hiked home. It was really nice.
That sounds like a perfect day.
Dude, I still
was so
can't get
good,
over the
chili.
fact that dude's name is Dale, bro.
I was wondering, it's
Yeah,
like
fuck
Dale
that,
and
bro.
Craig. Like, do you turn Dale and Craig when you're 30? Or like, were you born a Dale?
Looks like a.
Like,
looks
how do you
like
get
a
born a
Sean.
Dale? I've never met
yeah.
a 2-year-old Dale.
That's why I was so surprised, because he still looks young, and I was like, "What, Dale?"
Who's
I
your
don't watch his NASCAR.
favorite?
I'm pretty sure whatever he started out as is supposed to evolve into Dale at like level 30, but he's like,
Like an old dude name?
yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite first name, like real first name of a content creator? Because I do, but I can't share it unless we cut it. But like, do you guys have anything off the top of your head?
What do you mean, like a favorite first name in general, or
Like-
Yeah, like a creator's real name that just kind of resonates with you. Because I have one example in particular.
I mean, my number one is Seth. I just always say Seth. I can't even say Prison Joe. It's just constantly Seth.
Really?
That's the only one, though.
I can't
Yeah,
think
that
of
makes
anyone
you
like
feel
that. I
special.
prefer calling
Austin
people by
brother.
their handles, like internet handles, because if you
depends
start
for me.
calling somebody by their like first name, it's like you acknowledge them as a real person and like be their friends. Like I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
Yeah, that's gross.
The emotional
That's icky.
distance is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have a timer going? Because I can't dox this person because I know they don't release it publicly, but like
Okay.
it's good. It's really
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
whoever. Yeah, okay. I mean,
We
I
didn't start a timer,
N-
personally.
Wait. If we're gonna cut this, I want to predict who it is.
Don't say it out loud because I can't. He doesn't.
We can
So
say
how do
just
we,
this.
how are we gonna reveal?
Well, then
If we
no,
don't
we'll
say
cut,
the
we'll
real.
cut straight
It's
to our
just you
reactions.
guys, and then we'll cut back immediately after I say it, and I just want your
yeah.
reaction.
Okay, cool,
Alright,
cool.
alright.
All of your reactions will be live.
All right, sounds
What's our
good.
time right now, Papa?
Our time right now is 3:30. Go.
That's pretty good.
There's no way.
Did you guys know that?
no way,
There's
Oh
no
my
way.
god.
I swear to God.
That
Yeah.
is crazy.
You know, all my,
Yeah, I
all my
wouldn't want that out
opinions
there
I've
either.
had
I
before
feel a
are
little
valid.
bad. Like I feel.
No, my opinions are valid. We're all
That's
validated in our feelings.
his God-given Christian name, really? Like his mother and father decided on that?
I don't know.
Dude,
I
can't
wasn't
imagine
there.
he
I didn't
changed
ask.
it to that.
That's one of those definitely runs in the family kind of names.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying is,
No, that
100%.
makes sense. Yeah, 100%.
that's just a cheating name, man. You know, you can
yeah,
make that
yeah,
out.
right.
Get it.
Cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, way to keep it subtle.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that because I just love that so much.
Yeah.
I
That's
just,
a
That's
really
a
good
good
fun
one.
fact.
That is-
Made my-
yeah,
it made
Next
my
time
day
somebody
when I
asks me
read
my
that,
fun fact, it's gonna be that.
If ever, so Tasty, if I ever meet him in real life, if I ever meet him in real life, and you can bleep this out too, Nick, I'm gonna lean in real close. I'm just gonna hit him with the real somber, and then shake his hand really uncomfortably hard.
That'd be
Hope that
awesome.
happens one day.
If we all do,
Rufus is
if we
gonna
all
happen.
do that, it'll be no.
No.
No, I
I
don't
don't
think
either.
so.
I don't
feel like
think
they would
so.
have they would have
It's-
alluded to it by now.
it's
Maybe
too
not
much-
announced it.
Yeah, it's too much work, and I think that they sit down around having like a weekly meeting, and they're like, "All right, who's gonna do RuneFest?" And no, everyone's like, "Fuck that, I don't want to do that." And
Like,
so
I
it's
wanna
it's
believe
just never gonna
that.
happen.
But at the same time, I feel like I think they've noticed that when they overhype something, it's never a good call. Like they really overhyped TOA and everything and really overhyped a bunch of stuff. And I feel like they're realizing that's not the move because they clearly didn't do it with this boss because I didn't fucking know it was coming out today.
I know.
Yeah. What's funny is it's way more fun than all of TOA, dude.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so-
Yeah,
it really?
it's like
I
really well done.
I haven't logged
It's
in yet
busted.
today.
I just watching these guys
busted,
get these
yeah.
drops. I'm like, okay, this is gonna get nerfed. Like this is just insane.
Yeah, there's like
I made 20 mil
300K
today.
plus drops. Yeah, it's
Cool.
crazy.
Wow.
Okay.
I like did it very, very relaxed for like I had like a 5-hour stream and just like very, very, very relaxed. Made 20 mil.
I
That was
screwed
on
up.
my
I should've
topic
logged
list
in.
for sure because I was like, well, we can talk about RuneScape today. There was an update and they added a new quest and a new boss. I don't know anything about it, so I was gonna.
Secrets
I wanted
of
to hear
the
your
North.
guys' perspective on it.
Pretty fun.
I like the boss. It's good.
Yeah,
It was fun to
but-
watch, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess no on the Rune Fest. I forget where I heard this. This could just be someone talking out of their ass, but apparently some of the J mods that have left recently were a couple of the ones that were integral in planning. All of
makes sense to
the
me.
Rune Fests. But like I don't know what J mods have left. I don't know who they're talking about, and I don't even remember who said it. I just remember hearing that at some point. So
How
like
do you
take that with
think-
the largest grain of salt.
I don't
wait,
think that
speaking of
process
which-
works. Do you think
They literally have a
that
community manager. Isn't that his fucking job to do that?
Huh?
Like
don't
organize
think
events
so.
like this?
I mean, if
no,
they,
I would say that they get a budget, and then Jagex, like, I wonder if it's one of those things where they're like, "Hey, do you guys want to do this? You think it's a good idea, or you are doing this? Here's the budget, do it." So that's what I like. That's what I wonder.
That's a good question.
I don't think it's a hey, you are doing it because
No.
we would have. I think
there's no way that that's the case. I think it was from the start like a passion project that probably a couple JMods made happen. And I
They
think that,
pitched it, you think, and got like the budget for it, and then
well,
they run it.
I mean, early on, I don't think they really pitched it. It was just kind of like a small team, and everyone was like really hyped about the game that they love. It was
yeah.
like a lot more grassroots back in the day, but I I
makes
think
sense.
that it would have to be that now to bring it back, and I just don't. I'd be really surprised if they got a team of JMods to do that again. But yeah, I just can't see that happening.
Is it really worth it on
kinda
their
sad.
end to host something like that? Because like we would all be
Monetarily,
excited
probably
because
not.
we're like super tight with the RuneScape creators, but the average person doesn't give a fuck, right?
I think a lot of people want to
went.
go.
I think
A
they
lot
do.
They have
yeah.
a really big turnout.
Yeah, I was thinking like I don't care too much about RuneFest because we have the things that we do, but like I was thinking if
But
if you
it's
don't
cool
have
to
the
see the
cool things that
greater
we do,
community,
like
you know?
yeah, like you're kind of
Plus,
screwed out of the community
I feel
aspect.
like
Screwed.
isn't RuneFest like it's for both old school RuneScape and RuneScape 3, so you got to combine that in with it. So
Yeah.
there would
So
be
what,
a,
like
I
two
feel
more
like a
people
pretty
on top of RuneScape old school. What?
Bro, no, there are a lot of
Basically, just the
nerds.
cosplayers then.
There's a lot of RuneScape 3
RuneScape
That's
furries.
not a joke. All the cosplayers are RS3. The biggest
Yeah.
fans of the game.
It does look cooler. Yeah, for cosplay
I
purposes.
remember that was one of the things I took away from 2019 RuneFest. I was like, everybody who would die for this game is a RuneScape 3 player. I don't know what that's about. but like,
Dude, they don't got much else going on.
if
for
they
a lot
showed
of
up
this.
painted
Yeah.
and dressed like to the nines, they were a RuneScape 3 fan. So
That's interesting.
I mean, now that makes me want to like I want to die for this game. Would you guys be down to dress up or would if I would dress
I'll
up?
dress.
I would
up
like to
with
go
you.
through. So
Oh, I
if we
actually decided
did,
on a cosplay I'm gonna
if
do
we-
soon.
Ooh,
Oh, really?
if we did go to
From the quest
RuneFest,
today?
from
sorry,
the quest today?
Y'all
there-
see the fucking sexy ass Haziel? Bro,
There's a new hot
babe.
sexy.
Sexy Haziel.
He is sexy. He's tall. He's got.
Oh, it's a dude.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're right. You're
dang.
right. You're right. The new Haziel model. Yeah.
The new Haziel is hot as fuck. Sorry, Seth. Go ahead.
no, I want to do the quest now. I was gonna say if we did go, what would you guys cosplay? Like going through you guys, what would you do?
From hot Haziel.
Ooh, damn. Would it be weird to cosplay Maud Ash?
I
that
feel like
would
you
be
could pull it
awesome,
off.
dude.
You could definitely pull it off. Bro.
Kind of sick, dude. Like me and
How
him
do you-
taking pictures, just like
You have to
going like
wear.
this
Do you know
whenever
that
he does.
outfit of him where he's really young and like kind of handsome and has the like scarf and he's like doing the over the shoulder
Yes.
look?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you would have to just wear that outfit, part the hair,
Yeah.
get one of the cups or the mug.
Well, I just buy like the glasses he has, part the hair, and then like maybe a sweater that's like tucked in with a collar shirt
Yeah,
under it or something.
yeah. That would be
I'd do
cool.
Master
mug.
Farmer for
Need
sure
a
if I was
mug.
gonna go.
Master Farmer,
Yeah,
yeah.
a
Master
mug of
Farmer.
tea.
Not a bad one.
Put
Yeah.
up, pull
That'd be
off, yeah.
sick.
I would cosplay as a Dragon Warhammer.
How would you do that?
How the what?
Damn, are you hard to get or
You could have like red
Monster.
Zoe.
You could have
Iron Man want him, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna get a piece of
that, like
paper.
kind of
that-
attached down here, so when you go like this, it makes a hammer. You know, like
What the
hangs down.
fuck are you talking about? That
I don't
like,
know what he's talking about.
I got
Oh,
you.
I get what you're saying.
Wait.
Yeah, like
You mean
little
like
wings on your
wizard-
arms.
wizard
Yes,
sleeves?
yeah, but that would hang in a square, so it's the shape of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
dragon
it connects
warrior.
to your
My
shirt.
head would be the spike, and my body would be the handle, and you would go like this, and then you would unfurl the dragon warhammer.
Bro, hold up.
I think I see the
Let me
video.
read that. Let me read that shirt. What does
I
that
think
shirt say?
this is wait.
What does that shirt say?
For those listening and not watching, the shirt says, "What does the CDC recommend I do with that ass?"
All that
All
ass.
that ass.
Oh,
All
sorry,
that
my
ass.
bad.
Yeah.
All that ass.
Can I ask you
Pardon.
where you got that? Because I would love to add that to my collection.
I saw it on
can't wear
shirts
that.
that go hard, and then
Why can't I wear that?
You ain't got no ass, bro.
You can wear it on stream and just don't stand up, man. It's cool. We won't tell
You can
anybody.
pad your ass.
Just tell them you're a doctor.
Yeah, pat it.
What does the CDC do?
Yeah,
Bro,
stuff a little
imagine
blank.
Ignoble stands up, he turns around, he shows his butt, and you can just see like some pillow like coming out. 'cause
It's
he's,
just like a
stuffed his
blankie
pants with
hanging
some
out.
Pillow.
You're like, dude, is that
you
your
like a-
is that your blankie? And you're like, no.
come on, man.
We just get you a male adult diaper, which you probably would have some type of kink for wearing that anyway, so we could make that work probably.
What?
That would
No,
look, that
that
would look sick in the back.
That checks out. That's
Yeah.
just convenient.
I was
man.
gonna say, I
That's-
think you want to be a Dragon Warhammer because you want to be picked up. It's like a ploy for uppies.
yes,
or
dude.
not, right?
Yeah. You're like, oh, before I despawn, come on. Like,
Are you a Dragon Warhammer? Because you're lowering my defenses.
holy shit, these are good. We've already
This
thought of like
video
3 or
hard.
4
Onward.
good one-liners for the Dragon Warhammer.
It's so good.
Yeah.
This is the first time in a while we've opened up with some RuneScape talk, but that's okay. There's
Yeah,
an
I don't
update.
think we
It's
even
out.
mentioned
fuck
the
RuneScape.
game at all last time. I don't think.
No.
I think if you just showed up, you're like, what are these people all doing here? And they're like, that's Nine Rain. They're like, what does that mean? Like,
How did he get in this call? Like, who gave what? We were just chilling here. How did he end
Yeah.
up in here?
hey guys, I clicked on the wrong channel and now I'm in the call.
How did you get into this call? How do we become friends with you?
That's a good question.
That would be
That's
an
a good
My
interesting.
newest cop.
Man.
Who did?
Who
Did I send
invited
this?
you?
Did I send this to you guys?
Yo.
That's a good shirt too.
Oh, that's a banger.
Dude,
I'm
that's
wearing
really
a Gallenberg
good.
shirt, by the way. Anybody?
Nice.
No.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
This is the
That's
$1
where
million
we're going,
V2
baby.
Papa
Oh,
one
that's
right
what
here.
we're. Hey, nice.
I wore my
Yeah.
Bando shirt because Nine Rain was coming on, and I just watched
Hey,
his
dude,
Bando's
I
video.
appreciate
Oh, yeah,
that,
that's
man.
smart, that's smart.
I can still hear the sounds replaying in my mind, so that's cool.
Yeah, I recently rewent. I binged. I told you I binged all your YouTube videos the other day, and some I don't know. I just threw them on. I watched them all, like literally all of them. You're insane.
I'm flattered. I'm
You're-
flattered.
Bro, and then I tuned on your stream the other day. What were you doing? How are you? How is your stream like a movie? What is?
What did you come into?
You were like
Remind me?
playing the most epic video game music I've ever heard in my
Oh,
life, and you're
yeah.
like timing it up with opening up the gauntlet.
Yes, I like to-
How did you get that inspiration, dude? That was one of my favorite stream moments I have experienced in like the last like month or two. It was so
Damn,
good.
thanks, man. I don't know. Like I have a playlist of songs, DMC free, that will that I pick for different like moods and emotions. And then what I'll do is just if something happens and I think like I can take it there, I'll just I'll put on the soundtrack and then I'll just like riff with it. And so yeah, we got a little hyped up, we got a little emotional on stream. It was dope. I love doing stuff like that. It's probably why after 2 hours I'm like, I gotta end stream. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I rated Nine Rain the other day, and he's just like he's in full character, like hyping up this normal corrupted gauntlet like it was the end of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Like it was insane.
I can't remember what took us there. I think something happened, and then also like I'll actually let what's happening in my life like trickle in. So if I'm a little frustrated or a little angry or a little whatever, I'll just be like, all right, we'll just go there. It's fine. People think it's a bit, and I'll just vent on stream.
Real.
Yeah.
How much do you stream? What's do you have like a
Not-
stream schedule or
No, I very infrequently.
Yeah, that's what I figure. Because I try and look. I rarely see you live. I've seen
No,
you
and
live once recently.
I've streamed I think 4 times this week because of the Pokescape thing. I wanted to just do that. I actually learned something because I'm duo streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Twitch, as an audience, likes it when you stream longer and when you stream more frequently. The more you do that, the more you will grow. YouTube is the opposite. They like you to come in and say hey about like once a month. It's like an occasion. They can come in and say hi to the YouTuber whose videos they watch. But if you do it consistently, viewership just always goes down significantly.
Weird.
Yeah, so they like it to be like a YouTube video. They like it to be an occasion that has like an idea around it.
Yeah, well, YouTube and Twitch we've talked about this a lot on the podcast. They're very distinct. They're very different.
So that's weird. I think if I wanted to stream consistently, I would stream consistently on Twitch and occasionally duo stream. Or if Twitch ever got mad at me for doing that, then I would just occasionally throw a YouTube stream for them, and but make that like a once a month thing. But because I think streaming consistently there, I don't know that it's I don't know if it's there yet. The audience just has a very different expectation. I'm sure you could be very successful doing that, but yeah.
Or you say fuck streaming on YouTube and you stream consistently on Twitch and still make YouTube videos and tell the fuckers on YouTube to watch you on Twitch.
Well, no, that's what I would do, but then just like once a month do a YouTube stream where
Then you can't be partner.
Actually,
You can be.
but
You
can
can be
you?
now.
You just can't do the same.
Right, you
Oh,
can't.
you can't duo. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I see. I thought you can. Oh, so is that what they amended recently?
Yes, that was a
Okay,
recent thing that you could stream on other platforms, but there's still the like 24-hour like exclusivity clause to anything that you do
24. That's
on
So
Twitch.
weird.
So you can't even like do a Twitch stream, upload the VOD to YouTube 6 hours later. You'd get in trouble
That's so
if they were
strange.
paying that much attention. But
Yeah,
they're not.
how-
Is there
but-
somebody at
yeah.
Twitch who's really like, oh man, I'm gonna get this 9
was gonna say-
23 hours and he uploaded
I mean,
it?
there
Fuck
are
him.
there are people at Twitch, and I'm sure that sometimes they're petty and could totally do something like that. But the odds of that happening is like, wow, they're not in my stream. So
It's true.
Be interesting to see how long
Interesting.
you could push that as a partner. Just multi-stream.
yeah,
you could probably get away with it for a while.
you would get away with it for a while. Yeah,
For
probably.
sure.
That's
Unless
not
you're Ninja.
encouragement to do so, but you could
isn't-
totally do it.
Is Ninja still a partner? Because
No.
he streams on everything.
No, I'm like 99% sure he's not. I pull it up.
He
Like,
gave up his
Who's that?
partnership.
If he's multi-streaming,
Ninja?
then he's not.
To be fair, being a partner
doesn't-
doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
do
no.
anything.
Not
No,
really.
he's
Like
not.
a ninja. I don't think he needs a check mark. I think
he's helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like he's helping Twitch if he's there. Like,
Oh,
They-
for sure, yeah.
So,
he probably
like,
still has a
at-
deal.
so at that point,
probably still gets paid.
they're like, please multi-stream, and they probably have to not make him partner because that would be weird for everyone else.
he doesn't have his deal. His contract expired, and he wasn't going to go under a deal. He's not under a deal. You can't even subscribe to him. He's not even like affiliated.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Hold up, because I have
'Cause he just
one
wanted
of
to
my
be free.
YouTube friends.
Yeah.
One of my YouTube friends is a Madden YouTuber, and he. I don't know how he did it, but he has a contract where he can multi-stream on multiple platforms at the same time.
You
and
can,
he is still a partner.
anything in your contract is open to negotiation. The
Okay,
thing
that
is,
makes sense,
it's
yeah.
just not. That's not something that normal.
You have to be big. You have to be a big person to do that.
You have to be at least big or prove that you could bring an audience over, and you'd have to be unique enough that it was worth like them having a conversation and a negotiation with you about it. But I would assume anything in that contract is negotiable. It's just, they just send it to you and go, hey, you want to be a partner? And then we just all sign it. So
I wonder if you could somehow take that contract and edit it with your own terms and then send it back to Twitch and
I'm
see if
pretty
they
sure that's
accept
not
it.
legal to do without telling them.
What you send it back, the expectation that they read it,
I mean, actually, I'm not sure actually. I don't know.
I think negotiation all comes with what you're bringing to the table. You know, like if Ninja it does that, I'm sure he has a team who could craft something that's not going to break anything legally and send something back to them to where they can negotiate.
For Twitch to even respond to an email like that, you probably have to have like.
Is your buddy huge? Like, is he pulling massive
Oh yeah.
numbers?
His name is MMG. He's like the biggest Madden YouTuber. He's got like 2-3 million subs or something. I haven't checked.
Okay, yeah.
well,
So
that
you
makes
gotta have numbers like that for it to be worth the conversation, really. So
Yeah, well, that's my point.
and not even just worth the conversation, but then after having the conversation, for them to be like, okay, yeah, you can.
Yeah. I don't know. Twitch kind of sucks. Twitch kind of blows.
Yeah.
I like Justin TV.
I don't think we're gonna be on Twitch in like 15 years. Like I think YouTube's gonna win. I don't see how they don't win.
Think so?
Hope.
They would have to change a lot.
Yeah.
Because of for a lot of reasons, but also what I was describing is they would have to, like, Twitch still has the culture of everybody going there to hang out.
Big time.
You don't go to
Biggest
YouTube. You don't go to YouTube to hang out. You go to YouTube to like
That's so true.
watch a thing about a thing and get your fix, check it off, and then whatever.
Yeah.
Every time I come home, I'm just like, I sit down on my PC, I just like automatically click my browser, like my hand just automatically type out Twitch, press enter, and I just like go through the list and open all the tabs up of everybody.
It's dangerous,
all my friends
man.
are live. Yeah.
YouTube is for my TV. Twitch is for my computer.
I get sucked in when I do that. I'll be in chats for like I'll be in there just chatting shit, and then like 2 or 3 hours go by. And I'm like, damn, this is why Twitch is so great.
I feel like the combination of Twitch and TikTok has ruined my ability to be satisfied with entertainment.
Oh
Really?
yeah. No,
Like, I
agree.
have to be doing like 4 things at once now because like TikTok is just like constant serotonin and just constant boom boom. So
I can't even brush my teeth without having TikTok open on my phone. Like
No,
I'm like
it's
bored brushing my teeth.
so bad. No, like no,
so
I'm the
bad.
same way. Like I have to have
so
something
bad.
at all times. And then Twitch does that same itch for me. Like, and I'll sit down and be like, man, I'm gonna watch Twitch tonight and not type. And then like, dang, I was like, well now I gotta type. Like that was fun.
You gotta type.
Like, how do I not
gotta
say
type,
something?
man.
I gotta type in Omega Law.
That terrifies me. I don't have TikTok because
Don't.
everybody
Don't get it, man.
Everybody says don't get it. They're like, dude, it's too good. I'm like, what does that
Too
mean?
good, yeah.
What did
It really is. I deleted it
Good.
a while ago.
You
Damn.
lose an hour every single night. Just like you're lying in bed, like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now, and an hour just disappears as you just scroll through different TikToks, and it just you
TikTok
never get it
takes your
back.
days.
YouTube
now have a
Shorts is the
23
same
hour
too.
day.
I've gotten
YouTube
I've
Shorts
deep on there.
I have to X out because I've
Yeah,
started
dude,
seeing some that I'm like, that's a dude teaching me fencing moves from video games, and I made like 10 videos deep, and I was like, I got
Exactly.
Oh, you might
Dude,
need to know
I
that.
just
I
I want to
subscribe
I feel like
to his
it's-
channel, man. I can go find more.
I feel like it's a good thing going back on the hour of fucking wasting time on your phone before you go to bed. I feel like you do that even when you wake up. So it's really nice. And I always have done it because I just leave my charger plugged into my computer tower. I'll plug my phone in over here and then I'll go to bed. So I don't sit in my fucking bed on my phone for however long.
That's a new habit that I don't like
That's
of mine. Having my
Am I
phone
gonna
in
do
my
it?
bed.
No, but I can.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but yeah.
I've been doing the no phone for like an hour before bed. It's so nice.
That's really
Really?
good for you.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I will
Oh,
say I
what
do
do you
love
do?
TikTok because I do have IBS. So
Oh,
you
good
know,
call. Good
Shout
call.
out.
It's just like if I'm shitting for like 40 minutes, it's
Bro.
like, there's not much better to do.
Zoe, do you know what you need?
Hmm.
Tiny Wings. Do you know
Say
what
more.
that is?
No.
It was an old iOS game
Oh my gosh.
where
Oh,
you
I've been
were
playing
this little
2048.
bird.
I
You were a
remember
little
it.
bird that would swoop
You
down
talking
the
about
hills.
Flappy Bird?
Flappy Bird?
No. Pre-Flappy Bird, years before.
It was
Tiny
the
Wings.
precursor, yeah.
boomer.
Oh.
Well, but you didn't flap. You would like glide down the hills and then ramp off of them.
Oh,
That was my poop for like
Ah.
5 years until I dropped my last iPhone in the toilet while playing that game.
Oh no.
That
I
is been-
was an avid
I was
doodle
playing
jumper.
Chipper Run when I took a shit. Playing that
Bro,
Chipper
I'm
Run.
not
Love
that
game.
old, okay? First of all, I feel like life gets better as I get older, so I'll wear the crown. Fine. Boomer. But also, like, No, who's
How
the
old are
next
you?
oldest person here? I'm 31. I just turned 31 in
Ancient.
December.
Actual
Ancient?
boomer.
Okay, all right. Fuck you people.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
kind of
dude.
gross now.
Who fucking brought him on? Holy shit.
Gross.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Damn. Okay.
Remember when I
all right.
asked before who invited him?
Dude, you can call me. Just don't call me creepy, man. Gross is fine. Boomer's fine. Like that's whatever.
I selfishly invited you because I wasn't on the podcast last time.
I
Nick,
know,
were you on
dude.
the podcast last time with him or no?
Yeah, I was.
Okay,
It was
I was
good.
the only one who wasn't, I guess. I think.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
It was.
Damn, yeah. Selfish
You
decision.
missed
Man.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nyrin just got that voice, bro. Like I was comparing our Pokescape. We had that little trailer video, and I was like, "Hi, I'm Cuneeks, and I have a Iron Man with an Infernal Cape." And you're like, "What's up, guys? I'm Nine-Rain, and I'm gonna be the fucking best player to ever exist because I'm just
YouTube
good."
voice, baby.
Yeah,
That's
dude, he went
YouTube
crazy.
Yeah.
He's got a good
You can go
YouTube voice.
watch
He's
my
got it
old
down
videos.
pat.
I don't sound like that.
Okay, true. It takes time.
The first time I recorded something with Nine, he's like, "Are you sitting down right now?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why are you sitting down? You need to
I
be
didn't-
standing up."
Dude, standing up is powerful for the voice.
It's
I do
true,
that
it's
sometimes.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even
It's good.
think about that.
Yeah, I feel like you
No,
definitely
it's
project
Standing
more if
desk
you're
is
standing
really
up.
good for that. I just thought it was so funny.
Yeah, because
Like,
you got
called
your
me out for
hands
sitting.
here and you like make your hand move like signals. While
I
you're
always,
talking.
every time I'm always
Yeah.
fucking emoting.
Yeah.
I got
When
it.
we have our meetup together, we should have every day we have like a 30-minute or hour-long workshop, you know, on YouTube,
workshop?
how to stream, how to
Yeah,
how to-
bro, you're
When
gonna
are they
be
gonna
you're
start
gonna be
adding
delusional off cocaine.
workshops
Good luck with
and
that, buddy.
fucking-
No, he's
Oh,
talking about like
certainly.
the really rich people, how they have
Yes,
their
I
fucking
know where this is
wellness, wellness.
Yeah,
their wellness
Yes,
retreats.
dude.
Yeah, the retreats.
The
exactly.
based wellness retreat.
Yeah.
I'll work
Do
security
they have
for
a
those.
spa near our cabin? T-Papa, are you listening?
Oh, I'm in. Like, I'm going.
There's definitely spas in Gallenberg. Actually,
I'm
multiple.
not.
of them.
I mean, we gotta go.
Oh,
then.
yeah.
There's a bunch of different ones. We can find something.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be in the hot tub watching the sunrise, just drugged out.
You're
Just-
still awake
that
or
is
you're
my
waking
wellness.
up?
I'm still
I don't
awake.
know that I want
Certainly
to
still
wake
Okay,
up in a hot
okay.
tub.
Can we
I don't know if I'll wake
before we,
up.
He's
before we
not
get
sleeping
further?
in the hot tub.
Before we get
I'm
further,
just
the
there
base
enjoying.
the base Tennessee is now official. The dates we will be going the last week of April into May. We've officially booked a place somewhere in the mountains of Tennessee, and hopefully we don't die.
One of us.
So-
Dude, okay, if
Oh,
we
I'm gonna
survive TwitchCon, nothing
Yeah,
can
we're
kill
fine.
us.
There's no
We
wild
are
animals at
That was
TwitchCon.
dangerous.
That
I
was
don't know.
dangerous.
There was a
no,
couple
we
wild
put ourselves in
animals.
harm's way.
I feel like TwitchCon was drugs, and now you're doing drugs mixed with occasional black bears roaming around
Dude,
the
I
property.
could fuck up a black bear. I genuinely.
No,
if I
you will
was-
not.
No, no, okay.
No, you will
I'm,
not.
I'm not
Tasty.
saying. I'm not saying like hand-to-hand combat, but if I encountered a black bear in the wilderness, whoa! I've had bear training. I know how to scare them off. You know, like I can. You know.
If that bear
so
wants to
that's-
dead, you're
Watch The
dead.
Office.
So
fine.
that's Tasty's seminar that he's doing on day one is bear training.
We should all have to plan. We should all have to plan a 30-minute workshop that we have to
Oh my
present to
God.
everybody.
We all have to give a
And then, no,
PowerPoint.
each day, like, because there's only like what a couple days. Like each day, everyone's name is in a hat, and one name gets pulled,
We
and
just
they
make a
have to
PowerPoint.
present, bro.
Oh my god.
I like. Hold on.
Down for
That
that.
actually
I like-
sounds pretty fun.
I would present the bear training because with the black bear specifically, you just ignore it and walk away. You don't want to do that and yell at it. You don't want to try and get big. You just ignore it.
Maybe
And
maybe
walk
you
away.
don't, but I do. I do want to do that.
You're going to die.
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna
Like
get
I said, I
fucking
could take a black bear in hand-to-hand combat. They're
I thought you literally just said you couldn't.
What are you a fucking cop? What are you?
Wait,
There's no chance, bro. I'm taking the black bear.
Do I need a
all day.
lawyer? Like, am I
Like,
being interrogated right
you
now?
up.
T-Pop in the background, like taking bills from people, like, "Yo, who you think's gonna win, bro? Who you think's gonna win?"
Sports betting.
Dude, he's bleeding a lot.
I've got my shirt off in a fucking ring with a black bear.
Also, wait. T Papa, did you win your sports bet against the Titans? Right?
I
did you win some coin off of that or
dude,
no?
We did get some coin. This week was actually a great week for sports betting. I have a great smile on my face. It was amazing.
good to hear.
It was great. I'm really sorry, Seth, but yeah, it was great.
I mean, here's the thing: if the Titans would have won and we made the playoffs, we're gonna lose anyway to somebody. So
Yeah.
it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah. It kind of be like delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, so we got a bit of draft pick. That's a copium I'm
Yeah,
gonna have.
dude.
So.
No, that's good copium. It's
Is what
true
it
though.
is.
Like, you're
That
gonna
is
get
way too much
annihilated.
sports ball for this.
Yeah, sorry for the
podcast.
sports ball talk. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just wanted
No,
to
I
bring
was
that up because
invested.
No.
yeah,
sorry.
Joe's a fan of the
I like-
Titans. I was
I like
like
gambling.
watching. So Joe was streaming at a Buffalo Wild Wings. I was watching him stream like his reaction, and then I went over to T Papa's stream, and T Papa's talking about how badly he wants the Titans to lose because it's like it's such a free W for money. Like
I had,
most people,
yeah.
like
I was in a tournament where I had to pick one team each week to win straight up, and I couldn't pick the same team twice. And I've won it the last 3 years, and like you get a couple grand if you make it to the end. And yeah, so the last week I picked that the Titans were gonna lose, and then I open up Twitch and Seth is like all happy at the bar, like streaming on his phone. For the
I was
Titans
not
game.
happy. I was sad.
That's true. You were actually pretty depressed. the whole
Nobody
stream, bro.
wanted to hang out with me. Like I invited a couple different people and I'm new to this area that I'm in now, so I didn't know any like local bars that are good. So I just went to Buffalo Wild Wings by myself. You know what? I'm just gonna stream. I hang out with the stream. It actually went pretty well. And then yeah, but then my mom. I should have just brought my mom. My mom was like, "Well, it's kind of late. But I'll go with you." And I was like, "No." I was like, "I feel bad bringing you." It's like, yeah, clearly you don't want to go. She's like ready to go to bed. She's like, "Well, I'll come." I was like, "No." Like it's fine. I'll be miserable. But it was fun. It was fun.
That's good.
It's good.
Good on you to
Luckily, the phone
That was
died.
good.
My phone died while we were up, like winning the game. So you didn't get the like Billy drinking
Loser
like reaction.
POV.
Yeah, you didn't get the POV. So 'cause I definitely came home just drunk as shit, and then I went into someone's chat and was just being a menace. So it was a good time though.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sounds lovely.
So
It is.
workshop.
What were we talking about? The base Tennessee? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What the
I like now
PowerPoints?
that we talk about it. I actually really like the idea of doing these dumbass workshops.
I think
we're
we should
doing
do
it.
that.
I think it'd be really
Yeah.
funny if we make everyone prepare something and then like we pull the hats out and we film it. Like that would actually might be like a pretty
That would be
fucking
a really
funny
good
That'd be a
video.
really good
yeah.
vlog. Yeah.
Especially if
I'm
we
filming
left it
everything. Sorry.
really
Lizzo.
Would you want to leave it really open so you could take it anywhere? Or
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
that would
I
be
am doing bear safety. Bear safety is mine, so no one can take that.
I know. I'm gonna do
think-
Danny's boy shop. I'm doing Danny's boy shop.
No, don't leak. Keep it a secret.
True. Keep
Okay,
it a
sorry,
secret.
sorry.
I'm going to
For Danny's
do
Boy
firearm safety 101.
Ooh, all right. Wait,
Give
I
us
just want to
wrong
say that.
Joe
information.
brought
Give us
guns,
wrong
like-
information.
Please.
I will bring guns. Yeah, there's no, definitely.
You're
I
gonna bring
feel
guns?
like-
Can I shoot one?
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
want
let's go to
to. I want to
range.
get us set up with a range there to where we all go shoot
wanna go
guns,
shoot.
and hopefully we can find a place that has some very nice license to where we can shoot cool guns that are automatic. But I don't know if they have that in Gallenberg. We'll see.
I want to see a picture at the end of this of Dollblush holding a fucking AR-15 in her hands.
50
That's
cal.
what I
We can
Barrett,
make that happen.
Barrett 50 cal.
I
Yes,
want to,
dude.
That
would be
That's the thing. I don't know
man.
if there's any. I don't know if how advanced the gun ranges there. Like, because there's some gun ranges that do have like Barrett 50 cals and all kinds of crazy shit. It just depends on where you go.
That'd be awesome to shoot. That'd be
So-
so cool.
It is. It's an experience. I don't like even as a grown man shooting a Barrett 50 cal, it will fuck you up. So it's definitely you got to be mentally prepared to pull the trigger on that bad boy.
I think the most involved firearm I ever shot was a pistol, but it was a 308. So which is a massive rifle round. So that motherfucker kicked, like, we took videos of it and you can see the kick like go through the entire body and back.
Jesus.
It would put you on the ground if you're not standing up well.
Would you like straighten your wrist out really bad, or did you have a little give? You want to have a little bit of
No,
give.
yeah, you give a little give for sure.
Okay, because that
Like
would
a-
break your wrist.
Like soft but firm, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
It's not archery. You're not trying to like line up the skeleton so it can fuck you up.
Mm. It'd be a good time though. It'd be good. That's the thing about guns is there's a gun for everybody. Like there's very non-intimidating guns, and of course you have the much higher caliber, louder guns.
Pellet
but
gun.
it'd be a good time. Yeah, we can get Dollbush on the pellet gun, work her up maybe to like the 22. It'd be good.
I was always at the time like guns are scary, bad. Nobody should touch them ever. And I went shooting for the first time last year. I was actually in Arizona near.
Hell yeah, bro!
And like Yeah, I was actually, it was like a bachelor weekend for my buddy, and we're like, we're gonna go shooting guns. So
Oh, yeah.
we went shooting guns.
That weekend.
And we went to a range, and fucking turns out Arizona has like, they don't give a shit. They literally just like, all right, watch this random video about gun safety. They just put it in a corner, like, you guys watch it yet? We're like, yeah, totally. They took us in the range. They just gave us all. They let us take automatics and stuff. Everything was fine. I was like looking at the gun, just like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. We were just like trying to put bullets and stuff in, and then
Oh god.
we were going around just like
Wait, this
shooting,
sounds-
having a great time, and I was just like, dude, if you put every fucking liberal person, hand them a gun, take them to a gun range, they will fall in love with guns. I'm telling you. That's it.
It's like a drug. It's a drug. It's addictive. You just
It's a good time. It is. It's a
it's
good
so
time.
fun.
As long like safety wise, the only thing is like, it's pretty simple. Just don't point a gun at anybody, whether it's loaded or not. Like that's number one. Like that's the easiest. Like, that's pretty simple for any human with a brain.
What if you
to follow.
don't like them?
Well,
that
Then you
shit-
better be really
I
prepared
think
to
you
point. You must
there's some
be like,
there's some circumstances where you can make that happen. I guess if you can articulate you're in fear for your life. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe ignoble
I
tripped and
just
came at you.
fucking hate that
You
guy,
know?
dude. You know?
Whoa.
It's just not that cool.
Well, Ignoble was reaching. Ignoble's definitely reaching. So like,
Yo, bro, come on.
stop resisting.
This is why they've been
come
saying
on,
Tasty
man.
is the Andrew Tate of the RuneScape section recently. He's been embodying it.
does anyone
Top
say that?
T,
Is
bro.
this a real thing?
No, there's a real tweet about Tasty being Andrew Tate of RuneScape.
Yeah, my chat like ran. People
I don't
still
think
call
I've
me like
ever heard
Top
you
T,
say
or,
something like-
Andrew Taste.
Misogynistic every day
You
of
know,
his
Are you
life.
serious, bro?
What do you mean, bro?
He
Yeah,
hates
but you're
women
like-
more than
No,
all
no,
of us
but you're
combined.
Persona.
And
I know,
I
but you're
hate women.
clearly like cheesing while doing it.
That doesn't
Yeah, I
matter.
mean it's bait. You know, of course it's bait. but-
Yeah, but like it goes. I guess it goes over people's. I don't know why I'm surprised.
I feel like
Of
you're
course it goes
Andrew
over
Tate.
people's
You're
things.
like Andrew Tate, but oopsie, just kidding, Andrew Tate. Like just
Yeah.
kidding
Less.
version.
Ha, just kidding. Wait, I mean,
Yeah,
he
it's
does say a
not
couple
JK.
things aren't, like, he's right
You
about
know-
a couple things, but,
Okay, I've never said that. You guys say that. I have never once said that.
I would
Don't
say
point
that
at me.
he's T-Papa's hero.
He's deep off his hero.
I'm staying real
Everybody,
quiet
when
over
people are
here.
bad mouthing him, any streamer.
I'm
he's
staying
got the-
quiet.
Yeah, if he turns the webcam around, you can see the poster.
I'm not outing myself, so I'm just gonna.
He
Getting
did
closer and
donate to
closer
the,
Joe Rogan podcast every day.
Yeah. T-Papa
what this is
donated to
DMT.
the free Andrew Tate fund, so he's
I started
contributing
to
to
go
the
fund
fund.
me.
Wait,
Bro.
we have talked about drugs and shooting guns. We're like,
Yeah.
this is
Well, that
What do you guys think
basically-
about the carnivore diet?
I mean,
Love it.
Yeah, I
did
tried
it.
it for a month.
I
just
did
for
it.
fun.
Wait,
It was
did you actually?
interesting.
Wait,
It's
what
the
is a
dumbest
carnivore
diet.
You
diet?
have a lot more
planet.
sex with your
It's
wife.
real-
I
it's
did.
really
I did
stupid.
2 months. I did 2 months, and
Oh,
I
really?
lost like 35 pounds. It was insane. I
like
couldn't-
really strict.
I couldn't
Well,
afford
you
it
like
anymore.
didn't eat real food.
No, I was
You're
actually
saying beef
eating
ain't
so
real
good.
food? What the
I was
hell?
eating because like there's a way to do it. It was just I had more money back then. I was eating prime rib, filet, and Parmigiano Reggiano every meal, every day. It was
that
like
sounds
Cheese
so.
carnivore? Cheese
bro.
is not
Fuck,
carnivore.
bro.
no,
You
no,
can't-
no,
Close
no,
enough.
you, no. If
She's
you like,
keto.
if you read like a lot, like almost all those guys, like they'll have a. It wasn't a lot. It was like I'd have a stick of Parmigiano Reggiano at the end of the day. Like
Was it DOP?
DOP? What is that?
Like certified Parmigiano Reggiano?
Oh no, yeah, no,
designated
it was.
origin
I was. You
protection?
think, bro? Come on, bro. You think I'm buying?
Okay,
some
no, I just had to
fucking-
make sure. I don't want you to get the Safeway like
No.
Parmesan.
No,
did you
no,
get
no,
the
I was
official
getting- I was
Parmesan,
getting
the right
Parmigiano
Parmesan? Oh my
Reggiano.
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Notice how I didn't say I was eating Parmesan. I was eating Parmigiano Reggiano from the Reggiano
good,
province of
good.
France or Italy. Sorry.
Whoa.
And
okay,
yeah,
okay.
I could roll my
Dude,
fucking
This is
eyes
the most
back.
tasty T-Papa conversation I've ever fucking
It
heard.
was. It was so.
Dude, you guys gotta watch the menu. That
I'm
made the
pushing
menu.
you guys
my
into the
God.
wood line when we get to Tennessee immediately and see what happens. We're just gonna see what happens.
Were we talking about this last night? Like, no, I think I was talking about with my real life friends, like how long we would last in like an apocalypse scenario where we're completely like out of touch with modern society. I said I would kill myself immediately because I just don't want to deal with it. But like, how
I
long
don't
do you
think you
guys
have
think
the
you would
balls to
last?
kill yourself. First off,
No, I
don't think it's in
probably
you.
don't. You're
It's
probably
not in
right.
you. Yeah, you're gonna have I don't
But like
think it's in you.
theoretically, if I could,
Tasty
if I can
fucks
choose
himself
ahead
up
of
in
time,
the first 15 minutes with attempted suicide, it's just way worse. He
cripples himself.
Like he fucking he didn't even do it, dude.
He's
Never
paraplegic
tried.
now, bro.
Yeah, but you like just you like shoot out a spinal column.
Yeah.
Just be fucking
He's in a wheelchair in the apocalypse, bro.
We have to wheel him around.
You were useless before, but now you're fucking really useless.
We have to wheel
guys
him
could
around
eat
in a
me at
Herman
least.
Miller for the entire movie. Like, holy shit.
That's a good question. Does Herman Miller make wheelchairs?
No, they don't make
Probably, bro.
wheelchairs.
Oh
What
my
if there's
god.
Probably
what if
contract them.
What if there's a dude who doesn't have working legs and
Hey,
wants like an
money talk.
ergonomic?
I'm sure if you contracted them, like send a nice email, like I'm sure they could get it going for you for a few
Oh
grand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with a viral poster too, they might even do it for free.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Herman Miller.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point.
A design. Yeah, it'd be tough. That'd
Yeah,
be
but
tough.
my stock for Apocalypse T Papa he's an actual Eagle Scout, so like
He's an Eagle
No,
That's-
I mean,
Oh, shit.
my downside is like I'm gonna need food, and I don't know. We're gonna do
Well,
I get a gun in the apocalypse?
We could look
Probably.
for the dogs that like hunt truffles. If we have a truffle dog, I'll try a little harder.
If we have a
Truffle
truffle dog,
dog?
we're set. Actually,
Yeah, you can't use truffle
Wait.
pigs anymore because the pigs eat the truffles.
Does anybody in here have a Herman Miller Aaron?
Yeah,
me and
That's-
Tasty
that's
both
what-
are sitting
yeah.
on him.
Okay, listen to this. I just did some internet digging, and it says Herman Miller's Aaron chairs can be found in offices nationwide. Now, parts of the chair will be found on wheelchairs thanks to a new agreement with a Tennessee-based company. Per
The
Mobile
stars are
Inc.
aligning.
Oh,
will offer wheelchairs with seating back and arms found on Aaron chairs.
I mean,
That's
it
just
is
crazy.
the most comfortable chair,
That's
so
outstanding.
like,
Pretty
it
good,
makes
yeah.
the most sense.
I bet
mean,
that
he won't be
wheelchair
able to
costs
feel
about
any bit
10
of it,
grand,
but
20
makes
grand.
sense.
Wait, Zoe, did you go get cheese after talking about cheese?
Yeah, I'm so hungry.
Parmesan,
I'm sorry, I needed a little
You-
cheese.
he's doing a carnivore diet.
Wait,
whatever.
how much cheese? And then just left.
Well, no, I really had to pee, and then when I was out there, I was like, you know what? I need it. I need it.
Hey, you got a
I feel like we had this conversation about who would survive in an apocalypse the most. I feel like we had this like a while ago, a couple months ago on this cast.
Yeah, I think so.
I could definitely provide for myself fishing. Like I could go catch fish and live off of it 100%. I'm not even
We had
questioning.
a comment about the fishing. Someone said that they would enjoy us doing fishing streams.
Oh, dude,
I don't think this group would do too badly, actually. I think we'd
I've
be
never
okay.
been
No,
fishing in
we
my
just got to
life.
get rid of Max or get him in a wheelchair or something immediately, and then we'll be good.
No,
probably.
here, you guys can like if I fail my suicide attempt, you guys can just eat my body.
Honestly, that's you could make a good meal.
I don't
Like,
know. I
he's-
feel like
If I don't have a heated tent,
You're
I don't
like
even
of
want to
humans. You're kind of like you're like the Wagyu. Like you're eating the best stuff. Like you're gonna be the
Yeah,
best
I would
choice
be
to
de-
eat.
I would
It's
be
like you have the
delicious.
best intake, so you probably would be pretty delicious. Actually,
I think
that'd be pretty good.
I think Q Neeks and Tasty could stay back and like weave baskets, and I honestly think me, Zoe, and Seth could go out and bring back a full ass elk. Like we would bring back
dude,
an
I'd be a
elk.
good basket weaver, 100%.
Fuck yeah, I'd be happy.
I've got dexterous
yeah.
fingers.
Well, dude,
Dude, me and
here's the
Q Neeks
thing,
can
like-
just chat.
So what
It'd be
are me and
fun.
9 Rain doing,
if
bro?
we're
You forgot
going out
us.
and
Are we
hunting-
just
You
fucking
guys
off
are
in the
dead.
woods?
No, Nine got it.
you were dead.
Ignoble, you can just sit around.
Yeah.
So we'll
Nine Rain will
find
be
a
the
job for
guy.
you.
He's gonna be the
sit
guy
there
with the
and
bow.
look
He's gonna be an archer. He's gonna be.
I did take
that.
archery
Yeah,
a
I
couple
could see that.
semesters in college.
course you did.
And bow
Oh,
hunt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course you
Yeah.
fucking did.
I'm very
bow.
good actually. I'm not.
all right, then maybe
exaggerating.
we take 9 Rain. Sorry.
Exactly. Bow is great because you don't really like
Uh-huh.
ever run out of ammunition.
No,
you can
bow
make
is
your
best
own
in
pretty
slot.
easily.
Yeah, Daryl from
because
The
once we run-
Walking Dead. That guy's goated.
Dude, you guys remember that show? Holy
You could
fuck,
be
that
like
went down
Daryl
well.
if you had a mullet and a mustache. You kind of put on.
Holy
I'm kind of
crap.
working on
I
it.
could
I'm
see
growing.
it. I could see it.
I'm getting a little woolly, man.
You got a little grease. You got to get a little greasier and a little more like sullen.
Okay,
Totally
I mean, I
Daryl.
feel like the apocalypse would do that to everybody immediately. Everyone gets a little greasier, a little more sullen.
Probably.
Yeah.
I,
If
listen,
we're-
if there actually is an apocalypse, if you guys can make it, I have a spot. I will definitely send you guys the invitation. It's an actual place in the Virginia mountains with an actual like bunker and shit in it. So I got.
Wait,
you guys.
No, that's good. Yeah, you
I
want
got
to
a
be in the
spot, but
mountains.
I'm not allowed to talk about it. I signed an NDA.
In case
I
someone takes
offer
it.
the parallel.
No way
But
you're one of those guys that has one of the fucking like glam bunkers.
I'm not one, but I know.
Oh my god.
Okay, what
He's
if
not gonna
in the-
invite you though. He's selfish. I'll invite you guys.
No, I'd rather
the
live in the woods
case-
anyways.
In the case that like everyone does get together for something like that, would you never see it turning awry? Like people getting angry
Lord
at
of the
each
Flies
other,
type shit?
Oh, that would be the fun part.
Yeah.
That's the part I want to be alive for.
the
That's
drama.
like the fun part of being
Yeah.
a human.
Yeah.
You would just be
I
like
honest-
happy to like enjoy humanity regardless of what the emotions
What do you mean?
are.
Where did all the
We would
cocaine go?
probably, yeah,
And
we
then T-Pop was
smash
just
cut
like,
to a year into the apocalypse. We're way happier than we are now.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, I feel like
like everything's just so raw and real.
we could coexist, but eventually we're gonna have to wander out and search and see what's left, because I think that's our nature inherently.
Yeah, for
I feel
sure.
like for a while
You'd
it's
have
gonna be
to go
tough.
discover.
Yeah, we're gonna get set, and then we're gonna get the balls enough to get some supplies together, and like a group of us is we're gonna go out and we're gonna explore and see what we can
The
find.
manner of apocalypse is very important as well. Like if this is nuclear fallout, we're not going to last.
No,
that
we're not
long.
going into
we're
it.
gonna-
If it's zombies, that's tight.
Chilling.
If it's nuclear, I'm having
We
Tasty
practiced.
shoot me before he shoots himself. If it's zombies,
Yeah, I
we're
got
cool.
you. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I
what if
know
we
is I'm
just
gonna
shot each
follow
other?
Prison Joe around.
We shoot
You
each
just gotta
other.
kite the zombies
say,
and
like,
go
pick
backwards.
perfect.
Fine.
The beautiful thing about with the hunting aspect is there's no like regulations, because the world's gone to shit. So you can literally just go out with any gun you want and just piece up whatever animal. There's no like, you can use an
Yeah,
automatic
that's true,
weapon to
that's
go
true.
hunting. So it'd be pretty
Yeah.
easy if you have the right stuff.
Yeah.
So 'cause that's one of the things about hunting that makes it difficult, is like there's regulations on guns you can use for certain game. So like,
Yeah.
it adds that kind of it makes
And
it more
when and
difficult.
where and all kinds of things. It's very
Yeah,
regulated.
exactly. Yeah, we can just go out there, just whatever.
Why can't you
So-
mow it down a deer or some shit?
What do you mean?
Hmm?
Like,
Well, only
It's like a-
certain
it's like a
rifles,
Browning.
when, like with hunting, only certain
In
rifles
real-
can
like
be
in
used
real
at like
life?
certain times of
Yeah.
year. And
oh, it depends on where you are.
yeah,
Deer have a mating cycle, so like whitetail, like you were saying, have a mating
Yeah.
cycle. So a lot of hunting season is based around that. So you're not shooting mothers with babies that can't take care of themselves.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not asking about the time. I'm asking about like the guns. Like, why can't you use an M249 to
Oh.
just mow down a family of deer?
depends on the
Because
state.
it would be a lot easier to kill the deer, and there'd be a lot more. It would.
It
fuck
really
up our-
depends on the caliber and the
Ah.
type of rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inter-
I feel
they
like
don't want to
part
make
of
it
the-
too easy to disrupt.
That's just a
nature.
government sanction. Yeah. If you had automatic weapons, like that would probably fuck up the population.
Well,
Like,
it would be so
people would
fucked up. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't shoot a deer with an automatic weapon. I would feel like an animal.
Yeah.
not
also,
so
you're
with
gonna
a
be-
normal gun?
you would-
No, that would be
There's
like
no
that's no
sport
worse.
involved.
There's
There's no sport
worse.
with that.
No, that would be
heard-
like the least animal thing you could do. Actually, I'll put it that way. That would just be so like fucking
Human.
It'd be like trying to run them over with a truck. It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, I'm
don't
going
know.
purely
having a
utilitarian
cheat
here. Like,
code.
this is the apocalypse. We need to eat.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Apocalypse,
just in
I'm
general,
whipping out
just
the
in
fucking. Oh yeah, we're. But then
Okay,
you want to
that's
conserve
fair.
ammunition, so
Yeah,
you
that's
still wouldn't
fair.
use an
Yeah,
automatic
yeah.
weapon. You-
Now it just depends on the governing body. It's all about like the game aspect, and then also the population. Like they're taking that into account, because if everybody has automatic weapons, it's going to be a lot easier to kill. If you're allowed to use automatics, it'll be a lot easier to kill the deer.
yeah, and accidents would be a lot more like
That would
yeah,
be bad
there's
too.
all
Also,
kinds
the
of
also the
reasons you would-
meat. If you're shooting with automatic gun, you fucking
Right.
spray
Yeah,
it
that's
all
what I
down
was
the
thinking
body.
about. The meat's gonna be awful.
The meat is
And
gonna be
every
tainted.
animal within like 1,000,000 miles is just going to be fucking terrified all the time because
Yeah.
there's it would be that would be
That's fair. You guys
nightmare.
make good points.
I
Yeah.
heard that
You know what's
here in North
crazy?
Carolina that there's been like they allow automatic weapons for hogs because there's a huge like
Almost
infestation.
every
yeah.
like Texas
Wild
too.
dogs.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in Texas.
it's
That's
not
everywhere. It's because
uncommon.
they're actually destroying like crops and stuff.
Yeah, it's not
they're
uncommon.
they're extremely invasive and really I mean, they're badass animals, so they
They're nasty
every-
fuckers, bro.
they
They're
push
yeah,
everything else out.
Yeah. A
What
lot
were
of
you
times it's
gonna say,
like
Zoe?
they get shot and they survive. Yeah, sorry, Zoe.
Oh, I was just gonna say, what's crazy is that even if this were to become true, we would still be gamers because we'd be hunting game.
That's true.
Oh
That's
my
all.
god.
Maybe there is
Glad
a
we
reason
circled
to
back
live.
for that. I'm glad.
We could still go live. You know, we get the backpacks. You know,
Bro,
for
we'd be
satellites or
gaming
something.
for
I
real.
have an ethical question, all right, in regards to the apocalypse. Let's say that the
Yeah.
7 of us, we have an encampment, life's going good, like, you know, we got our roles, there's no infighting between us, and whatever, we figured shit out. And
Okay.
one day, like, let's say, I don't know, like, a random person comes up to our camp, and they're
Rob and
like,
kill them.
right?
Yeah.
All right, I just wanted to make sure
No.
we're on the
Was
same
that the
page.
question?
like if we were faced with like having to take somebody else in,
I was gonna say you don't vet them and bring them in. You just jump
have
to
to-
all right. We're
I
killing
think
them.
we
we don't know
Yeah,
anything.
but
You don't know if they're
No, 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 no.
communicating to people.
Depends on their skill set.
If they're gonna
Exactly.
if they're gonna
You have to
ambush
appraise
us.
them.
We vet them at gunpoint. That's where we vet them. At.
Absolutely,
We vet-
yeah,
That's a good idea. Yeah.
We vet-
They're on the ground with their hands behind their head.
You know, you got 15 seconds
Yeah,
to
what
like,
can
you
you
know,
do?
tell us
Can
what
you gather?
do.
Can you hunt? What are you bringing to the table? And if none of
Yeah.
that, then
And
we
are
make
you
the decision.
bit?
Well,
do
don't
we,
vet
do we
me
just
like
tell them to
that
leave,
ever.
or do we kill them? That's the second.
Well,
that's the second
you don't have to
question.
kill
Why
them.
would we
That
tell
might
them
be a
to
little
leave?
extreme.
Like, why wouldn't we kill them? We would eat
But what
them.
if they're a scout for a larger
That would be
group?
so
That's
funny.
what
We had the
I'm saying.
conversation.
We
We
need to
don't
kill
know.
them.
What if
There's
he's
no-
got some
yeah, we
secret
have to
device?
kill them.
Scout, yeah, dude.
So he's like, we're not gonna eat
I
him
don't-
alive.
I don't have the guts to kill anybody, so Q-Neeks,
I
you gotta
would
do
do
this
it.
one. This is on you.
Here's something I'll say. We need, if this were to happen, we need to go back to
Close
the
your
good
eyes.
old days, you know, like before civilization and things like that, where people just did whatever the fuck you want. We didn't have fucking dumbass philosophers, all right? People killed
Were
because
those
they
the
needed
good
to
old
kill.
I just like I
Yeah.
feel like I just want it to be known like pre like this getting this group together. Like I would probably vote to kill him, and I would take care of it too. Like if you didn't
I'm with
want to
you
be there.
100%.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Well, if you're spearheading the vote, I think that's fair.
I'm gonna put my
It's not gonna
fingers
be
in
illegal,
Tasty's
like,
ears
it's
and
fine.
close his eyes.
Yeah.
I think we would.
Just cradle me, and then I'm very sensitive.
All right,
I'm
man.
an
Have
empath.
to
It wouldn't
have
do well.
everybody at least kill somebody at one point.
What if we did
gotta
like
prove
the
your
firing
worth.
squad, where one person has a real bullet, everyone else has blanks?
Well,
Bro, this is the
like,
apocalypse. Why are you getting so political?
Because then we can wear like the British like trench
no,
coats.
it
and
would be
stuff and
this
the
simple.
powdered
We would
wigs.
say, no, it would be this simple. We would say, Max, kill that man, and we would hand you a gun, and then we would stand there.
What is this, a gang initiative? Am I a child soldier?
Yes,
Like, what are you
it
making
is.
me do
Yeah.
that for?
I mean, you're acting like a fucking baby, so you might.
yeah.
This is the stipulation. I am baby. Like, this was no coming
We're
into
gonna
it,
get you.
know?
We're gonna weave you together like an apron or like a skirt. You're gonna be out there picking berries and shit.
I'm very domestic. I'll bake the bread. I'll do whatever you want.
Okay, that
Bacon
works.
I'm gonna
If our-
walk
if our
in a camp.
warriors,
I'm gonna
you know?
bend over for me. I'm gonna slap his ass.
I
I'm
was
gonna go
gonna-
back
I
out.
If our warriors
It would be
need some
cool to watch
motivation,
T-Papa
you know?
like slowly turn into a Giga Chad as his body like adapts to running through the woods all the time.
Absolute
Fucking, he
savage.
starts to get ripped, and he has the flowing mane.
Dude,
Like he'd be
dude,
like
we go
Tarzan.
into town. We storm into the pharmacy. All the good medication is gone, but we find Tren.
Oh my god. Let's go. What
Bro, I'm
pharmacy?
rocking, like,
we have to
naked.
go to a
If-
vet to get Trent, by the way.
I would.
I want my
know.
body to get accustomed. I don't want any shoes. I just want to be naked, like all pretty much naked at all times almost. Maybe
It's like
little-
day one of the
Well, I mean,
apocalypse.
like-
There's some clothes. There's a lot of everything. It's like, Seth, why are you fucking naked already, dude? It's like we're fine.
I think it'd
Okay,
be cool
Bear
because
Grylls, calm down.
rectum
Seth in the
tanning.
corner is like drinking his piss, butt ass naked. He's like, guys, I'm prepared for this.
Just
Dude,
being
I
in his own mouth.
I actually subscribe to that philosophy. It would be really cool to get naked immediately in the apocalypse.
I mean, like, you might as well. Like,
Yeah,
what
the
are you
guy
gonna
that does
do?
yoga naked in the sun
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
you
how's
know,
that
of course
going?
he's gonna.
It's been
That's
winter,
true,
so
that's
we ain't
true.
doing a lot of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but
No
I think
perennial
society is the only
sun
thing keeping me clothed very long.
Day one, me
Yeah.
and 900 sunning our asshole.
Yeah, it's not like I'm cold.
Perennium sunning's got a lot of
So-
benefits.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I'm saying. I think that's the first thing I would jump to do in the apocalypse. Like, you'd wake up, walk out the 10 in the morning, and I might be sunning my asshole. Like, I don't care anymore.
Bro, I'm gonna get
Our
up out of the
Group's
kitchen.
morning
Like,
ritual. All of us naked, like outside, like doing yoga and like stretching with our assholes.
Wait, who's? I just found out what I'm gonna be doing for the based fucking retreat.
dude, if I wake up,
All gonna
leak.
make it.
if
I'm
you're
down.
doing naked yoga on my fucking lawn when I wake up,
Let me
I
at
am
least get,
joining
like-
you, brother.
It's
I'm
my
coming out.
seminar.
Like, we're going.
Hey,
Everybody-
that's the second half of the stipulation is if you have to participate in everybody's seminar.
I'm down.
Yeah.
You just gotta
Are we
just let
making
us all
audience
get at least a half
participation
chub.
mandatory?
Let us get like a
Okay.
half chub.
That's
half
we.
chub,
I mean,
and
you
we
don't have to
spend it.
talk about it. We could just ignore.
No, we gotta.
the-
Yeah,
no, that's
thing.
true. Yeah.
Being naked, we could just try to make it like my asshole needs to be warm.
Yeah,
Not like
perennium
that,
sunning.
though.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at your dick. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going on.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's true.
I started
That's
going to
fair.
the tanning beds 3 weeks ago, and it's like my favorite thing I do now. I'm like,
Looking at
So
dicks.
good.
for tanning.
Wait, no, I really don't know.
tanning bed, going to the.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
okay, wait. I just wanted to say, does this happen to anybody else? Like, I feel like during when I get tanner, which is very rare, my dick doesn't get sun, but it gets like a shade, like not, it kind of like, it changes my.
darker.
Your dick is
Yeah.
darker than the rest of your skin because it has
Yeah,
more
wait.
melanin in it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's like
melanin in it.
MD taste.
melanin in it.
I was just curious because, like,
Are
damn,
you
my
telling
dick's
us your
getting as
dick
tan
turns
as my
different
body.
colors during different times of the year?
I feel like when I get more tan,
The
my
dick
dick
is
will
definitely
get a little
darker,
darker.
just like-
difference.
There's this guy in high school. His name was Aaron, and he just had the darkest dick ever. Like he was just the same skin
Yeah.
color as you, Nick, and he just had the most dark dick you've
had
ever
dark
seen in your life.
dick?
And they call him the Dark Dick. Like that was his nickname, the Dark Dick.
No way,
He just
dude.
had this
Wow.
insanely dark dick for he's just very pale, like pasty white guy, and just had this super dark dick.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. It's like a
It's like
superpower.
Tasty said, there's definitely like a natural, like it's darker, but this was like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like dark, and it was,
Huh.
yeah, it stood out. He had a
Cool.
piece on him though, no shade. So
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. Thank God. Yeah.
let me ask this question
Was
just objectively here.
No,
do
because
can
9 and 4
anybody
look
name the
similar.
first 10 amendments? Can anybody here name the first 10 amendments? Anyone?
No way.
Speech,
Absolutely.
guns, double jeopardy, presidents, Garfield. Guns
3 is
again.
about quartering troops. Actually, it's a really weird one. Doesn't really.
3 is they can go in your house and eat your cheese and shit. That's about all I
I
got.
really don't take advantage
We
of
have to
that.
hide the
Your fucking
cheese.
constitutional rights. You people should know this shit. I just
Nah.
PSA for anybody. Know
Not
your
really gonna
first
affect me
amendment.
ever.
All right, so
I know
it
my
was that
First
important.
Amendment.
Said we found out your PowerPoint. I'm really excited for you. This is a good-
Dude, yeah.
That could- yeah, I can do that. We could-
Since
yeah, we could-
Tasty took bear training, you can have teaching us the first 10
The
amendments.
Bill of Rights. I got you on the Bill of Rights. It'll be like
Wait, that's
School
so
Rock, but
good.
country version.
We
I'm
had
gonna have like a
Bill of Rights
banjo.
in
I'm gonna make a
ninth
song
grade,
about
dude.
it. Be good. Yeah, the Bill on a Hill. You
All
remember
right.
that song?
First Amendment, free speech. Second Amendment, bear arms. Third Amendment, right? Quartering soldiers. Fourth
Mhm.
Amendment is.
Fourth Amendment is the one that would actually come into your life, like actually would affect you. You should definitely know the Fourth
Is that the
Amendment.
search and seizure?
Searches and seizures, yes. That one's
Yeah.
very. If
And
you
then
want to tell the
fifth is
government to
double
fuck off, you need
jeopardy.
to know that one. That one's very important.
Is the 5th one the right not to testify against yourself?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I learned that from Dave Chappelle, I think.
I plead the 5th. Yeah.
I don't know what the sixth one is. That's where it starts getting hazy for me.
Yeah.
Dude, 50% is not bad.
I've got 5 fingers, so that's as far
I
as
feel like
Four is
those are the
most
important
important.
ones. I
Four,
think three
four-
is the most important.
4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6 very important.
I think number 2
What's
is the most
6?
important.
That's your right to like a trial by jury.
Oh, okay,
All,
yeah,
all
yeah.
your
See,
all your
I
like
know
judicial
all that.
process.
Fair
Do I
and
know the
speedy
number?
trial.
Come on.
Yeah.
Seth,
I knew that
why
was
do you
there. I
know?
just didn't know it was 6.
Why do you know all 10 of them so well?
I went to high school.
That makes me think about. Okay,
And you know why we oh no, he went
Damn,
to
someone
college
peaked
too.
in high school.
I picked my-
Nerd.
okay. This one's. I want to come full circle on this. Okay. I feel like all of us in our streams, at least I bet at least 3 more of us besides me, have had to take that stupid test where we name every stupid fucking state
love
in
that
the
one.
United States of America.
Dude.
I watched Tasty Dude on stream the other day.
I got
No one's ever asked me to do that.
I've never done that.
68%.
I've never done that.
I got
either.
like a
I did it.
50 something
I got
percent. It was
81.
dog shit.
One of the most embarrassing things I ever did was try to name all the countries in Europe.
Who cares?
That's hard.
I
the
got
fuck
maybe
cares about
I
Europe,
got maybe
bro?
3.
Look at a fucking map, dude.
There's a lot of
Britain.
countries.
I got Italy.
I bet
I got
could do
Italy.
that.
That's about
I
it.
messed
doing
up
auditioning for
I messed up
Jeopardy?
the big ones that used to own us. Like it was not close.
Hold
It
on.
was-
Nobody owns us.
England?
All right. This is America. We're literally number
Like
1.
it was bad. It was bad.
Back to back World
Okay.
War champions. Okay.
Amen, brother. That's
He's gonna
that's a
say
real
some shit about
shit.
that, but you guys gotta get on to Nick for the below the waist comment.
Yeah,
Come on
dude.
now, bro.
No, it's because Ignoble gets to say it, bro. Like Ignoble
course
said
he
it.
did.
Ignoble could have said the. If Ignoble said my joke,
Bro, that's privilege right there. I think we just experienced some privilege.
Oh
I don't.
my god.
Yeah, brother. He's laughing because it's true. Hey, use it when you got it. That's cool, man.
So true.
I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
play the cards in your hand, man.
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
I heard that like you can't be racist if you're not white, so
They tell you that?
I'm gonna
That's
stay out of this.
that's fucking
Yeah,
cool. They actually tell you that. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Damn.
I hate that like
Okay.
Ignoble is like on paper like maybe one of the smarter people in this call too. It's like pissing me off.
It's really not.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I love that for him. He's got
I'll never
something
forget
going
our
for him.
On
Uh,
paper though.
My
Only on
respect
paper.
for Ignoble and his intelligence crew during it was like 3 a.m. at Vegas. Like the next day we were leaving, we had like a 2-hour conversation. I don't know how long it was, dude. We had deep ass conversation. I will not. That was yeah. That's when I felt like we were truly like. That's when I could feel like I could trust you with my life at that point. Definitely.
we were demon time that night. That was a good
Yeah.
conversation, man.
100%.
I'm not gonna lie. I like just figured out what ignoble solid meant
Yeah.
like recently.
Oh,
does
like
it mean?
ignoble
Like
solid?
ignoble gas,
Is that
but
about-
it's like a solid. I just didn't think
He explained
about
this. He
Yeah,
explained
he-
this.
Okay, pardon me. I was.
I think it's sick. I
Damn.
think it's cool that you figured it out because I don't know. It was like early cast when Ignoble. I think you explained your name on a cast. I could have swore you
think I
did.
did. I might have been pre-Zoe, actually. Yeah.
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 That's crazy.
Casey, what are
sick.
you looking at?
I'm trying to do the quiz for European countries. I'm getting cucked. What is with all these things east of Italy?
They don't exist.
All
to
these
us.
things.
It's literally a
There's
big.
so
That's
many,
Eastern
like,
Europe.
Yeah,
there's so many tiny
someone
Eastern European countries that I forgot existed.
Someone literally like spilled a puzzle box over Eastern Europe, and that's kind of how that happened.
Is Bulgaria over there?
I did get Bulgaria.
Of course.
Oh, didn't our friend get banned?
No, he got hacked. He got hacked as
Oh,
well.
okay.
In
There's
RuneScape.
no way Destructor got
In
banned.
RuneScape.
What would he do?
He is also, sources have said he has recently been seen driving a Bugatti as well. So there could be some correlation there with
That
some
is
real
true.
injury.
I see.
So we'll see.
It happens.
I saw
does,
him
yeah.
outside of in the CG lobby. It was like 6:00 my time, and I was like, "Damn, Destructo's up on some actual demon time shit in his time, just doing CG, not live." Like,
Aw,
it was so
that's
funny.
cute.
that's
He was on the
I've been there,
rebuild.
dude.
Yeah, 'cause he's broke.
I can feel that.
I've been there too. It's not
You
a
haven't
good
been
time.
hacked. You're just poor, though.
Me? I'm not poor.
No, not you. Fucking 9 Rain.
But
No,
no,
Nine Rain
you
just
are,
plays
yeah.
a fake
He's
iron.
also an Iron Main.
Yeah, just play
Yo,
fake
it's
iron.
not. I mean, he can still use the GE. Let's not
Oh
get
my
ahead of
God.
ourselves.
Hey, we don't say that.
Yeah, come on, Zoe. What the?
Sorry, my bad.
You can do that if you're 9 Rain. You
You're
can do
gonna
that.
bring me
game
on
mode.
here, say
Okay.
something like that?
That's my bad. I'm sorry. It won't
We
happen
literally
again.
brought you here to roast you. That's literally the only
We're
thing.
like, we feel comfortable roasting you though. It's because you're our friend. Like,
Bring it
this
on,
is the
bring it on.
highest compliment is us talking
I've
shit about your
got
account.
no
I can
shame.
say
I
what
love it.
True,
whatever
that's
I
true.
want.
Yeah.
Aw.
That is true.
You talk
Yeah,
shit.
I'll only
you
make fun
talk
of
shit
someone
about
if I'm
your.
their friend.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's what pissed me
To their
off the
face.
most about the whole like the video where I was making fun of my friend for being Jewish. I was like, yeah, I'm only saying these things because he's like, I would kill for this man, and I had people telling me that they were like, well, like they felt bad for him, like from his perspective. I was like, don't you dare, you don't know him, my friend. Fuck
I
off.
love when people get offended on other people's behalf. That
I
shit
was
is
so.
I
Those were the
like
people
doing
that
that.
pissed me off
That's
the
my
most.
favorite
That
thing.
were
White
like,
people.
they were like, I feel so bad for him, and he probably felt like blank and blank. I was like, you don't know what the fuck my friend felt. Anyways,
Yes.
sorry, those people pissed me off.
How long
No,
ago
it's-
was this? I don't remember.
That was a
you
long
getting
time ago.
canceled.
That's a long
It was-
time ago.
Yeah,
Like a year ago, at least.
yeah.
Okay.
There are people that like being outraged on behalf of others. It's you know,
You
That's
just,
one of my favorite
what happened is
pastimes,
you just call
truly.
people when they're bored, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, you
I don't
gotta
know.
be.
There was a really, really cringe video on Twitter of like earlier on in mid-pandemic of white people going up to random black strangers, random black people, and apologizing like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and they're like, "Why the fuck? Like who are you?
sounds like
Why
a
are you saying sorry
psyop.
to me?"
So
It's like,
cringe.
it was so
Like
Saying
cringe.
they're sorry for white people being racist to them.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to watch
Yeah.
your mouth, Kinix. You didn't know.
Yeah, well, come on.
Not because
You guys are kidding.
Not because the whole white thing. You probably should wash your mouth, man. It's just like
I just
I
yeah,
saw a
I agree with
TikTok comment
Ignoble.
the other day where this girl accused somebody of using AAVE for saying y'all.
Brother.
Yeah.
Oh
What
my
is-
god. African American vernacular.
Oh,
English?
okay.
for
No,
saying
sorry.
y'all.
Y'all?
For saying y'all, yeah.
We just say that. I just say
I
y'all
say
because
y'all.
it's shorter. What?
That's why we say most of a southern thing, right?
That's
I mean,
my
just anybody
vernacular.
actually.
I
Just
will
kinda just
fight
anyone
for
can say
y'all.
that.
Like that's my thing. I don't know. Like
I've always said y'all.
Y'all is actually more inclusive because people like if you can
Yeah,
say
it's like
a lot of
y'all
people say
folks.
you
I
guys
know, I was
and you
gonna
know
say,
guys is
when you're
guys
not
is
around
gender,
y'all,
but
you say you
all-
guys.
Yeah, y'all is more gender
Uh-huh.
inclusive, so like it's actually better to use that.
Yep.
So
Damn,
Southerners
I
bro.
will
love
always
y'all.
rat.
I love all of y'all for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Aww.
Bring
Aw.
back
For the
confetti.
longest time, I used to
Y'all.
spell y'all with the apostrophe after the YA, and Zoe grilled me for it one day, and I changed my spelling for the rest of my life.
Sorry.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it was stupid.
It's okay. I'm here to grill
Yeah.
you. That's what I'm here for.
Appreciate it.
I got you.
Man.
What were
I
we
love
talking
your
about?
no step on Sneck, by the way. I fucking love
It's
that.
not good.
I know, bro.
It's not
People
good.
think I'm like a flaming, like
This is the Joe Rogan
extremely conservative human, and I'm like,
I mean,
bro,
I've been
it's
in a
a
call with you
joke.
off cast. I know the truth.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
Nick.
say
Well, I've heard the things you said, bro.
The Seder
Don't-
cast and the
man.
shrooms. A lot of people are like, that definitely had those a Joe Rogan vibe podcast. It was just like deep into the mushrooms and the psychedelic properties. That's
Mushrooms
probably
are a
is Joe
very
Rogan.
interesting topic, to be
Yeah.
fair. Joe
But
Rogan.
not
love
every
that
not
cast.
every Joe Rogan
Uh.
pod, like if you watch like the original Joe Rogan podcast where he's just fucking like has all kinds of crazy people on talking about psychedelics.
It was real fucking.
It was way more
unhinged.
interesting. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
like political at all. It was just very just unhinged, just fun, like crazy.
That's where it took a turn.
Yeah, well, yeah, it took a turn obviously when he got super popular, but yeah, the first few when he had like Joey Diaz on, the comedian. I don't know if anybody are familiar with him, but he's hilarious. And
Oh,
How much
Joey
do you think
Diaz
he
the goat.
charges?
Yeah.
How much do you think he charges a sponsor for a spot on the Joe Rogan podcast?
a ton. He's the biggest podcast there is, right? I don't think it was.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
he's
for
number
sure.
one. Yeah, he's
he's number one. Yeah,
Guys,
That's
can
what
I be
thought.
honest?
Yeah,
I've never
touch.
listened to the Joe Rogan podcast.
It's okay.
It's
You're not.
yeah.
How do you
I
even
love
clip
it.
it?
I love it, but
When-
we do a good one
It
too.
depends on the guest. It's all about the guest on there.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of the MMA ones like back in the day.
The fight companions are
Fight
awesome. Those are
companions
great.
were the
Fun as
best.
shit.
Yeah, it's just fun. There's
Yeah,
no
they're
like
just
there's
talking about
nothing weird.
MMA and like
Yeah.
beating shit up. It was very cool.
Yeah, they're all drinking and smoking and having a good time.
I think I watched the one with Alex Jones, which I had never.
That is a hilarious podcast.
Dude, that
I'm gonna
one's
be honest.
insane.
That was my first experience with Alex and Laz. To be honest, it's the only time I've ever seen anything with Alex Jones. That dude was fucking crazy.
I ironically love Alex Jones.
And watching them try to reel him in and like try and like get something out of it.
That's the best part.
Clinton
is a
lizard. She lives in a cave with other lizards.
Dude, here's the thing. I have a friend that until that moment I didn't like whatever Alex Jones has, my friend has this. And I could see the way that
Raving
Joe was
lunatic.
well, no, but like the relationship between Joe and Alex.
Oh,
I felt like Joe in that moment, the whole fucking podcast. I was just like, holy shit. It's like it was really interesting. I don't remember anything from it. I couldn't tell you 5 seconds of facts of
Dude,
something
there's
from
so
there, but
many
it was
great
very-
there's like so many like insane clips from that podcast because he was
Dude,
literally just off the
I think
rails. dude.
at one point Alex Jones is like, people will be studying this like for like 40 years from now. I think that was a decent Alex Jones. I think.
yeah,
Pretty decent.
that wasn't. Seth is the goat.
That
You
was
know?
like
Nine Rain is a globalist construction put into
Wait, that's really good.
Iron Man. He's not a real Iron Man. The New World Order is trying to make you think he is an Iron Man, but he is not, in fact, an Iron Man. He's standing on the graves of Iron Man everywhere.
That's really good.
Dude, Alex
Like, I didn't do a
Jones,
timer, but that's the
I'm
clip.
like Zoe. Like I love him just because he's so. It's just it's hilarious. It's just it's comical to me.
I honestly believe 1 out of every 10 things he says is really true, and the fucked up and the really bad thing is everything he says is horribly fucked up,
Yeah.
and one of them is true, and we don't know what the
That's,
fuck
his-
it
We're
is.
talking about conspiracy theories.
Alex
talking about
Jones
Alex Jones,
specifically.
brother.
yeah. So yes, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
think
like
that's true about a lot of the like crazy people who have like crazy
Yeah,
takes. All of them will
yes.
have they'll have like something they say where you're listening, you're like, okay, well that kind of
Yeah.
makes sense, and then they just lose you completely.
because you could
That's how I
tell
get it.
immediately that this dude's level of intelligence was so fucking off the charts. But the problem with that is
Alex Jones?
yeah. I'd say IQ, he's at least like one. It doesn't mean he's wise
take.
or it doesn't mean he's like wise or good. But I guarantee you put that guy in an IQ test and he's like 160.
Well,
I disagree.
he might pass.
I disagree.
No. I'm
To me,
talking
he seems
hard
like a guy
IQ.
that just kind of regurgitates stuff.
I feel like if you
he
use
hears one
I feel
thing.
like if
He's
you
the
use maybe like
character, though.
if you used Andrew Tate as an example of that, because I feel like he's more self-aware of like the character he's playing. I think Alex Jones is actually crazy. I
No,
think that
I think
I'm
Alex
not
Jones
saying
is
he's
very
not
aware of the
crazy. I'm
character
not
he's
saying
playing.
having a
think
high
so?
IQ doesn't
Did you guys hear
exclude you
the-
from
Did you hear the hot mic footage of his interview with Andrew Callahan?
whose
No.
interview with Andrew? And I don't know who Andrew Callahan is.
Andrew Callahan is Channel 5 News, the guy who was all gas, no brakes.
yes, that is an
Remember that
insane
channel?
interview.
He interviewed Alex Jones, and Alex Jones like left his mic on. And at the end of the interview, he was talking to his producer, and he's like, "Was that good? Like, did I play that up enough?" He like said that, and it's really frowned upon to use hot mic footage. Like it's really kind of a low thing to do, but he did it because he was like this is like Alex Jones is not real. Like he's not a real guy. He's selling supplements. He just sells supplements. That's all he does.
Well, and on top of that, like you can, even if Alex Jones is like half real, but he just dials it up to like 1 billion.
And you can tell at that point.
I saw some clips, like YouTube shorts from that, of them. Like you can tell they're putting on a show, and it's fucking insane.
For sure.
It's just a show.
Just imagine if he walks in the house and he's still like that. Like you just like, come on, man.
I mean, I think he's put it on to an extent, but there's definitely some crazy there. Like,
he probably's got some issues. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think because we were talking about conspiracy theories, because what I was going to say about the intelligence thing is people who are really, really smart, like, and can see patterns and shit and draw all these different disparate parts together. The good thing is they can do that sometimes, and it's really useful. But the bad thing is they're so good at doing that they can draw these things together that don't have anything to do with each other, which is what a conspiracy theory is. They're just way too smart that they're like, you know.
Intelligence is not like it's not like a unidimensional thing. IQ is a notoriously unreliable way of measuring.
That's not true.
Anything. There's a lot of different types of IQ. Like it's not just IQ.
Actual like plastic IQ is probably the most easy thing to measure in all of social science, and it's not close. So if we are going to talk about social science at all, IQ is like the king. It's very easy to measure.
I'm not saying it's useless. I'm just saying that it's not like it doesn't paint a full picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just one dimension of personality, but it's also the not fun thing about it is it's really it's a really good performance predictor, unfortunately, which means
for what? Performance for what?
All kinds of jobs and tasks and tests and whatever. If you get someone's IQ, it's an extremely strong performance predictor, which in the world of social science means you're actually talking about something. Because if you can't go take that number and then like predict performance on a whole bunch of other things, then you probably aren't measuring anything real. So, but it does that really well, which is, I get, like the best way that you can take these like things that we measure and then actually be like, all right, is this an actual part of personality? And IQ is like really good at doing that.
Isn't IQ basically just like your natural ability to like solve problems and puzzles and things like that?
Yeah. Well, there's like several different types of IQ, is there not? Like spatial reasoning.
If you're gonna measure it, there's like one good way to measure it, and you get one dimension. I don't know if there's there's lots of theories about different types of intelligence. And so probably there's lots, and it's probably not unidimensional at all, but we're not that good at measuring it. So like another thing that happens in psychology in this like regard is personality. Right now, like the model for personality is the Big Five, of which you take a test of self-reported personality. So it immediately has to be based in language. It's self-reported, and so is I don't know, open to all kinds of variables like how did you eat?
Are you talking about the Myers-Briggs?
No, Myers-Briggs. Nope. This is the Big Five personality test. Myers-Briggs is actually interesting because it's not a performance predictor at all.
Yeah,
but it's really fun to talk about.
It's a personality test.
Yeah, but the Big Five.
It's fun to put on your Hinge profile and have a girl like you. Be like, oh my God.
And I love talking about Myers-Briggs, but the Big Five actually is a performance predictor. You can go take the test.
Okay, interesting.
You can take it out into the world and you can draw a conclusion from it and you'll be right.
That's different than an IQ test?
Well, an IQ test. So the reason I was bringing up the Big Five is right now, we have a model of personality that is 5 distinct. It's openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. But is that what personality is? Probably not. We just have a decent way of measuring it with really specific assumptions that are actually still useful. So it's not like it's bad. Like oh, I don't know. Like Newtonian physics was good enough before quantum physics, but that, and then it turns out there were a whole bunch of like assumptions about it that were not that good, but it was practical. So then you were saying something about something enough that we could like have modern science. So I think that's probably where we're at with personality is we can talk about intelligence and we can talk about these big 5 traits enough that it's useful, but it's not like, do I think we're talking about the whole, like aspect of it? Not even close, probably.
I think it's a really good analogy. Holy.
Thanks, man.
That was a deep dive.
I
like
love
it.
that shit.
I
That's
like
what
that tangent.
yeah.
That was a good tangent.
That's what I
That's good.
studied after college, so I actually know it.
That is crazy to think that that's still a developing thing though, how you gauge like intelligence.
Well, social sciences are
Social science is so
tough.
yeah.
They're very
very
liquid.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, because
That
it's
is
just
so
so hard
cool.
to measure things. And then a lot of time you're not even asking the right questions. So you're like what you're trying to measure. I don't know. Yeah, it's really rough. But I stop me if I go too long. But the one cool thing about I love the Big 5 personality test because it's an theoretical model. So the Myers-Briggs is theoretical. A bunch of people came together. I assume their names were Myers and Briggs, and they thought up
A bunch of people.
and they thought up a model for personality. And it makes sense, and we can talk about it and understand it and relate to different aspects of it. But with the Big 5, the way that it came about was they took tons and tons of personality tests over time, cross cultures, whatever. And they, we'll start here. So like, let's say, Ignoble, you're taking a personality test, and I say on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being low, you don't agree with it, 5 being the opposite, you agree heavily. How happy do you feel generally throughout the day? And then, I don't know, maybe it's a 100-question test. So 10 questions later, I say, okay, how often do you find yourself smiling throughout the day? And then, 3 questions later, I say something like, do you generally feel joy, feelings of joy? Well, it turns out if you take that personality test and you take those questions, people that say you ranked, you said 4 on the first one, the odds that you would say 4 on all of them is pretty high. They're going to be correlated. And so what that means technically is I'm not asking you 3 different questions, really. I'm kind of asking the same question in 3 different ways. And so you can do a statistical analysis of data called a factor analysis. And what it does is it rank orders and weights all of the questions against each other into how many actual questions you're asking. And if you do that with self-reported tests of personality, you get 5 distinct dimensions that have and it's a little more complicated than that most of them can be broken up into 2 more explicit kind of things. But that's how we got the Big 5 model. So it's theoretical, and it's just through like mass data. And as someone who likes science, because it, you don't get caught up in how people like, I don't know, it's just so clean. So the Big 5 is an theoretical model, and that's why I like it so much. And turns out if you take an theoretical model, you can actually go do stuff with it.
How many tests have you taken? Have
You
you
should
taken
do your
any of these or
PowerPoint
no?
on this, dude.
Yeah, that could be your,
maybe
maybe
it's
30
this.
minutes.
Well, I'll do this while we have our asses pointed at mother son.
Yeah.
That would be the best
Okay,
time.
I like that.
Have you
Have
heard
any
of
of you taken
Enneagrams?
personality test? Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, have I taken
Enneagrams?
them?
Yeah,
Sorry,
that
Joe,
is,
you
yeah.
said have I taken personality?
I was just
tests?
asking anybody if you've taken the personality test.
Oh.
I've not taken one
Not
myself.
the Big 5. I've taken the
No, I've taken
Myers-Briggs
Myers-Briggs,
thing.
yeah. But
I did Enneagram and Myers-Briggs and Big 5.
I did
So I didn't-
Enneagram like 2 weeks ago.
What's the
Yeah.
Enneagram?
relatively recently.
What's that?
I don't know,
It's
just
another
some
personality-
personality
some
quiz Annie
personality
had me
type
do.
thing. Yeah, I was like seeing this girl, and she's like, "Oh, what's your personality type?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know." She's like, she pulled out a giant goddamn book that had like pentagrams and shit on it. And she's like, "Oh, read all this shit." I'm like, "All right,
She's
fine,
like,
I'll
cut
just
your
do-"
hand, put it here. You're like, I don't know. Sorry.
If I
was
get
down
some
bad, I'm just
pussy,
like, oh,
sure.
That does look like a pentagram, yeah.
Honestly, fuck a
His
purity
hand-
test. What's y'all's rice purity test score? Or
Oh
personality?
no.
I've not done
Actually, I
that
think I
yet.
did pretty good on that.
Really?
What?
Oh,
Pretty
What?
good.
Rice purity
The-
test?
That's
What
not
is
real,
rice
is it?
purity?
Like that's a joke,
that?
right? Like that test is not
mean-
from Rice University. Like that's a joke.
I don't know. I don't know where it's from, but it's
I've never
basically
heard
a
of
test. I think it's like 100 questions, and it just basically is a way to gauge your purity in terms of like drugs and sex and things like that.
Things that are impure.
Yeah, things that are
Yeah.
impure.
Huh.
So. I mean,
pretty good.
It's pretty
It's a
much as
lot of
scientific as they get.
questions.
It's like, have you done meth? Yes or
to
no?
what end? Do they just
Held
like,
hands,
just
romantic.
curious?
Okay, let me give you. I'll give you two extremes
Each
from
yes
it.
is 1 point. Each no is 0 points.
Huh.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, there. It goes from held hands romantically to
The last
had
one was like
sexual-
thought of killing a dog or something. Or
Yeah,
had
the one-
sexual intercourse
bestiality.
3 or more times in one night. It even gets crazier than that.
The
A
very end
pregnancy
is like
scare.
bestiality. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, engaged in bestiality. Holy shit.
Yeah, it gets wild at the bottom.
That's pretty normal
Whoa.
down here.
All right.
Wait,
What do you mean
Tennessee?
down here?
Well, the interesting thing about that is they're all weighted the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know when you answer those that you're getting a point.
Also,
So you-
but that's
I'm not
also
sure I'm not sure how scientific it is. It's just like a fun thing to do.
Yeah, huh? That's interesting.
I don't know. Have you
Bro, Myra
guys?
was about to
Take that
start
test.
talking
There was-
crazy about how bad that test is before you
That's-
stopped them there.
I'd also argue that it's like
Actually-
collection logs. You know,
That's a collection
that.
log, yeah.
It's like collection
yeah.
logs. Like even if
That's a
like
good way to put it.
everything's weighted the same, but if you
Right.
have over 1,000 log slots, like obviously
You know
do
you've
this
hit
a
the
lot,
good
You got
you know?
the easy one.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
It's
point.
true, yeah.
Yeah,
There was
Oh,
a
God.
What a
there was a
comparison.
test that was being posted on
that's
Twitter
actually a
for
really good comparison.
a test for
fucking
EQ on Twitter, which like scores your empathy or whatever. It was very interesting to see
Is that,
people's
is that emotional quotient? Is that what that stands for?
Yes.
empathy quotient. I don't know.
I think it's emotional.
Yeah, maybe it could just but I saw a lot of people's like responses to that. Like I'm pretty sure Tedious scored under a 30 on it.
The
Which if you
autism
score,
test?
yeah, it's basically
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Wait,
He
yeah.
scored
it's
under
the
a
autism
30.
test, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
and
that's-
it says if you're under 30, you're more
Have you
likely
seen his
to have
YouTube
autism.
videos? You know?
Well, you know.
Yeah, no.
Wait, just
Are
Great
you-
people can be
are they-
autistic.
I'm sorry, but is this equating autism with lack of empathy?
Yes, that is exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
If you take the
Is that a
the
thing?
quiz, it's not yes, but it's not
yeah.
like exactly just like about empathy. It's also your ability to pick up on like social cues and like
Yeah.
Right.
like emotions of
Yeah.
others and things like that. So that's
Okay.
how it relates to
Yeah, it's-
like autism.
It's not saying autistic people are like sociopaths. It's just saying that they lack
maybe-
the ability to connect empathetically with other people, not from like a
Right.
Yeah.
dark, way, just because they don't have the framework. So they're very literal. I have a cousin with autism, like super literal,
Yeah.
and like not empathetic in that. Like if someone comes to him crying and says a dog ran away, he'd be like, "Uh-oh, let's get a new one." Like that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
The questions aren't like, do you feel sad when other people are sad? I mean, it is a little bit, but the questions are more like,
Right.
can you tell when somebody in the conversation wants you to stop talking or like things like that? Like something, you know.
That would be a
little more
hard
than-
test to take well.
This is
Yeah,
interesting.
because-
I've never
I think
thought
that's
about
kinda
taking.
hard.
You don't think
I
so?
was gonna say
for me.
Yeah, I know I answered truthfully, but I have a friend that I had take it, and I'm like, and this sounds terrible, but I genuinely think he's like pretty much on the spectrum, like just not even like in like a rude or mean aspect. Like I just know the way he is in social
Nothing wrong with being on the
environments.
spectrum.
That's what I'm saying, and he takes it in like such a negative context after he took it, and he scored above the 30, and I was like, okay, so your score is above 30, but I guarantee you, like most of your answers were probably wishful thinking, like, and that's just where it's like, as Nine Rin said, like
Right,
when
now-
you self-report,
That's now where you're the asshole.
yeah, yeah.
You were
Yeah,
autistic.
he cheated on the autism
No
test.
way. You're
Cheated on the
Ain't no way he cheated on the autism test.
And I wasn't trying to.
Nah, dude. Hey, either you're an asshole or you're a good friend. You know? Hey, maybe that.
That's what I'm like, bro. I just want you to genuinely get checked because, like, I feel like you could maybe take some advantages from maybe acknowledging that
Nick,
you
you think I
are.
scored
Yeah,
over
well,
30?
that's like the main reason to go get
got like a
diagnosed
60.
with anything is that you can understand yourself and then do something about it. Because like,
That's what I'm saying. He could get help. It's just
yeah,
whatever.
it's not like, yeah, it is what it is. Like,
Just send
He's
him.
still a good guy.
Bro, you should
I've
hit him up
never
and be like,
taken a
hey, bro,
single
check
one.
out my pod, and then send him this one.
This is not the one. This is not the one I'm telling people to look at. I'm good.
That's interesting. I wonder how they correlate the because I've taken multiple like psych evals for like the government, and I like a lot of the questions you guys are talking about. It's very similar. They're very like super crazy or just simple stuff. So it's like, have you ever thought about killing your entire family? And then it's like, do you feel happy? How happy do you feel about this? Like it's very.
Well,
yeah.
don't they like
Extreme.
organize it and structure it like that on purpose? Isn't there's something
I
behind
have no
that?
clue. That's the only.
Yeah,
that's
it's so
there's
that
like,
you don't think it's like if you are that way, it's so that you don't think it's like getting worse as it goes. It's like
I'm sure-
if these things are equally normal to you, then they're going to be organized that way.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a lot of thought goes into how it's organized. I don't actually know that part of
Yeah.
like.
I'm gonna go take some of these tests now. I've never thought about taking a personality test or anything, but I would like to now that you
Pretty
guys.
cool.
I didn't know everybody's been.
I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed taking them. They're kind of hard for me. Like when I took the one about the Big Five, it was kind of hard because I knew so much about how it was measured that I was like, I already knew what everything was asking really.
Damn,
and
you
so,
cheated.
Well, it was just hard to be
Ain't no way
objective
you
about it
cheated.
because then I'm always like,
Damn, he
do I-
cheated on the autism test.
Like, it's just really hard to be like,
Ain't
am
no
I that or is that what I want to be? So I was trying to cheat on that.
Do you know who Lex
Zoe, that's got to be a
Friedman
tweet
is?
from you tonight.
I do know who that is.
Hey,
Did you watch his podcast with the CIA? It was like an ex-CIA agent named Andrew, like Bustamante, I think. Did you watch that podcast?
No,
Because he talks about how the CIA recruits potential agents, and one of the big things they do to sort people is the Myers-Briggs test.
that seems crazy to me
That sounds crazy to me too.
because it's, as far as I'm aware,
Hotly
still to
debated.
this day not a performance predictor, and the CIA.
I think it's less
would do
about
what was-
performance predictor and more just about like a behavior predictor.
Well, that's my nice way of saying the Myers-Briggs isn't talking about anything that's substantially real. Like,
Well, I've heard the
to be
Myers-Briggs
practical.
is like hotly debated, and that's why I thought it was weird.
it is for that reason because it's by far the most popular. But still, as far as I'm aware, I don't know if something changed in the past 5 years and Myers-Briggs is kicking ass and doing all kinds of like, who knows?
I will quickly be the devil's advocate and just say everything is equally real. Okay. The tests
fair.
that you are talking about seem to have a higher correlation between the way your personality affects the way you perform in modern day society, which arguably, back to zombie apocalypse, if we're in the zombie apocalypse, I'm going to say the Myers-Briggs might be more important. You know what I mean? Even if it's not real.
Because
You know what I
so
mean?
clarify what Myers-Briggs is talking about. How you relate to like, isn't it all about like giving and receiving information on different levels? So
I
isn't it
don't
a lot more
remember.
subjective or something?
All
I
I'm
remember.
saying is the Big Five and both IQ tests both relate to like how you perform in society, to like how well you can perform a job. You
I
know?
think Myers-Briggs is more
I
so
think-
how you process information and things
Yeah.
around you.
Okay. To be completely honest, I bet you could weight the dimensions of the Myers-Briggs against the Big Five and get like a really interesting, like look at how the Myers-Briggs is actually some kind of distribution of Big Five personality groupings, is what I would guess.
There's got to be some
Probably,
correlation.
yeah.
of course.
I'm
There's
sure.
definitely,
I'm
yeah.
sure there
I
would be.
actually tried to look for that paper, and I don't know if I didn't look in the right places, but this was like 2 years ago, and I couldn't find anything really good on it.
And add IQ to a third dimension on that. I think that would be really
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yep.
Speaking of IQ, actually, I was going to bring this one up. You were talking about like IQ being or whatever. I was going to get to the Unabomber. He is.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
taking it
We're
in.
ramping it
Okay.
down.
It's funny.
He is
It's funny
he's a
you
good
say
guy.
that.
No.
It's funny
he
you say
actually,
that.
like,
This is the
That's-
second podcast where I've talked about the Unabomber, dude. So I don't, and that's not like a
Okay,
thing in my
I
life.
actually don't even know. Can we get a
So-
backstory on the Unabomber then? Because
Yeah.
Oh my
so
god, yeah.
Ted
maybe I don't know a
Kaczynski-
lot.
Ted Kaczynski was a guy who went mental, and he was known as the Unabomber. He was sending like pipe bombs to different places to like injure and or
Government
murder people,
agencies
stuff
and
like that.
stuff.
It's like for
Yeah.
the vibes, really.
Yep.
Yes, like the vibes. But
He
he was
hated
actually
industrialist
extremely.
society.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So actually, I was going to say that his manifesto, which is like, I hate to say this, I think you guys should read it because the manifesto is called "Industrial Society and Its Future." It's actually a good read.
Oh.
Right,
outside of the
You
fact
read
that
you actually read the manifesto?
It
I
could
did.
be that
Not
the
only
Unabomber
did he
had some
say
really
he
good
read
points.
the
and just went-
manifesto, he
Well, I've read-
classified it as a good read.
I read like the Spark Notes version in college, but you actually read the like actual manifesto.
know?
You read through.
Yeah, I did. It's not
Let
even
him
that
cook.
long.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
It's not that
Yeah,
long.
yeah. Keep cooking. Keep cooking.
Still,
The thing is,
Yeah,
like,
brother.
he was an extremely intelligent man. Like, he was like at the age of like early 20s, like just out of college, around that age. He was like a prodigy. He was like at Caltech or one of like the big Cal schools, like as a professor. He was not a great teacher, but he
Oh,
was like
shit.
one of the few people who was just like, he was described as like one of a handful of people in the world who can like identify and do these particular mathematical concepts. But then he went down like this crazy route of just like, the whole industrialism is bad and awful, and he wrote the manifesto, and that's where he went off the deep end. But he was supposedly an extremely intelligent individual and very good, like extremely bright. But look at how he sort of turned out. You were saying like the outcomes of people with extremely high IQs are just like all over the place.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean you're going to have a good life at all. It could mean that you're very productive and very successful, but it has nothing to do with happiness. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of good.
Smart people are a lot sadder.
There's a,
I was
there's a
going to say
lot of
this is
there's a
totally
lot of
anecdotal,
evidence.
but like,
Yeah.
a lot of my really smart friends are super depressed.
There-
like
there's a lot of
really, really
evidence to
smart friends.
suggest that intelligence is obviously an extreme advantage for people, but it is a heavy burden to bear if you don't support it with, like, I don't know, being a normal human. Well, so yeah, there's
Well,
that.
it's
That's
also
a
just like the fact that you are just a little bit more aware of the way that life works and like a little
Yeah.
bit more aware of your mortality. It's just like every day is kind of not that I'm
not,
speaking from experience or anything, but
Well,
every day another day.
you have a
self-awareness.
very high IQ.
Isn't self-awareness also correlated to depression? Like if you're
Yes.
hyper self-aware, like it's way likelier that you'll suffer from some form of depression.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Or you
reading, like,
embrace
little
the mortality.
Well, it
Like, there's
depends
two
on
different
it
things.
depends on what you mean by self-aware. If you mean by like the amount of attention you
I feel like self-aware in that sense he's talking about is like your
Like
significance.
genuinely emotionally intelligent, I think.
I see.
Like-
see. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably,
Like people who are
probably
really-
in
Your
both
actions
respects
and
of the
how they
word.
present, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, because if we're being real about like people, it's not crazy that people go crazy or feel bad. It's crazy that people
no.
feel good sometimes.
That's true.
No, 100%.
Like, that's
what I was gonna
honestly,
say,
like-
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
truly
good point.
self-aware people are like talking about mortality. Like they're fully in touch with it. They know like that is where that depression comes from. It's like they know that it's gonna that's all they're thinking about. They're not thinking about
Right.
any of the other aspects that they can bring to their life to bring the happiness that honestly, yeah, it's rare. It makes sense.
Yeah.
The
They
ignorance
just said
is
like
bliss,
that
baby.
awareness
What about
is
what about the
sorry,
Unabomber? What do we?
Well, he was saying
Ignoble just wanted to like sneak
Why'd you
in
bring
some
this up, bro?
praise.
Now I'm
Well,
having
he
the
was
late night
saying, like,
thoughts
the
now,
high-
bro. The
he
late
was
night
so high
thoughts.
because he's
Girl,
an
these are my
extremely
everyday
intelligent
thoughts.
individual, but like his
it was like his intelligence corrupted him, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was
It's
like a
his,
burden.
his whole idea was like technology is bad and like and ruining in a sense of like it's ruining like the communities that people make, and like the Industrial Revolution was a negative thing in the growth of
Yeah, he's the
human
evil.
evolution.
Mythologically, he's the evil wizard in the tower, you know?
God, yeah,
Like that's yeah.
I'm kind
a
of on his
little-
side. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
I honestly
Hot
feel
take. Hot
especially
take.
now,
in the room. Is that a little bit
we're
of
sitting here
Ravenclaw? No,
complaining
that's
about the fact
Ravenclaw.
that
Wait a
like,
minute.
we sit at our like PCs or like at our like in
Yeah.
bed watching TikToks like an hour before we sleep. Just like we're like really tuned into this technological thing that like that he's describing very well in this essay that he wrote back in the 90s. I don't know. I feel like it's very relevant. People should read it because it's take like obviously I'm not saying the actions he took
Right.
was good, but like
Yeah.
I understand
good.
the
Distance
All right,
intentions
so
of
then,
it.
then my question: what is the correlation between the good things, or maybe not, maybe good's the wrong word, but the important things that he talked about in his manifesto to what he was doing with the bombings? Like, I don't understand that. Like, that's the missing part for me. Like, why was he blowing stuff up?
He didn't want it there anymore.
Resentment and hatred and
Yeah.
fear and all that shit. Yeah. I mean, I can
That's where it
there's-
goes into
there's-
extremism.
I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
that's where the extremism comes in.
Big, like, you can understand why people do terrible things all the time because the world is terrible.
Right.
But
But you're not
you
gonna
know,
like do anything about it.
Well, it just sometimes, like, I'm sure there's plenty of people who understand that, like, sometimes that, like, extreme action throughout history has been necessary. And then sometimes it's just completely misplaced. Like, I'm not saying the Unabomber, like, solved anything.
I understand now.
obviously. Well, and there's, like, a price to pay for any kind of change, but that doesn't mean you can force it upon other people, like, by blowing shit up, you know?
Well, you can.
Well, it doesn't mean you should, right? Would be I guess
listen, before I go further, my example is going to be World War II. We fucking dropped 2 nuclear bombs, and that's
Well,
fear change.
How about this? If Ted Kaczynski did not mail any bombs, we probably would not be.
We wouldn't be talking about it. I was going to say that. Yeah.
That's true too, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Ted.
Sometimes
you,
like your
but- Just
own
reading, like,
mortality
the-
is.
Anyone
way
know
less
how to make a
important.
pipe bomb? By the way.
And there goes the monetization.
I do not.
I do.
I'm gonna give a talk on that when we are in East Tennessee.
I do. If you,
Yeah, of
if
course,
you
Ignoble knows how to make a pipe
do
bomb.
not
Whoa,
search,
brother!
do not-
It's because you're
do
smart.
not.
It's you're smart.
Public service announcement: do not search on the internet about making bomb. Do not buy the fucking the cookbook. Don't
Nitrite fertilizer.
Yeah,
do not
also,
do it.
And doing a little control N does also still don't control N and then search that. They know.
Yeah.
do
You're
not.
still not
yes.
cool.
No, it's definitely
I mean,
don't
it's
do that.
cool, but like it's not.
It's cool, but it's not like. Yeah.
I mean, making bombs is like awesome, but
Yeah, like
But it's
making
like
pipe
smoking
bombs.
The scary
cigarettes
thing
in
about
middle
making
school.
bombs
So cool.
is the scariest thing about it is how easy it is, and how
Yeah.
it's readily available
Accessible,
in
yeah.
most. Yeah, it's that's the scary part about
What
bombs.
Seth means to say is it's really hard. All of
Yeah,
the
don't do it.
entire
Super hard.
process.
Don't
the only thing
research
stopping
it.
y'all from making bombs is a little bit of morals and a little bit of laws.
Isn't
That's
that
not really
just
not that much.
insane?
Society.
They are effective.
We like
So-
fireworks.
Who says those are
They're
stopping
happy
us?
bombs.
I wanted to get a little excerpt from this dude's wiki. First of all, his IQ is apparently 167.
That checks
And-
out.
High.
You start going
high.
fucking crazy after 160. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he published the Mountain Manifesto, he said he argued that his bombings were extreme but necessary to attract the attention to the erosion of human freedom and dignity by modern technologies, and that would
got me.
require mass organization.
I
So
hate
that was
it.
his
Honestly,
rationale behind
That's
it.
poetic.
He won.
God damn it.
I'm with it, honestly.
Is he
I'd say
alive?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in prison, isn't he?
He's
think
been
he
in
is?
prison for like a long time. Just
I'm pretty sure he's still
20-some years.
alive.
I don't think he's gonna
Base
leave
goes
anytime
to
soon.
meet Ted Kaczynski.
That's a YouTube video right there, T Papa.
I'm writing it down.
We met
We're
the
not gonna go
Unabomber.
meet Ted Kaczynski. Though I wish we would.
Do you think he would speak with us? Do you think he would meet with us? You know?
You guys, you want to come on the podcast?
We could get big enough one day. First voted, then Ted Kaczynski.
Hey, yo,
We're
Ted,
good,
you want to
y'all.
go on
Holy
the pod?
shit!
Actually, Ted Kaczynski, then Bodie. I feel like it goes in that order.
Yeah.
Bodie's probably a little more
in terms
popular
of
right now,
cultural
Yeah, a little more
relevance, yeah.
famous. Yeah.
That's fair.
The Zoomers probably don't even know what that shit is. They're just like the
Oh, the
what?
boomers.
I saw the Netflix
that is
series.
that is a
Yeah.
pipe bomb joke.
There's-
by
I
the
mean,
way.
he
I
has
Netflix.
0 followers on Twitch, so like, who's
That's
really the
true.
winner?
That's true.
If that name's not taken,
Would they let you
I wonder
change
if it's
that?
allowed.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I'm looking.
what were we talking
Yeah.
about
I know, I
outside
was
of
doing it
pipe
too.
bombs and
I got real deep into that.
RSN.
Oh yeah, it's banned.
Yeah. I actually really love talking about that because it's just like there's also I forget was it him and there was some other people who are just like there's some other very intelligent dude who went through some type of weird weird torture training or some shit like that, and he like snapped and he started doing bad things. I forget.
I feel like
Oh,
there's
you're
a
talking
lot
about
of
the
those.
guy who? Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of.
Oh, you're
something
talking about
Basically,
Dexter.
every white guy in Minnesota.
True.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
My
Well,
bad.
dude, it's like the whole Idaho murders that are going on right now with that one guy. Like he was the
Oh, is that the
PhD
college
in
guy?
criminology, and he went and murdered those people. We don't know a lot about it yet, but
Did he
like,
do that to like to test his degree, like see if it was really worth the tuition, or like what was going on?
we don't know yet.
He's
I
like,
mean,
this was good. They knew what they were talking about.
Criminology
But
is
did
not
we
worth
learn
the
correctly?
He got
Like,
caught.
Mr. Stevenson's
So-
class?
My tattoo artist told me about this.
Cherry.
I don't know how accurate it is, but he said the guy like did a whole like thesis or something on like how serial killers carried out their murders or something, and interviewed a whole bunch of serial killers.
Yeah, he put out a thing. I don't know. It's so complicated, but yeah, he put out
That's
a thing essentially
creepy.
trying to. It's so creepy, bro. And he,
Because if he did his thesis on that, he was probably thinking about it the whole time.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like,
Yeah, like he's got this dark interest in it, you know.
That's crazy.
He's like, I'd like to
was some
study
sort
the
of study.
actual
I don't wanna say
Necronomicon.
thesis,
They're like, I'm not sure you should read that book. And he's like, I'm gonna
It
read
makes
it.
sense. All the criminology is like at the PhD level is just theory. It's just a bunch of theory and people trying to apply it to certain aspects.
But knowledge
makes
is
sense.
power.
So
I feel like I sound like I'm a serial killer on this cast. I just have to say out loud that I'm not a serial killer, nor do I want to.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I-
literally
You'd be
just
like-
said
you'd
I
be a good
support
one,
Ted
though.
Kaczynski, so I
Defending
don't know,
yourself
man.
kind of
like-
makes it worse.
yeah.
Like no one was accusing you of that except for
No,
you.
I was like kind of like playing it through, being like, if I had never listened to this podcast and had no idea who I was, and I was hearing this for the first time, I'd be slightly concerned.
you're more like a Dexter character. It'd be for the good, the greater
True.
good.
I mean,
So-
fair enough. Zoe,
I'm more like Barry.
I would help you hide the
I
body.
love Barry.
So
Thank you so much.
Not have a panic
Every single
attack.
one of those plushies he has like, represents
It's
something.
fucking like, I gotta tell somebody. I gotta.
Yeah,
no.
I would crack immediately.
If I
just
can,
want to
if
know
I
that.
can make sure I don't go to jail, that's the one I'm doing.
To be honest, though, that's a lot of that's like good weight in your favor, Max, because then like we know you're clean.
What do you? What is the theoretical here that
No,
some
I'm
of
just
us
saying.
aren't?
Well, no, I'm just saying. But for you though, you would
Let's say
crack
Keynix
immediately.
dies. Yeah.
So
who killed
yeah,
him?
like if you killed someone,
It's not
we
you.
would know immediately. You would tell us.
Boost Colton killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah. we know-
Killed me. Oh
I will
my
say this.
God.
Listen, I'll say this. It's an unsettling fact, but pretty much about 50% of people murdered in the United States, those cases go unsolved. About 50%.
A lot of that
half of-
is like gang violence, though, isn't it?
Well, it's not. I mean,
okay.
that's what you
Well,
want to think is
fine.
copium, but it's
Yeah, can you tell me
that
that, please?
definitely factors into it. But I mean, yeah, it's just it's hard because like convicting someone of murder has to be without a shadow of a doubt, like beyond a reasonable doubt, and proving that burden is not easy.
So is
So-
that where it comes in? Is the actual like
Evidence. It's hard to convict someone of murder because it has to be
Yeah, good,
the jury
but
has to be
yeah.
consensus. Yeah, it's
Think
tough.
about OJ.
It goes both
OJ
ways. Sometimes it
didn't
makes it
go.
an easier thing, and then
Yeah,
sometimes it makes it a harder thing. But I mean, that definitely factors into it. There's a lot of like violence in the bigger metropolitan cities that goes unsolved, obviously, just due to resource. But
yeah.
there's a lot of stuff where they have a little bit of evidence, but they don't have enough. So
Yeah.
I'm not advocating for you to kill anybody, but obviously you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks for not advocating. That's really nice of you.
Really sweet. Wait, this is
podcast
completely
took
random.
a very dark turn today.
It really did.
Oh, it's a really fascinating.
Sorry, man. It was just in
podcast.
my
I'm learning
head.
a lot about
okay?
you guys.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So if somebody dies at base Tennessee, what are we doing?
Making a video,
I mean,
first of all.
hopefully,
I
yeah.
thought we were gonna eat them. I thought that was.
Fucking
Fucking
moon.
T Papa's gonna
You
go in
could
the
eat
forest.
I'm on my
and
Logan
be-
Paul shit.
Yeah,
That's the Logan Paul shit right there.
T Papa gonna be in the forest like Logan Paul. The fucking
You
won't
believe who did it? No way.
Tasty's dead. Oh my god, he's
Kid.
Oh
fucking.
shit! It was Logan Paul who filmed the.
Yeah, or maybe Jake
Yeah.
Paul, one of the
Forrest.
two.
It was
No, it
Logan.
was-
It was Logan.
Forrest.
Yeah,
I
they're
stand
the
Jake,
same-
okay?
they're the
I
same
remember-
I stand
person to
Jake
me.
too. Let's fucking go.
I
Jake
remember
did
he-
nothing wrong.
I remember hearing about that, but I didn't know that was Logan Paul because I didn't know who Logan Paul was.
Nice.
I don't
That was,
really. I'm not gonna
long
say I
time
like either
ago.
of them, but Jake Paul is definitely cooler than Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I'm Team Jake. Over
Yeah.
Logan is a
sure.
clout shark now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy.
Logan's fucked.
He's getting
Jake's
exposed
cool.
for the scam too, right? He's
Yeah.
Getting,
Wait.
Yep.
He's getting
Okay,
exposed.
I
Crypto
don't.
All I've seen about him is in every thumbnail he's weeping, and they're like, "We got him." So I don't know if
Yeah.
that's just clickbait or not.
My take on all of it, I feel like he is really hard to cancel because he finds ways around all of it. Like the Suicide Force thing, I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube, but him being able to play that off and still have a career years later.
Dude, the
All right,
only
whatever.
person- The only person to be
Fuck
canceled
you.
recently is fucking DaBaby. DaBaby is the only person who ever has been
Yeah.
canceled recently because he was like, okay, fine, I'm canceled. If you just like, nah, I'm not canceled, I'm gonna
You
keep
just
doing my
have to,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, you
You're
just
fine.
not
If you don't,
canceling's
to not
you
get
You
decide.
gotta pull a 9 rain, man. You just gotta keep chugging.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
you
get
got
it,
bored.
even
Say
like,
worse shit
when
the next video and be like, your move, man.
When the
Like,
Forest video happened, I mean, he was super young, so I feel like a lot of people were forgiving just because like they bought into the he's young, he's stupid, he made a mistake, we'll forgive him. So I'm sure there's a lot of
which
people
is
who just
fair.
No, but he's actually canceled now because
But-
he had a
Yes.
pig, and the pig is.
whoa,
like,
whoa, hold
completely-
up. I
pig
want to come
thing's all
correct on that
clear,
pig
right?
thing.
There's
I-
animal
the-
abuse now?
Nick,
I just
tell
got
us
the
the lore.
crypto. Wait, sorry.
Nick, tell us the lore.
Yeah, okay. I do a lot of internet watching, and
Yeah, do your
that
thing.
pig,
Chronically
he had to
Online.
move to another country for like a year or something, and it was definitely for content creation. And he ended up selling that pig to the person that bought his home that he was keeping it at, and then those people sold that home, and it got rehomed to the people across the street. And this is like proven like knowledge now, which is so weird.
Yeah.
But in the end, it wasn't his pig, and someone else ended up mistreating it. and
He's been
letting it.
he's been
It
cleared
was
of the
at
whole
one
pig
point
debacle.
his pig, yeah.
Okay, so he
Yeah.
didn't abuse animals,
wanted
but
to
he still got
cancel
the
him.
crypto.
Okay,
No,
I
the
was gonna
cryptos
say, I was
is,
like,
the
I feel like
cryptos
at
is
this point-
the fun stuff.
I feel like it's one of those where like we know he deserves to get canceled at this point, so we're just like, is the pig gonna get him? Is that get him with the pig?
Yeah, does he
That's a
go with
lot,
the
that is
pig?
a lot of the cancel culture, though. Is like people don't like kind of have this bias already, and they see the article, they're like, "Yes, fuck him." They jump on it.
the
That's-
opportunity.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
literally do that. There's someone in the community that I want to get canceled. They have me blocked on Twitter, but I have another Twitter. I check now and then just to see if there's a tweet.
Yo,
that
can
they
you-
could
I
get
wanna know who
canceled
that
with.
is.
I
I
look
wanna
for
know who that is.
information. I'm not telling you.
I have an idea of who that might be.
We
Maybe.
I'll DM
Well, I
you.
want to know who your idea of who it might be is. That sounds fun too. This is
I'll
great.
hold my tongue.
Yeah, me too.
We're
Yeah,
pretty
same.
irrelevant in the world of content creation to be canceled anyway. So we're no Jake Paul or Logan Paul, so
We are,
you might get some nasty messages, but no one's gonna show up at your house and try.
we are
and
not.
murder
We
you or
are not
something.
ninja. Like, let me fucking tell you that. We are
Oh,
not.
we are not
We're
ninja.
not.
We are
Let me
not.
tell you, I am not ninja. You're not
like
fucking
not
ninja,
ninja.
man.
in all seriousness, like if one of you guys did something crazy and to get canceled, worst case you leave the RuneScape community and fuck off and live your own life, and nobody will ever know that you went through that, right?
I know.
Which is like
That's pretty true, man.
It's such a microcosm.
Like,
So
Which is
relieved
why-
for T Papa, considering all the hate speech he holds in every day.
I don't know though. I
Is it
feel like if
more
you did,
racist? Wait, is it?
I hate how this question started. I hate how it started.
We can stop. All right, whatever you got. We can.
I was gonna say, if you get canceled and like hard enough on the internet, I feel like it could bleed into your real life. Like there are definitely people that will like.
for sure.
You could be inactive
Yeah.
for months, and you could have got canceled a year ago, but someone's still gonna go out of their way to try and find where you work or tell your family about what you said or did. So it definitely can still
I
haunt
think
you.
it
but-
really it's all very circumstantial. Depends on what you did also.
Yeah,
Like it's
that's true.
it's a,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
wide
And
variety.
Some people deserve to be canceled.
True.
Yeah, no, for
Right.
sure.
That's
Right.
like
100%.
the whole. That's the
100%.
whole. Yeah, but I think it is fair at this point in 2023
I
to,
think-
to be playing the other side.
How
a
it should
little
be,
bit.
like there's definitely levels to it, right? Like if you say some shit that's stupid and people and like you get, I guess, quote unquote canceled, that's one thing. But like say for an example, like you sexually assault somebody or rape them, for as an example, like there's no coming back from that, right? Like you're done.
Correct. Yeah,
Like,
that's
right.
you're fully done.
unforgivable sin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
It really just depends. So
Yeah.
I remember
And some people do
hearing-
deserve the backlash of getting harassed in their personal life for months to come of being canceled.
yeah, if you do
Yeah.
that, you deserve everything you get.
something at
you know?
that length. You 100% deserve
Yeah.
the repercussions in every
so-
aspect of your life.
Yeah, so this is an interesting thing because like there's a lot of talk these days about like prison system reform and stuff like that, and everyone only talks about it being like practical. But if you actually have a conversation with anybody, it seems like everyone in the call is a fan of not just like reformative like prison systems, but also retributive. Like they fucking deserve it and they should suffer. Because it doesn't take that much imagination to be like a rapist. Yeah, they're getting whatever the hell is coming to
Castrated,
them.
castrate them.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if that's right, but I think I agree with it because I'm like, nah, you can cut that fucker's dick off and then You know?
You should. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't feel like you. I feel like most reasonable people would not feel bad about that. Honestly, whether old or young, I feel like most people. It's just, but obviously in the realm of law and policy, like getting that as something that can be done is like that's a big.
What? That would be fucking crazy. Like, can you believe they just passed it? They're
They're chopping dicks off in Texas.
If there was actually
pretty
like
barbaric.
across the aisle.
if there was a push for that, like I would be at that protest. I would be protesting to get people's dicks cut off 100%.
Yes, dude,
I would
that-
be there.
Yeah,
My
for
sign,
sure.
I'll show up for that for
Dude,
sure.
and we'd get to like look at the picture of it like a mugshot too. Like we could pull it up on the internet. Like,
Of what, his wiener?
yeah.
His cut off wiener?
What?
Yeah.
How did that?
I'm good.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Unique smile.
Look at
Unique
Marco.
is
They have
there,
like
bro.
a whole archive
Yes,
of cut off
Like a
penises that we can look
mugshotties,
at.
but for like the
Yeah. You know what's worse than
Mugshot.
bro? You know what's
I don't
worse than
think I
getting your
wanna see
dick
that.
cut off? Like, also getting clowned on the internet. Like that's just
yeah, but I don't want to participate in the clowning.
Oh.
Like if I knew that was happening, I'd be like, yeah, if it makes it worse for him. But like, I'm not gonna be there.
So I
might.
think something like sexual assault, something is I think that's very black and white compared to a lot of other types of crimes.
sure.
It's like
Yeah.
certain types of like, I don't know, like gang affiliated murders, stuff like that. Like, would you say that it is possible for someone to be reformed if they, do those types of things, or like, do they have to, do they deserve the death penalty for killing somebody? It's like, or were they just too young and didn't understand?
That's
know
why
what
we
they were
have
getting into?
that's why we have people in the process and not like a spreadsheet that just puts you in your slot. And that's why the process is slow and long, is because it's like you have to answer questions like that. We're like, well, he was 16.
That's why it's
And-
corrupt too. The people aspect as well. That's honestly the hardest
Yeah,
part is the people
yeah,
aspect.
fair enough.
Like every court in America is different. Every jurisdiction's different. Like policy's different everywhere. Like how law enforcement operates is different everywhere. So it's tough.
Yeah, like I went to a CrossFit gym that I liked, but a lot of them suck. It's just like that.
Yeah.
I listened to
It's
his
like-
podcast recently. Sorry. Do you mind?
Oh, you're fine.
I listened to his podcast recently and it was very interesting. It's one of my favorite podcasts. It's called Heavyweight, and it's basically people like kind of return to stories that have been weighing on them heavily. And the guy that was on the podcast was in a jury for somebody who had committed a murder when he was like 17. And this guy he got the death penalty essentially. And the person that was on the podcast was on the jury. And the thing that was weighing heavily on them was that they found out in their state that it only takes one person on the jury to say no to have the death penalty not go through. It has to be a full unanimous vote for it to be the death penalty. And this person didn't know that. So he was like, I don't really think he's that guilty. Like, he's a kid. He'll like grow up, whatever. But he was like, well, everybody else is voting yes. So like, it's going to be majority anyway. So I might as well vote yes. So he realized that he could have been the one person that like got this guy his life back. It's kind of insane.
Jesus Christ.
So if you're ever on a
So-
jury for the death penalty, just look up your rights, because
Yeah, brother didn't do his homework on a pretty heavy
Yeah.
case. Like I don't know what he's doing in that room every day.
Yeah, that's just like with
I mean-
it's the same thing. Like to convict somebody and like enforce death penalty, it's gonna have to be like the same thing beyond a shadow of doubt. So if that one guy says no, then they can't follow through with it. So yeah. That's probably that's probably a burden to live with if the guy like I don't know what the case was, but
Okay, well, it actually got better because he ended up being in contact with the kid's mom, and apparently this guy had like written about it in some article somewhere, and his mom saw the article, and this guy saying that he didn't know that it had to be unanimous vote essentially made them change the law there. So
Oh,
the guy did die, but at the same time the law was changed. So now they like have to give you verbally give you all of the rules for the jury.
I just wish there was a way to really gauge somebody, do certain types of tests, IQ tests, personality tests, and figure out is this person capable of reform, or is this just this person is a fucked up individual?
The prison system is really, there's a lot of stuff about the prison system that is based on exactly what you're talking about. Like, for example, prison is basically full of people who are on the nth. I describe the big 5 personality traits. One of them is disagreeableness. If you're in 98th percentile disagreeableness. Almost everybody in prison, like that's them.
Makes sense.
And for young men.
Wait, hold up. Do they measure that after they're in prison or before they're in prison? Because I feel like staying in prison for a long time could probably affect that.
Yeah, I don't know. First of all, personality traits are extremely stable over time, so it would still be close. But I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. That's just what I've read. And it's also the case that I think when you're about 27, even people like that become extremely less violent. So you'll see a lot of cases. Well, and also, before I get to that last point, violent offenders of a violent crime are like all fucking repeat offenders. If you let them out, they're going to do it again until they hit, the data says, until they hit about 27. And then the chances of them repeating just, poof. So a lot of convictions for young violent offenders is like, basically you're going to be in prison until you're 27, then we let you out. And the data behind that's like weirdly decent.
Huh.
So there's a lot of stuff that goes into the prison system that's like that. Am I saying that's a good way to do it? Hell if I know. But that is
there's a
way
lot of that
fun.
where it'll be they're going to get a heavy sentence, but they're going to have a chance of parole, and then there's going to be a parole board that will decide if they're, if they're reformed, if they should be let out. And like you said, a lot of times, especially the younger cases, they are going to get let out. Because, like you said, at that point, whatever that is that changes. I guess maturity. I'm not sure.
Have any of you guys spent a night in prison?
No.
Nope.
Have you?
No, I was wondering.
You were asking what you had.
I haven't
sound
been
like you
incarcerated, but I've spent time in a lot of different prisons and jails.
No, I just say that because, like, truthfully, I think if I was in jail and I had like a phone call, like I would call Annie first, But like honestly, like my next phone calls are to you guys. Like if something happened.
And a lot of jails and even
I show up.
Definitely prisons. They basically have FaceTime now, to where you can pay and you can just FaceTime anybody. Like you could literally FaceTime them. They have the kiosk are set up to where they can you can basically just FaceTime people. And there's people they're just sitting there all day just FaceTiming.
I wonder if we could hook up the
friends,
cast to that. That'd be sick.
I don't know where you
You're
live,
Ted
T-Papa.
Kaczynski,
I
bro.
would show up. If you call me from prison, I'd be there.
Okay. So,
I would
Make
bring
a
you.
vlog in prison.
It'd be
I
so
spent
funny
3
to see
nights
you
in
there.
prison.
I would bring you a tin of Ocetra caviar and a little
I would
blini.
love
You
so
know I
hard.
need
He's
it
going to be in a minimum
You
security
would
prison
need
anyway.
it, yeah.
Whatever crime T-Papa
think
does
if
is definitely.
I'm gonna have to
Tasty-
go back in and get my tennis rackets that I left in my locker.
I think if Tasty ever walks into a prison, the Brooklyn Nine-Nine theme starts playing. Man, and I want to be there when that happens. So.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think you have to worry about them. If they go to a minimum security prison, they'll be fine. They'll fit right in. It's gonna be just a bunch of
Not
people
me.
like them.
I'm not going to jail.
Oh, you'll fit right in, Kunix.
Someone will fit right into you.
There's a roll.
That's what
That'd be your best, Jay. That'd be your best. Be your best bet, Unix, is to find you a big strong man and be his lady.
Nah, just do it.
Probably gonna be your, like in a minimum or maximum. Like you're gonna find the biggest dude. He's gonna protect you. No one else.
Yeah,
is
if
gonna
you
fuck
decide
you
early on, like you're gonna at least try to enjoy it, then it could be better for you.
Jesus
True.
Christ.
That's true.
that was pretty
You're
fucking
right.
dark. Yeah, you're right. That was.
That question Ignoble says though, like it's impossible. Like just looking at the criminal justice system, it's a fucking mess, bro. It's such a mess because there's been so many different politicians that have been in power over the years, and there's all this punitive policy and there's all this reformative policy, and it's all fucking mixed around and jumbled. It's all over the place, and there's disparities with race, disparities with sentencing. It's all fucked up, dude. And I don't like honestly, like even thinking like at the highest level I can, like there's nothing I can think of that just like solves anything. It's tough.
There's no easy fix to it, right? Like, just because there's so many variables along the
not
way.
even close,
it's just like,
Yeah.
like I don't know what the ideal solution to something like that is, but it's just like you look at it and you're like, wow, it's not consistent across the board for everybody or cases in time. And it's just like
we incarcerate more people that it's not even close. Like so many more people than every fucking country combined. It's not good. So there's also
Are there still people in jail for like weed stuff in like states that it's legal in now? Like, is that still a thing?
Yeah, but a lot of the people who are serving time and stuff, it's a cell type thing. Because it's been like possession has been decriminalized across the board for the most part. Even like Tennessee, southern states, like you get a citation. You're gonna get a citation. Like
Yeah, you have to have like
today,
over like a pound.
Yeah, I'm
Like, it
sure
has
there's
to be-
people who are still in jail from like in the past serving time for like some possession or something, but like today, like, and it's like I'm talking about Tennessee, which is very conservative southern state. Like, it's been decriminalized. Like, unless you have over a few ounces, you're just going to get a citation. You're going to get a misdemeanor charge, and you like, yeah, you might like go to jail for that if you if you can't pay court fees or whatever. But more than likely, you're just going to get probation or get some type of reformative punishment.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I say we need to free all them people. No, I don't know.
Unique. God damn
Can we
it.
just get that soundbite? Wait a minute. Can we get that unique soundbite out of context?
Oh my god.
Oh no, bro. This has already been a bad enough one for me, bro. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Wait, what? How's that bad? I mean, the bit there is that this is like 1800s Qniques, and you're speaking some real sense, man.
Yeah, true, bro.
Oh, true.
They need to
No,
they
that
should have
was- that
decriminalized
was like
weed.
some
Fucking
more
It
hero
should be
Qniques.
the issue, and like the at least like from my experience, and even in the South, like the cops, the primary battle was with opioids, 100%. Like the opiate is that's the primary enemy, especially of course more specifically fentanyl. So
And I can see why people are still in jail for it, because obviously when they committed the crime, they knew it back then that it was still that illegal. Like they didn't think, 10 years down the line, this shit's going to be legal and I'll just get out of jail. Like people that were definitely running around with that. I mean, but then again, like minor stuff, like tiny bits of weed, that's kind of lame. But
Yeah, it's not even fucking cool. So
nah, bro.
yeah, there's
Not
been
even driving around with an
legislation
ounce.
over time. There's been legislation targeted at all different types of races, different drugs. Like you just go back, like there's a plethora of it all throughout history.
I will say all this decriminalization has made it a lot less cool to smoke weed.
You're right. Yeah, now it's just like
Yeah.
you're actually
just
a
like pussy
bum.
shit. Like you're just lazy.
not doing
Like it's like
coke?
eating chips. You're like, should you?
It's like it's
No,
like dude,
Coke's
back
like
in
the
high
last
school, it was
cool
like
drug.
it was cool
No,
to like
Coke's not even
go
cool
out in the
anymore.
woods and just like smoke a
Not
J
kidding
with your homies, like look around and like, oh shit,
Not
it's
that
just
cool.
us, in the woods.
The
We're doing
risk is
illegal
sick.
shit.
Cops gonna
But, like,
swing out of the trees.
And like nowadays, it's like kids have access to like, oh, that strawberry flavor didn't taste good. I want this like blueberry mango. It's like, dude, oh my god.
I mean, as you said,
Cranberry grape.
it's less dangerous than alcohol by far. Not even close.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the negatives,
Oh, for sure.
drawbacks of alcohol. Alcohol beats even like cocaine and some other.
Alcohol's
like,
bad.
Alcohol's
one of the
really bad for
best
you, yeah.
drugs.
Yeah, it's
one of the worst
fucked up.
drugs there is. It's one of the worst. Like it's
Yeah.
awful.
Okay, wait. This is a stupid ass question. What is the difference in the alcohol that's in like rubbing alcohol versus the shit that's in your drink? Is the context of
Two
it still
different
the
types
same?
of
It's just
alcohol.
okay. It's different.
how brave you are.
There's like methanol.
What he said.
There's ethanol, and then there's some other type of alcohol, and only
Yes.
one of those is
Ethanol
drinkable.
is yeah.
I think alcohol is like the broad term for like
Alcohol is the
chemical
broad term, yeah.
compounds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
Thanks,
like
guys.
how like Adderall and meth are the same thing, kind of.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
both
yeah.
they're both amphetamines. That's the larger umbrella.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think alcohol is more of like a colloquial term when we're saying we drink.
I
it.
like how you pronounce the P in amphetamines, Tasty.
amphetamines.
Amp.
You really
Did I
rolled
say
it.
amphetamine?
You hard
Amphetamines.
peed. Yeah.
There's a little bit of
that
there's a
word.
little bit of speed bump there, yeah.
Yeah.
Amphetamine.
If you want to get into like the scientific side, of the three types of alcohol, there's methyl, ethyl, and isopropyl.
That's what I
Isn't
was thinking.
ethyl?
yeah,
The
there we go,
ETH
there
is
we go.
what's put
That
in like
stuff
it's a
you don't
standard.
drink.
Yeah. So like and the
Isopropyl, you
reason
can
they're-
drink. You just die.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
don't
you
do it.
don't.
You can drink
though.
anything.
Yeah.
And,
If you're brave enough.
Every
chemically, they're
mushroom's
called
edible.
alcohols.
Sometimes
You
just
can
once.
you can drink lava.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the
Probably burn your
chemistry.
face
It's
off.
like
I
the
feel like that was the most third grader thing that's been said today. You can drink lava. And we're like,
I just said,
awesome, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yes, Max, you can drink lava. It's a liquid.
It's legal, to be fair.
it will get rid
legal.
of your throat. You'll have no throat or bone structure if you drink it.
or general bone structure.
It'll be
It's not
gone.
good for the bones.
So-
If you
Lava
are
is
interested
bad
in
for your
chemistry, though,
bones.
Uniques, you should definitely go just look it up and like it depends like those different types of alcohols, like where those specific like OH groups are on different atoms. And it's like
yeah.
it's
You can look
know
into
what
meth
atom
too.
is.
There's a lot of different chemicals going on there as well. A lot of
This guy
different
doesn't know what an
types,
atom
a lot
is.
of different things.
Guys, do you think the world is infinitely divisible? Like we keep
Say
finding
more.
small parts. Like it was like atom and then like fucking subatomic particles and then newtons, then quarks
Yeah, why
and
not?
shit.
Yeah.
That's what I
I don't think that.
it's. Well,
Bro, we
people
really
are-
the Joe Rogan podcast tonight.
I mean, people are.
I'm not high enough for this conversation.
I was
but
thinking about this
I've
on
been
the
high this whole
hike today.
time.
Dude, Dale was talking to me about his life, and I think I was
Fucking
thinking
Dale.
about this. And,
Dale.
and
damn it,
I hope
Dale.
Dale doesn't watch the
gotta talk
podcast. I
to
swear to
parents.
God, I was paying attention. But like, people are perfectly willing to accept that the universe is expanding infinitely. But I mean, I think it's probably infinitely divisible. I think there's
I
always
agree
smaller
with
I
you.
don't see why not.
What?
Here's my
Prove me
viewpoint
wrong.
on things like this.
I don't think those are. I don't think those are like exclusive.
I think it's because we've been taught so frequently from such a young age to imagine the concept of infinity in that direction that we're comfortable with it, and we're just not as comfortable with it in the, infinitely
direction.
divisible direction.
But
How-
there's
I-
a-
I-
there's
I-
a-
I
don't think you actually care
Let's not be
about,
pointing
though.
fingers now.
No,
There
not
is
at
the
all.
plank
you can
way.
prove the expansion of like the universe. Like, well, there are theories that show that you are moving in this infinite growth direction. But down at the smallest levels, the models and stuff that we have, the scientific models. For example, you talked about Newtonian physics. That does not govern the science that goes on at the subatomic level. Like that's where
Yeah.
quantum physics and such go on. And
Yeah.
our current models don't have methods to explain what is going on at that level or even smaller subdivisions of that.
Yeah.
And that is why we don't sort of accept that because our current set of models don't.
Yeah, I think that keeps happening because we keep
Yeah.
finding the next thing. We're like, we found the smallest part. At least I feel like quantum physicists are like really honest about it because they're like, we don't fucking know.
Yeah. Quantum physics is wild, bro. It's just like, yo, if I shoot an atom at a wall, there's like, it'll go through sometime. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, that's how it works, bro. That's literally quantum physics. Like you shoot stuff and it goes through other stuff or something like that. At the
love it.
dumbest
I love
level.
it.
you
That's
gotta
a
put it that way.
cool version of quantum physics. I like that version.
Ignoble's such a nerd, like an actual fucking
Yeah,
nerd.
he actually.
I know, dude. We need more. We need more of the like intellectual speak, bro. I think this is the furthest we've had it tonight.
Intellectual with a
Yeah.
solid.
I've known him for how long, and this is the first time I'm hearing him say
we should get
quantum
Neil deGrasse
physics.
Tyson on base after dark. Be a good time.
We need what?
Surely.
Stupid questions.
That wouldn't be based after dark. That would be like based after tea or something. Like
Yeah,
it'd be some kind of
early.
like
Ooh.
yeah.
Tea
Wait,
crumpets.
now we're on to something.
Yeah. Hold
Wait,
up.
have you guys ever considered doing like a based in the morning, like morning
We
vibes?
did,
Last-
we did
last
last
one.
week.
We did.
Okay,
Okay,
it was at like
we're
4
s-
p.m. So we're down.
That's
y'all.
morning for.
I was gonna
for
say
half
everybody's
hour.
saying mornings. We had
it was
it
an
at 3
hour
p.m.
after I. It was
Yeah.
an hour after I woke up.
It was
Yeah,
literally.
I
it
just
was.
mean-
It was in the middle of my sleep cycle. That's okay.
And I liked it.
keep up
I
with
liked
what
it a
I'm for.
lot.
It was neat.
I woke up at like probably 11 a.m. that day. But yeah, T Papa looked like shit for that first hour. He was struggling.
Yeah, I was struggling. That was a hard
How
one
many
for
people?
me.
How many people are pushing it right now? Like it's 1:17 here. Are y'all pretty DGen hours, or y'all going to bed at like?
2:17.
I've had pretty good sleep schedule recently. I've been
Me
going
too.
to bed by
early.
like 2-3 in the morning at this point.
I go at 3
actually
and wake up
fall
at like
asleep.
10 or 11.
I
was sick the last couple days. I'm actually sick today, but I'm here because I love you, Nine Rain.
Oh yeah, dude, I've been looking forward to this for so long, man. Yeah,
I know you've
Didn't
really.
we
This has
ask you,
been,
like,
a,
3
this has
days
been a
ago?
different podcast. Definitely a different. We've definitely. It's been kind of all over the place. But that's
I like
good.
this
really
one.
went
An
all
interesting
over
one.
the
This
place.
was a
I
good
like
one.
this
Yeah,
one a
we went
lot.
all over the place. Yeah.
We started off kind of weird. Like we got way more in. We kind of rolled into it after like 30 minutes. It got a lot
I mean,
more.
it stayed
Typically how
pretty
it goes.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It stayed a little weird.
Well, typically the podcasts usually start off a little slow, but that's just like people getting comfortable talking, and then we just kind of divulge into some crazy shit, which is kind of what happened. So
Yeah.
we've covered quantum physics, a little bit of politics, cancel culture,
Kaczynski.
RuneScape,
The prison
yeah.
system.
Yeah,
the
Unabomber. It's been a lot of.
wait a
This is the
divulge, so.
conspiracy cast. So I have a question. Like, is there any conspiracy that you guys are like 100% on? Like, yeah, like that. That
was
sure.
a Twitter question. That was a Twitter.
Yeah,
question.
I've
Go
been
ahead and
killing
answer that.
JFK for sure, dude.
It was. What if there's a conspiracy theory that you like have belief in? Which one is it? That was a Twitter question that I glanced over earlier.
No,
I don't
CIA
think
killed JFK.
I don't think I really know of any.
Bush did 9/11. Like, let's come on. Like,
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna
just
say,
My
like-
mom is like full conspiracy theory girl.
like 9/11
Actually,
conspiracy is by far the like Mr. Mammal definitely was the architect of 9/11. It's pretty.
No,
it's pretty at this point.
When I lived in Tempe, there was a really famous, I don't know if he was famous. He was like this really crazy homeless guy who would ride around on like a bike. And like, if you were lucky, he would bless you with his presence and divulge some of his truths to you. And I was walking back from the gym one time with my buddies, my 2 or 3 roommates, and he stops us. He's carrying like a fucking board game, like a strategy board game from World War II. He's got yellow glasses on, like the lenses are yellow. I don't think they were prescription. He was just there.
This is a real story.
This guy hands out side quests, bro. I've seen him before in Skyrim.
He's like a side. No, I swear to God. And it was like a cartoon. He like screeches to a halt next to us. He goes, "Yo, can I ask you guys something?" And we stop and we're like, "Yeah, sure." And he was like, "How do you guys feel about 9/11?" And we were like,
You're like pretty negative, man.
yeah, I was like, "Yeah, that stuff wasn't cool." He's like, "No,
cool, bro.
No, I swear to God, that's what I said. I was like, "It was a tragedy." And he goes, No. Like, you can be honest with me. Like, I'm one of you guys." And I was like, "What?" He launches into this and he's like, "No, you guys know the truth. It wasn't Bush. It wasn't the Saudis. It wasn't the Arabs." And he like, I swear to God, like,
who was it?
Over his shoulder. 9 Rain. It was the Jews.
Oh.
He looks us dead in the face and says that. And we stunned silence for at least
I mean, what do you
5
say,
seconds.
If
What
you're
do you say?
listening to this, you need to go back and just rewind it really quick and go watch 9 Rain's face, please. Just it was great.
I wasn't expecting that.
Bro, you actually
Neither was I,
Nine Rain
dude.
on his bike. Nine Rain had like a bad day. He had a bad trip. And everybody on his bike. That's what happened, bro. He just had a
I
bad
wasn't
trip.
expecting that was a plot. Dude, M. Night Shyamalan on me, bro.
blew me out of the water. And then this guy goes on to tell us that like he's actually a world famous programmer and he actually was the founder of Google because he was making, and I quote,
Destructo.
and
Okay.
I quote, he was making search engines in his garage before Google was even a
Okay,
thing.
this
That's what he
isn't
told
this isn't
us.
the Temple OS guy, right?
It probably might be. And he also he said he had recorded over 500 podcasts on white genocide, and then leaves. He leaves.
Jesus.
He just
Well, I
gets
have
on
to
his
hear at
little
least
fucking
one.
bike. He didn't give us a link to any, bro.
Methamphetamine and crack at
Out
its
of
purest
sheer
form. hell of a drug.
curiosity, geez, T-Papa. Ain't nothing wrong with a little curiosity.
Yeah, share the link.
So that was
Share
the
the
most
link.
interesting day probably of the entire year. Like meeting that guy. Never
That's
saw him again.
crazy.
Damn.
Never
Nine Rain on
again.
vacation on the
jealous.
bike. That's wild.
Do
bro.
none
I
of you
can't believe
guys
we ran
know what
into him.
Temple OS is?
Bro,
I don't
know
get
that's
this
the
reference.
where they
I'm like,
measure that
I don't
stuff.
get it. I don't know.
is that the RuneScape thing?
That's the
No.
RuneScape thing, yeah.
No,
Temple?
never mind. If we don't know, we can't dive into it. It's too deep.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I want to say the only conspiracy theory that I somewhat want to believe is real is the one that Juice WRLD did not die. There's like so many weird like facts and song lyrics and like different like
co-partner.
no,
bro.
listen. There's like, I wish I could explain it better because it's been so long since I've heard it, but I remember hearing about it. Like, he spells stuff out, like in one of his, like in an album where it's like, it literally says like still alive. Like, I swear to God, like the track list says still alive if you use the first letter. I swear to God.
This is what I
Which
was
it could
saying.
just-
People are too smart. They're finding patterns where there's no patterns.
You're
too
right.
smart.
But like,
You're
No,
too
no,
smart.
no. That's not the case.
Wait, Zoe, are you on this Juice WRLD
why
thing
would
too?
he do that?
No, I'm not on this Juice WRLD thing. I'm on this thing right now where there's so many fucking conspiracy, like being a person who gives into conspiracy theories is so common now that I have a
It's the
conspiracy theory
Adderall.
of my own, which is
Oh,
that
wait.
artists and social media people are purposely writing in these like clues to make conspiracy theories about them to grow in popularity.
You're so
it's like
right.
it's the new viral thing. Like
You're
I swear, I
Wait a
saw something on
minute.
TikTok
You're
the
right.
other
Yeah.
day.
It's been
I
doing
like that
before.
take.
I saw something on TikTok the other day. It was like about this makeup girl, and these people were making TikToks about her because they're saying like in the background she has something spelled out, and like her videos are so fucking mediocre. And I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that she's like spelling out help in the background or whatever, so that
people will
somebody
watch
can
it.
Just for
yeah,
attention.
so that people
Yeah,
can like
huh.
buy into it
Oh my
and be
gosh,
like
I know who
That's
you're
crazy.
talking about.
and watch
I think I know
and,
who you're
then, and
talking
then they'll
about as
watch
well.
every single video to be like,
Does-
oh my
does
god,
she
like
go
are
live
there
ever?
clues in this one? I don't know. I only saw
That's
like,
a
few
rel-
things.
was that a relatively old thing? Because I remember seeing a conspiracy about a girl that made makeup videos and she was spelling out help in the back.
There's like a fuck ton of them. I'm just
There's
saying
a
like
lot of
know what you're
those.
talking about.
There's a lot of those.
that's what I'm saying. Like generally, these things
Yeah.
never go solved. These people are never really in danger. They just use this as a way to. Because think about it. If you hide a
That's
clue in a
smart.
video, people are gonna rewatch that video. You're gonna get so much fucking ad revenue. People are gonna.
I
be
will
looking
say
for
I have
anything they
been
can
doing that
find.
with the lore of the both Iron Man and White Wolf. Iron Man and White Wolf. I've been doing
Shout
that.
out Iron Man.
That's not a joke.
No,
And
that's
I will
fair.
be releasing the final White Wolf episode soon, and after Infernal Cape, and we're tying a bunch of things together. So that's
Please
all I'm gonna
remember
say.
to put a little bit of conspiracy in there so that people will
Oh,
watch and make
there's
a Reddit
there's
thread
a little
about
more
it.
than the little.
No, that's definitely a good take.
God,
It's
okay.
definitely been conspiracy has been sensationalized over with social media, etc. over the last decade
agree.
or so. 100%.
And it's fun to talk about. Like I'm sure Juice World is dead, but like
Black
it's fun to be like,
surrounding
you don't
the
have to
Juice
say that.
WRLD's
You don't have to say
apartment.
that.
Kenny's, you're
you're
not
right.
sure. You shut the fuck up.
You're right. I'm not. I'm not.
Convinced me
The
wrong.
only
If they're not sure,
conspira-
else there wouldn't be a fucking conspiracy.
yeah, that's
True. I'm just saying, there's a
only-
video on YouTube. It's really good. If you're listening, consider it.
That's the best part about conspiracies. Where, like, if you look at the primary source for most conspiracies, it was a video on YouTube somebody
Yeah.
made. 100%.
Or a video on TikTok nowadays.
Just look at it's like Eddie Bravo. Just look
TikTok.
into it. Just look into it, man. It's just
All right,
some
what
fucking video on
about-
YouTube.
What about
It's a fun way to blow your time.
Sasquatch?
No shit.
No,
Obviously
No.
not real.
I don't.
boring.
I don't.
Aliens?
Shut
No.
up.
Seriously,
I've been
none
too
of you
deep in the
guys
woods.
believe.
I've
None
been-
of you guys
I've
think
been too deep in the
Sasquatch?
woods.
It's 2023. Relax.
I don't know that I believe it.
T-Pop is
Aliens?
still watching to catch a Sasquatch.
Have you
T-Pop-
fucking opened Photoshop before? Are you good, my dog?
I don't know. I just been in the mountains. I've just been driving
no,
for so
hear me out,
long
hear
in
me
the middle
out.
of nowhere. I'm like, yeah, dude, he fucking
if
lives
I
out here.
popped on to catch a Sasquatch, if I popped on to catch a Sasquatch in 2023 and T Papa was a character on the show, I would 100% believe it. If you were one of the people chasing the
fair.
fucking Sasquatch,
Okay.
like I would not be surprised, bro.
Okay,
You had
and
the
then-
fucking camera.
My last one it's had some stuff like come to light recently. I know like David Dobrik talked about it and Jeffree Star too. The Illuminati.
Oh my god.
No,
I used to love.
Lame.
I used to love the
Listen,
Illuminati
I'm
stuff.
sure there is a secret
I love
society.
the idea of secret
I
societies.
really
It's so,
do
yeah.
think Illuminati is actually really real. And
No, it's a
recently,
real-
The best case against the Illuminati is how stupid everybody is. Everybody you know
Yeah.
is way too stupid to be in the Illuminati. And so we
Yeah, so-
make up fictional people who could pull that off, but they're real people too, and they're just as stupid.
I think that the Illuminati it's definitely real. It's a secret society, but it's not. They don't have the control that
You don't
like
think so?
the.
There's
No.
secret societies, and there's people being all bougie and weird about it and trying to pull strings, but they're not coordinated. It's self-serving. It's few and far between. If you're going to see patterns in it, it's because it's mythological patterns of human behavior and like self-service and greed and all those kinds of things. But it's not coordinated, and it doesn't have to be because they're all kind of playing the same game for themselves. But the fact that it's coordinated like a conspiracy, not even close. These people are stupid and lazy, and they shit, and sometimes they don't wipe well. Like they're just human. So no,
There's
that's
secret
not even close.
society that's so public that 12-year-olds make YouTube videos about them. Like it's really not that secret of a society.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna say it's,
then-
it's
then-
definitely. I
okay.
feel like it's a thing, but it's not. I don't think it has the gravity that people are trying.
I'm
to
sure
project
there are
to.
Exactly.
people in
Makes
this
sense.
world who have an immense amount of power beyond like what we can imagine, but they don't fucking wear hoods and like fuck goats like that.
Yeah.
They're
No?
just-
Yeah.
Well, the
That's a different-
There are
Freemasons
people
might.
with like a lot of financial power, right? That you don't hear. But you hear about like maybe the richest man. You hear about Elon Musk and shit like that, right? But there's like a whole group of people like below that you don't even know the names
the
of. But I think they have a lot of.
Rothschild or whatever, like that family.
Yeah,
Still
yeah,
too
exactly.
common, bro. I don't know. Still too common.
It's like
You're right.
there's a lot
sure-
of power in those families in terms of corporations and stuff they own that can sway like media, that can sway governments. But like, I don't think there's like a worldwide.
yeah,
group
that's like
of
Alex
people that's,
Jones
like-
shit.
I feel like some
Yeah.
of them are kind of a secret society, but they don't even know they are. Like I would guarantee
Yeah,
that a
for
lot of
sure.
those billionaires who are running these massive corporations, they talk. They obviously talk. They're all friends.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah,
they're,
yeah.
they're talking. They're friends, and they're kind of their own little society in itself because they're a very elite like group that nobody really is involved in because it's a very small.
I'm not
percentage of
even
the
sure
population.
it's the billionaires who are to blame there. I think it's the people with like
I'm not saying they're Illuminati. I'm just saying that they're
500 to 800 million. I think the billionaires are too
Really,
busy.
such a really specific range.
Well, I think the billionaires are too busy, and the people under 500 million don't get invited. So, like,
They have
Have you
different
If you're
seen
not
a
half a bill,
billionaire?
you're not in the
I don't know about
Illuminati.
that one. Yeah.
like I just think that I just
you're not
think
in
that
the
there's
Trace Comas
probably a
Club,
group.
bro, don't,
I think there's
don't
a
fuck
group
with me.
of
Trace
people who we
Comas.
don't know the names of who are in that range, have enough free time. I think they're doing shit like that.
if I had $1 billion, I'd for sure like wear robes and shit and like be kooky
but,
and whatnot.
yeah, but
you know?
you'd be
Yeah.
way too fucking busy having $1 billion.
I know that
having $1 billion
the
is
so the
busy.
Freemasons.
You don't
the
know.
Freemason
Like, you got
society,
$1
they're
That's
actually like
new.
structured and like and
Well,
and
that's
I
real,
feel like
but
they have
it's-
more. Yeah,
It's not like the Nicolas Cage would make you believe, you know? Like
Yeah,
it's,
I mean,
just
the
it's a
no,
church.
Okay,
it's a little
so
different.
when I was in Mexico, we rented a house, and half the house was actually connected to a Freemason temple. And one day we climbed onto the roof, looked into the window, and we took pictures of everything on the inside. And it was
What did
very
you
normal
discover?
and pretty lame.
Yeah, no, it's just a church.
It was
That's
just
all
a
it is.
church, but they just had some weird shit in it that was just like they had like a massive. It's like almost like they wanted a big sarcophagus, but it was just like a poster board of a big sarcophagus.
What does that even mean?
And there was just like a lot of like sun and moon stuff all over the place, and just like things that you think would be cool statues, but they just had the poster board, like of like a
Like a
sphinx
picture?
type thing.
That's such a vibe.
Interesting.
And yeah,
I mean, maybe they
That's
just
kinda
didn't
hilarious.
quite have the
they're,
budget.
They're secretive
They're
because
like-
I've worked with a Freemason and then I went to college with a guy who's
Okay,
a Mason.
I've known
and
so
it is
many.
a very in depth. It's a very in depth. Like they take you to dinner. Well, I know because he offered me to be a Freemason. The guy I work with, he asked, he's like, "Do you want to be a Freemason?" I was like, "No." Well, I said, "Well, tell me about it. Like what happened."
You're like,
He's
well,
like,
let's be honest.
well, I
maybe.
actually, he said that. Well, first off, they're gonna invite me to a dinner. I'm gonna have dinner with them, and then if I come off well to them, then we go to the next step of the induction. And I was like, that sounds fucking weird.
I
I'm
would
good.
go to the dinner just to see if they wanted me, and then if they did, just be like, no, thanks.
Yeah, but
Well,
then
like-
maybe they kill you after you say no.
Oh, that's true.
No,
yeah, I gotta think about that.
I've been close to people that are, and all
They're
they
real-
do is
Are you telling me not to go to the dinner, T Papa?
So what's the induction? Do
I
you know
think
the
you
induction
totally-
ritual? I couldn't get it out of him. Like, you
God,
wouldn't
I
tell me.
actually like do. Like I'm not
If
fucking
I go
bringing
to
it
the
up,
dinner
bro.
and die, it's your fault for not telling me not to go. at
Dude,
this
now
point.
we're all
Okay.
gonna get killed. Don't
It's
fucking
so-
tell us, bro.
it's so
Don't tell
deep.
us,
Okay,
yeah.
it gets really,
I wanna
really
know.
deep because
tell us
in
to
the very
Tennessee, not here, bro.
in the very beginnings of the Mormon religion, the Freemasons and the Mormons were very intertwined.
Free
Of course
Mormons.
they were.
Yeah,
The Free Mormons, yeah.
And there's reasons behind that, you know, that people say, and it's mostly like a teaching thing. The processes,
It's Pepsi.
exactly. It's just like Pepsi. So the processes of how they would teach people, like the Mormons wanted to learn that way. And anyways, I met some Freemasons and I was just like, yo, what goes on? Because I've like looked in the temple and I told him like, I know everything that's in there. And he essentially just told me that like back in the day, they would have been a lot more secretive and weird. But nowadays it's just a bunch of old guys that hang out that are really good in their respective fields. And they just kind of tell stories and they share like ideas and things that like only you would know, or maybe lessons that you've learned that you would only know because you reach a certain level in your profession. And it's just a bunch of dudes that are just like that, and they just, you know,
Yeah.
that's what they're doing.
It sounds like, well, the way he explained it to me, my friend, isn't it? Yeah, because there's different levels
There's
of Masons
34
and-
different levels. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was pretty.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's a pretty high level, and yeah, it's like it's all about like your perspective,
You get
like
a
whatever your
max
field
faith?
is. Well, it depends on like whatever level you are in your field, like correlates to your level of Freemason, basically.
Yeah.
Like your, like yeah, what all you've accomplished in life,
I
essentially.
feel like that would be a cool society to be a part of, in terms of like, for example, like in whatever field you're in, like say as a scientist, you're one of the
We should
premier
do that
scientists.
for RuneScape. content creation. Just give everyone
Levels.
levels.
What level do you think you would be?
Like,
Use
we're
a
gonna-
Discord.
9, obviously.
That would make sense.
That's what that's for. Yeah.
RuneScape, but
I'll take
Freemasonry.
seven for continuity purposes.
As soon as you hit like
That's good.
50K followers, just like Bodhi sends you an invite into a very secret Discord. It's like, hello guys, you have now leveled up.
That'd be
That'd
kind
be
of.
sick.
I kind of like
That'd
this.
be
We
kinda
should
cool.
stop talking and do this, and not talk about it
They
anymore.
probably have that. You think
Isn't that what Based is?
the top tier RuneScape creators on the platform?
Zoe.
They probably have a Discord where they talk shit. They're like, who are these fucking these base kids, these children? Fucking, what do they fucking think
There's
they're
definitely
doing?
like an
Yeah,
old
I'm,
heads Discord. That's just like Mammal,
Yeah.
Torvesta,
And they're
Foe,
roasting
and they're all
us.
just shit talking us. They're like, fuck those base guys, bro.
Based
They know
where?
who we are, bro. Yeah.
Arizona? I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
Actually,
we get water.
Tennessee?
that does make you think. I wonder what those dudes do think, because they definitely know we exist. I'm not
They
trying to
don't
like
care.
stir any
What
pots.
dudes think of Based?
The old folks.
All right, then here's the question:
no.
If
Probably
you were
like-
Mammal,
Calling them
what would
the
you
old
think of
folks.
us?
They are the
Because
old
they're old
heads, right?
folks.
They're like the you know.
Well, yeah, they're like
the
the old heads. They're kind of the newer generation of RuneScape streamers, and they're the older generation who's stayed around because obviously, you know,
They were there
they're
first.
dedicated. Yeah, and they're all
And
talented.
they were
known.
definitely there first. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
Before
I'm not
we
going to
go
attribute
deeper into this-
everything and their success of being there first, because there's a lot of others that
No.
were there first that kind of
They
fizzled
kill
out.
it.
First and consistent
Yeah.
and good.
Yeah. Dude, I wanted to say one thing about the conspiracy theories. I didn't subscribe to too many until I started playing Assassin's Creed. Then I was just
oh my
like,
god.
I
Oh,
love the
bro.
lore behind
Bro.
that
So
world. I'm
good.
just like, I remember as a high schooler playing that game, just like, oh my god, this is what it was like being like a
Dude.
the Templars and the.
After the second game, I was fully like invested. The second game is
AC2
so
is
fucking
insane.
good.
So
Yes.
good. Best
So
one in
good.
my opinion.
I never
Yeah.
played them. I had a roommate that was like y'all. He was obsessed with he 1 and 2, especially 2.
2 is the
Two
best.
Is that the one
One of
with
the best
Ezio?
games.
The
Yeah.
Well,
It's
apparently there is also
a.
there's still a Templar
no.
secret society allegedly, from what I've read about it. It's more of a religious based thing, but apparently it exists. The only one that I buy into at all, and like I'm not gonna downplay it as a tragedy or bad, but 9/11, there's definitely some sketchy shit going on there, 100%.
Building 7, the
Mhm.
building
I
next
don't
to it
know
that
if
just
it
went
is.
down.
Yeah,
You guys
there's a
know it.
lot. There's a lot, man. There's a lot. There's a lot there. I'd like. There's just a lot, and I know what the
think-
government's capable of, and I'm not like I could see it. I could see it. So
All right. Well, if Joe is dead and doesn't make it to the next pod, we know the truth.
Yeah, I'll believe it if you.
if I get a car crash
show
tomorrow,
up,
then
man.
yeah.
I'll go to Seth's funeral, pour some jet fuel on his grave. You're like, all right, man.
Papa actually tweeted barbecue sauce does not.
That's my
melt steel
biggest
beams."
flop of a tweet ever, and I'm so
I
disappointed.
told you not to tweet that,
Bro.
I was
Wait,
literally
what did you
screaming.
tweet?
and
Bro,
said,
Yo, T-Papa,
oh
who is
my
that-
god, I'm being
T-Papa,
gaslit
who
into
is that
oblivion.
for?
Dude, Prison Joe said it was a good tweet the second he
No,
said it.
I did not, dude. I was a joke.
I'm going to go
I
back and
did
pull the
not.
VOD.
I was watching. He was watching my stream, and I was like joking about 9/11. I was like, "Barbecue sauce can't melt steel beams. Flavor Town was an inside job." Like that's what I said.
That's the
okay.
And
Wow.
T-Papa, and then I was like, well, "That'd be a good tweet." T-Papa was like, "I'm tweeting that." I was like, "T-Papa, do not tweet that." I
You
told
said
not
it
to
was
tweet
going to
that.
be a good tweet.
as a joke. I did not
He
want. I
said
didn't-
that
was
was
my
going to be a
worst tweet
good
ever.
T-Papa tweet.
I literally posted in
It was
my
my worst
Discord
tweet
retweeting
ever.
it. I said, "Look at this guy. He tweeted it. He actually tweeted it."
I think maybe he said that was going to be a good T-Papa tweet, which
That was
is
a
not the
meme. It
same
was a
thing.
meme I saw along. It was like a guy. It's a Guy Fieri meme where it's like the barbecue sauce can't melt
Yeah.
steel beams. It's like an old meme. But I can't believe you tweeted that. It's insane.
The government didn't take me down, so we're good. Just got no
That is
likes,
a
so I
really
was sad.
dumb tweet, to be fair.
Yeah.
Speaking of tweets, do you want to look over the thread?
Oh yeah, there's only one I wanted to pull from, and it's not really a question. It was a reminder. of
Sorry
something
for
I-
putting that up. It went up. It was supposed to go up Tuesday, but we fucked around. So sorry about that. Probably could add a
Fucked
couple
around
more.
and-
But all good.
found out. But it's
I
a good,
preferred
it's a
our
good
conversations
discussion.
about pipe bombs,
Ted
and
Kaczynski
conspiracies, instead.
and all them. Okay, are you guys familiar with the concept of would versus want to?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I understand
I
the
think I
words and the
generally
uses,
understand
but
it.
In like,
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Little
In, like,
logic, basic,
the would versus want concept in the romantic purpose. Like there are people that you would have sex with, and there are people that you want to have sex with, and that's two distinct groups that can cross over, but not necessarily.
I follow.
Can you explain the nuance between the two? Like, what's the
So-
difference?
Saying you want
Like,
to.
Noble wants to have sex with everyone. He doesn't have
Yeah.
any wood.
Okay. So saying let's start with wood.
Damn.
I would and want.
For that one.
Wood
Holy
is like
cow.
a theoretical. In a vacuum of space, you look at someone just from a purely physical standpoint, and you're like, I would have sex with that person.
Can I
They're
add to that? Can I add to that?
objectively
Let me add to that. I feel like wood is, say for example, Ignoble, like she's in your bed, leg spread, says fuck me. Are you going to put your dick inside of her or not? Like that, like and that like just say that happens. It's not like you want that. It was presented before you. You're gonna say yes or no.
Yes.
That's more of the
you were-
wood.
Believe it or not,
You were
Ignoble, that can
magically-
happen.
You're magically
All right.
transported.
Get it out. Get it out.
I don't know if it could happen to you, but if you are magically
Just imagine
I'm just trying to dumb it down.
completely
I'm trying to dumb
different.
it down for you.
you are magically transported to the middle, like the mid act of coitus with this person, and you're like, if you would, you'd be
that
like,
word.
okay, we're here, we're doing this, like we continue, you know.
Okay.
Coitus is a
Want to.
foul word.
I like that word,
Coitus.
coitus.
Don't. It's
Like if I mean, it's definitely real. If you're honest with yourself, as a man, there is a ton of wood. There's a lot of wood.
Yeah, no,
if you're
plenty
honest,
of
if
wood.
you're honest with your like just your like just masculine
of woods,
instinct.
But
bar's
want to is
pretty
different.
low.
Want to is a lot different. Like there are a lot of people that, you know, you would potentially, but due to a number of factors, be it like your
Yes.
current relationship, your current state of mind, anything, you're like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like it would be a net negative. Like I don't really want to do this because of all of these X reasons.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So what is
I-
your
I
question
can-
exactly?
I can understand
Yeah.
science concepts pretty well, but sexual concepts I need a little
Yeah.
help on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. So I was talking about this in my stream, and I was just wondering if you guys do that categorization in your heads ever. You think like, oh, I would, but I don't want
weigh it.
to.
100%. You're like, is this work? Because it depends on your intention, but if your intentions are purely sexual, is that time you're going to expend worth the end product for you? Is really like, do you want to put in the time to court this person and possibly have sex with them? Do you want to use that time, or do you not want to use that time? I think that's where it lies for, at least for me, I would
Yeah.
say. Because time is the most important aspect in that. Like, do you really want to put yourself out there? Do you want to emotionally invest some? Maybe like, do you want to spend that time giving that side of yourself to that person just for the end goal of sex? Is it worth it to you? And are you transparent with them? Are you not? Like, there's a lot of factors that go in. Like, are you going to let them know what it is up front, or are you going to be the asshole who leads them on? Like, it depends on what you want to.
And I feel like, can you not apply this to things outside of having sex with women? Or is
Yeah,
that
well,
like the main-
that was the initial point, is that like it's broader than that, and it's not necessarily like just trying to fuck someone. Like it applies very much to like the friendship side, any sort of relationship that you can have. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's life, man. That's every day.
So,
with
so is
everything.
life just trying to stay away from the woods and get all the wants?
Honestly, yeah.
wow.
Because isn't that what it means
That's
to be
beautiful.
yourself? Is to just do the things that you actually want, and not the things that you'll settle for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and also I feel
Damn.
like sometimes woods turn into wants because of the nature of the situation. Like maybe you just like want the company, so you would.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, you know,
Isn't
It's
necessarily a
complicated.
want.
Yeah, I guess. It's but the whole thing would be just be real careful about the woods, you know, like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the want is issue for people because they have that want, but they can't reach the end they need to get that one. Like Nick, for example, that girl was over, took her shirt off. Obviously, he wanted to have sex with her, but he could not meet the criteria to get to that want in his he couldn't overcome what he needed to get that to want.
Do you think maybe there's a part of Queeks that didn't want it?
No, 100%.
well, okay,
He
well, hold
really wanted
on.
to have sex
This
with her.
this is a good point. Like,
Are you
even-
self-sabotaging? Because honestly,
let's-
I'm
Psychological
Okay, hold up.
diagnosis,
I
guys.
know, Nick.
Both would and want exist on a continuum. It's not a binary. Like
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
a spectrum for both. And you could have a platonic relationship with someone that you really, really enjoy, and you understand that doing anything more than that would ruin that platonic relationship, which takes it from a want to you don't want to, but you would.
Well, let me
Just
ask you
'cause,
this,
like,
Nick. Let me ask you
you know
this.
what I
Let me
mean?
ask you this question.
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me ask him this. So, did in that moment you wanted that, but you could not justify the ends to meet that want? Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, and even the like second occurrence where like she was drunk and was like genuinely trying to get me to fuck her, I still was like, it's just gonna have to
I
be
think
a
that's
one
different
tonight.
I
'cause
wouldn't say that situation was.
You wouldn't
one, 'cause
compare
Yeah,
that. Okay, so you're
that's
saying when she
a
took her
slightly different
titties out and I was
situation.
cuddling
Yes,
her in
I'm talking about
bed.
that time. I feel like you
That's
definitely
where it's
wanted
like-
it, but you just couldn't justify in your head to make that move to meet the end
Nah.
that you needed to get to it.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I don't think this is the place. And as I said, she was on a fucking Discord call with some other dude. I'm not. Ooh, yeah. I was like, if that's
yeah.
happening, I'm not gonna be that guy.
Was that the European boyfriend or whatever?
Wait, she was talking to him on
Yes.
Discord in your bed that night.
With her titties out?
No,
her titties
so
out?
listen. I'll explain. I pulled up to her place at like it was probably like midnight or 1 a.m. She fell asleep in a call with like a dude that she had been talking to and his friends in a Discord. They like play COD together or something, and she was just asleep in her bed. And that laptop was open. She left the door open for me because she knew she was gonna fall asleep or unlocked. And so I came in and I was like, ooh. I was like, I'm not even gonna say anything because those motherfuckers are gonna hear me. And I just literally like walked up to her, like made sure that she wasn't on like a cam or anything, and I was like, hey, and she like instantly just shut the laptop when I woke her up. But yeah,
Why would
after
she
that
invite
moment,
you over if she knew she's gonna fall asleep? If I knew I was gonna fall asleep, like I don't want anyone in my house for the next 3 weeks. You know?
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, that is a little whatever.
At
but
that
yeah,
time of night, though, like she wanted.
you're right.
I
If
don't
she
like
tells
that
me to
big
pull up,
appointment,
if a
yeah.
girl does tell, I mean, maybe I did. That's
I feel
where that
like
was the
there's
story.
lot
It
of
was a
signs
fumble.
there. Yeah.
I could have turned the wood
Okay.
into I could have made the want happen there for sure if I wanted.
So in your first, in the first endeavor, was there self-sabotage?
I think to an extent, because like I think if I was any other, like if I was more of a horny ass fuckboy, I'd probably been like trying to make some moves. But I was just like, I'm just gonna be content with what this is, because I ain't seen this action, even just seen some titties in a long time. So I was like, this is cool.
Nice.
Nice. Dude,
I
the
love
way
you.
Tasty defined wood, though, is like he said in a vacuum. Like, if
Yeah.
she's just there, no other anything like past, present, none of that stuff matters. At that moment, would you? I would think yes, right? But your wants,
Yeah.
in terms of like all the other aspects of, not ruining our potential relationship or
Understanding
whatever
the
else was going on in your
context of
mind.
the situation, the relationship,
The context,
everything. No.
yeah, exactly. So that affected your wants, and that's what made you not go through with.
So you're saying
Emotions.
the woods affected the wants in that situation?
No, because wood is in a vacuum, and that is just, to me, a wood is a binary scale. I was gonna actually argue with Tasty on that. Wood is just a 0 or 1. Either you fuck her or you don't. There's no like in
Okay.
between.
I get
That's
That's
that.
my
fair.
idea.
That's fair.
That's
And
why I
then
said
the
it's a
want-
one for Nick,
The-
because
the
the way he's
want is
talked
the
about
bi- is
her,
not
the
a
way
Yeah,
he
the
has like
want is a
described this
spectrum.
woman, I feel like in his if he's being honest with himself as a man, he wanted to have sex with her, but he could not justify him to like bring himself to like try. He just didn't want to try.
Yeah.
I think
Because maybe I do want a relationship.
would
Maybe I
have,
do.
but like his wants extend to like wanting to have a normal relationship with this woman, or just like not be in the like some future scenario that was not positively affected by him having sex that night.
Yeah.
That's what affected him not doing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. Because it's like I don't want to. Yeah, that's exactly it. I just wanted to. I don't know, bro. I definitely wanted to be in a relationship with her. So I was like, I'm not going to start off this way. That ain't happening. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Smart man, Qneeks.
No, it's
I
definitely true.
guess.
The one side of it's way more complicated than the wood side. 100%.
Yeah, the one
Yeah, you're
side
right.
is where that's where the woe comes in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wood is just
Yeah.
like, hey, okay, yeah, she's hot. Yeah, 1.
I
Yeah.
would.
That's a
Easy.
one that's like the 1 to the 0 scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the wants are what, yeah, get a little crazy.
So you think in the wood situation where she just threw herself on you, you're gonna say yes, right?
Oh, dude, if she would have went crazy, yeah, there's no way I'm saying no in that situation. But I'm not engaging that. That ain't me. I ain't never been that guy.
I see. That makes sense. Was that on was that on a Twitter topic?
Yeah,
or?
we were talking about it on stream, and I was like, man, I should talk about this on the podcast because it's kind of an interesting concept. And
It is an interesting concept.
Greg commented on it to remind me to bring it up. Thank you, Greg. Yeah.
That was
Shout
good.
out the Greg.
I mean, honestly, all of you with the wood, yes, I'm one for all of you.
Thank you. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think
Based.
probably, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I think we were mature enough to move on from it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
We don't have any other good questions. That was good. I'm glad it was productive.
That was a good one. I would add on one thing to that. I think the older that you get, you respect, like you care more about the wants and the woods. Because I feel like when I was younger, I'd just be like, I would do like, if in the case that there was a girl, I would not think about future situations or past situations. I'd just be like, yeah, I want it. Now I'm more cognizant about the context and what comes after. Or maybe that's
Maturity.
Yeah, I think that's true too, for sure.
I'll pull this one for Saintids from Nyron. He just asked, what's a good starter electronic drum kit?
Roland is the brand, and look for used sets and try them out before you buy them. That's what I would do. They're very expensive, so before you make that commitment, get a used set. If you can get a good mesh set, like the heads are mesh, way better than rubber, but it depends on your price range. And we'll leave it at that.
He also asked, can you beatbox? You know how to do that since you do the drums?
I actually can't.
Damn. Wait, okay. I have one question about, have you seen the movie, what is it called? It's about a kid that plays the drums. Surely someone else is in here has seen it.
Whiplash.
Whiplash. That's a good ass
I've never
movie.
seen it.
Banger movie.
E.T.
It was a little weird for me to watch because it was really unrealistic a lot of the time. But
Yeah.
And I can't like separate myself from that.
Yeah, you're like, there's no way he's hitting these drums in the movie like they are in the audio.
People can't play that. And there's dudes that do, and someone played that for him, and they recorded the hand. But that's what I'm thinking about when I'm watching the movie,
That's
which
fair.
is not a good way to enjoy the movie.
Dude, the actor in that movie looks like Alfie. I'm not kidding. Hold on.
I'd have to give it another glance. I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, Papa,
his
can you
name.
stream it?
Yeah, it's not set up for 7 people now.
Oh,
I only got
yeah.
streaming set up for 6 people.
That's all right.
Miles Teller is his name. I told Alfie in his chat, I said, Alfie, you look like Miles Teller. And he's like, that's not the first time I've heard that. And he was like,
Interesting.
cool.
Damn.
I had Alfie come in my chat the last week, actually, hang out for a bit. He was giving me advice on what I should say to Daublush.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Daublush messaged, what did she say? She just messaged me ooh woo out of nowhere while I was live. And I was like, guys, what do I say back?
DM'd you?
I'm nervous.
Alfie's like, hold on, I got this.
Well, no, it was it. And well, I said I was
DMs
fielding,
you uwu, and Alfie comes in from left field like,
it was
bro,
in my private
married.
like no.
you
It
should
was
know.
on RuneScape. She messaged me on like in the game, and it was like on my screen in the blue text said ooh woo. And I was like, guys, how do I respond? Like, what's a good like I was playing it up like, what's a good like pickup line back? And like they're all terrible, just incel like bad shit. And someone just said say he. So that's what I said back. That's all I said back. And then Alfie was like, they pinned it in the chat as soon as he said it. He said, what idiot told you to respond to Daublush with he? I need to go to his chat logs to find. It's a going live tweet.
Did he give you something to
Yes,
say?
he said, ask her if she wants to do TOA later. And I fucking lost it, bro.
Dude, that's so good.
I was like, W mans. I was like, this man's married.
The
has a hot
Rizzler.
wife.
Yeah, dude,
He's married to a hot wife. Like, if there's anyone who has
that's what I was hyping him up. I was like,
That's hilarious. That Alfie's like, no, you make a plan and you see if she wants to go with you.
It was funny. It was good content.
That's funny. No way.
Yeah. And then I was just like lagging super bad at CG, and then I realized that I was on the Guardians of the Rift world the entire time. And I was like, well, that makes sense. And he fucking roasted me for that. So it was a good time.
Dope. Cool.
Deserved.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask the question that was because I don't even know what he's talking about. How have you grown mentally and or physically since your life-changing experience on the first Basecast? What life-changing experience did you have?
He was on the Basecast.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that was
I
hilarious.
think that's the
Alright.
joke.
I think that's
Every
the
time I come out of here, my life
Alright.
changed. Like, I'm going to take a
Alright.
personality test after this. It's crazy.
All right.
When was the last
I want to make
cast?
sure I didn't miss something.
That's a good question. When was the last cast?
It was in the summer sometime.
What was the question?
Was it
That
like
long ago?
19 or 20?
A while
It was
ago.
before TwitchCon then.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely before TwitchCon.
Yeah. Did they say
It's like-
how have I changed mentally and physically. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
And spiritually and emotionally.
Are you better?
It was
or are you
uploaded on
worse?
September 24th.
Am I better or am I worse? I gotta be honest. I think 9rain took a couple steps back, but is moving forward. I got way more jacked. I've been working out a lot, but that's because
That's a couple steps
that's
forward.
what I do. That's what I do when life's hard for me, like mentally and emotionally. I just go work it out in the gym. So that's
Good advice to have.
I try not to wallow because it doesn't get better. And I'm a human, and humans are weird creatures, and sometimes getting sunlight and exercise fixes your problems, and you don't know why. So
That is
Oh,
true.
it
Sunlight
definitely
and
does.
fresh air, pretty big. Pretty
So
big.
I'm a massive proponent on the tanning beds now. I'm going at least once a week, trying to go
That
twice.
shit is bad for
I
you,
want you
bro.
to
Go
know.
out in
That
the
shit is
sun,
bad
bro.
for you.
That's
You
so
walk,
not
bro.
good
You
for
live in
No,
a
there's-
Live your life,
heavy
Papa,
area.
Live your life.
Oh
Do
my
what you
gosh,
want to
you
do.
guys-
Papa.
you
Do your
guys-
thing, but I'm
are-
not taking you up
Bro,
on that.
in a couple, another month, T-Pop about to look like Ron Jeremy, bro. I fucking-
dude, I went from being so pasty, and now like I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, dang, bro, I got some color. Like I feel good. Like I feel
What's wrong
good from the
with being
vitamin
pasty?
D. What?
I don't
What's
know.
wrong with being pasty?
Nothing is
Thank you, Zoe.
I love being
inherently
porcelain.
wrong, but like I don't know. I just I got out of the shower, looked at myself, I was like, damn, bro, like I like this. Plus, I like okay.
You tan with your
like,
dick out?
No, I don't. I'm not yet. I got to work up to that. I don't want
You're
to.
gonna get the dark dick.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like
Dude,
necessary,
I am
man. I'll be
dead
honest.
serious though. Okay, I am dead serious.
I feel like if someone wants your dick, they're not gonna be like, well.
When I get out of the tanning bed, like 20 minutes later, how I feel is so similar to like half a bump. I'm dead serious. It is like
Okay, so dopamine or
I'm
serotonin.
Bro,
serious.
if you go
Like,
to the
I'm
gym and
dead,
work out,
like-
you'll feel that too. I
no.
promise you.
It's the
Just go
same.
to the gym.
The
There's
same
no
exact
tanning
feeling.
beds
Yeah.
there.
No.
There is at most gyms.
Go
They
to
have
the
tanning
beach,
beds.
dude. Go to
Where'd
the
you
fucking
float?
beach.
No, but the thing is, in Idaho,
live in
like, during the
Idaho.
winter, like we get like this overcast that sits for like 4 or 5 months, and then going to the tanning bed is just like it's the nicest
That's
thing.
fair.
Well, and I started going to the gym too a couple weeks ago, so it's like everything's up. But like the tanning bed is like no effort. You feel good. Like it's sick. Just like
That
My-
sounds
half a bump.
dangerous. Sounds like not good for your brain
My-
chemistry.
My parents met at a
Great.
tanning salon. That's pretty dope. That's why they're both.
Thank you, Nick.
My parents. I just wanted to include that. I think it's funny. I've got good genes to get tan. I'm just a white ass
Damn,
motherfucker.
That's the peak of the podcast right there. It's just like holy shit. That's what I'm here for. That kind of revelation.
Pretty wholesome.
Wait, I wanted to go back though. I feel like 9rain talking about his experiences between his last cast and now. I would like to ask you how you feel about your last year, since it's still pretty early in 2023. How you feel about
Sure.
2022 and the things you accomplished and what you look forward to in 2023.
Damn. Let's see. 2022. God, the past 2 years for me have been a lot of change. So, it's been I frequently find myself over the past 2 years feeling a little lost. Which is, I mean, I my whole life I've been pretty introspective. I'm pretty individualistic. I've never had trouble like really feeling like I'm being like authentic and being whoever Aaron would be during the day. But the past 2 years just have been like fucking hard. So I feel like when that kind of ramps up, sometimes you kind of lose yourself. So. I don't know, man. So life's a lot of up and a lot of down. I'm so much happier with where I am now than where I was when I was like 24, 25. I was miserable. But that doesn't mean like it's not always straight up. So like the last 2022 was a rough year for me. A lot changed, and I just had so much more, not only responsibilities, but I don't know, just new problems in life that I hadn't faced before. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a hard year. I'm looking forward to 2023 being maybe a little different. I feel like maybe I handled it with some grace, but yeah. Well, I just almost broke my chair. I think
Damn.
it just shifted from middle to back. Didn't really
Reclined.
lock it in there. Yeah.
Surely 2022 is better than 2021, right?
Fuck, I don't. They're like the same year for me, to be honest. That was just
Kind of
one
the
long
same
year. That was
Yeah.
one long year.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, because the nature of my job changed pretty dramatically. Like my day to day, how I'm doing it, it's much more business like because it's a living and has to be. Let's see. I moved into a home. That was a lot. I lost my father at the beginning of 2021, and my family was very close. So that was, I mean, not just hard because we lost him, but because he was such an anchor for our family. And then, the past 2 years have just been a lot of change. So, yeah, I mean, I don't resent any of it, if I'm being honest. It was just a lot at once. So I think there were probably a lot of times through the year that I just kind of maybe made some out of character decisions that I do regret. So, I'm sorry. It's not like the most optimistic thing of all time, but I feel like everybody has. I feel like I just want to be honest with that because I feel like everybody has times like that, and then
I'll be
feels
honest.
like I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
Well, I think you did handle it with grace. You're a very pleasant man to interact with. I think you're genuinely a really good guy. And
Thanks.
you bring a lot of positivity, man.
Yeah.
Like I love dude, when I heard you're coming to TwitchCon, I was fucking stoked. I was like, we get to hang out with Nine Rain again, dude.
I had
I feel like I didn't even get to
guy.
hang out with you. I was like mad after the fucking TwitchCon. I was like, I saw this man one time, and he
Dude,
was
I know. I think I like shook your
Rhinestones on his
hand, and
face.
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, he did have rhinestones. I remember.
Oh, I
not the
did.
rhinestones.
Yeah.
That's how you
There was
know.
just rhinestones, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Whenever the
felt like
homies
that
got
was-
rhinestones on their face,
who's
it's
bringing
always
the
good.
rhinestones? Is that
If
you?
I
Is that
see
what you bring
Matthias
the
with rhinestones on his
I'm not a
face, I'm
rhinestone girl.
concerned.
Who brings the rhinestones? Why
As
do they
in you
all?
don't wear
I think it's
them?
Elisa. Elisa
Elisa's a
always
rhinestone
has.
girl.
Yeah,
Wears
Elisa's
the
rhinestones.
rhinestones.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Elisa, she wears the
Yeah.
rhinestones. Yeah. I don't know.
Nine Rain, when you said you have to treat things more like business, you mean content creation, right?
Yeah.
Does it feel like it kind of takes away from some of the enjoyment in it when you have it formatted like that, or does it feel
Yes,
more rewarding?
for sure.
Or,
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more rewarding monetarily, and it allows me to do my job. It's like it's necessary. So it's not. I do not like doing that. When it was wake up every day and like dream up the next thing and explore being a content creator, and it's just a creative effort. Obviously, that was like way better, but I'm not gonna support myself doing that because at the end of the day, I have to like the end goal is not just to like be an artist expressing myself. It's to bring value to other people, and the steps to get there, especially in a competitive arena like YouTube, is it's really a lot of work. So and it's
Interesting.
not like, and I'm certainly not complaining about my job. I had other jobs before this, and being able to put the effort into something that's mine, I wouldn't trade it, but it certainly takes away. Like, I don't want to fucking do that part of the job, but I do. But it's nested in these other things that are bigger things that I want. So
That's a good way to put it. That's actually a very
I
good way to
resonate
put
with
it.
that a lot. Yeah.
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 Creative jobs are just very hard in a different way.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was
like,
gonna say. Oh, good.
well, I was just gonna bring like Joe. You mentioned before, like we were talking about how Twitch is performative. So if you feel like shit, being creative just like completely goes out of the. I'm not joking. There are a lot of days where like I'm trying to figure out how to feel good so I can make a good video, which is a weird kind of thing to do because like part of my job is being like a functioning human because I have to go and put on a performance, and it's not in a like made up fake way, but in a way that's energizing and like really like there for other people. So or they're not
Especially for someone
like
like you, and then especially for someone like me, like like I told you, I've been sick the last couple days, not feeling the best, and like I wanted to stream Tuesday really bad, but I felt like shit, and it just wouldn't have been a good time. And it took me a long time in content creation to learn that if you feel like shit, just don't go live. It's not worth it.
Well,
It's
a lot
not
of people
worth
don't
it at
do
all.
that.
Just don't.
You mean a lot of people just show up either way.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people put the emphasis more on the quantity over the quality.
Yeah.
And it's just hard in a space where it's just so easy to compare yourself, to not have those thoughts come up to the back of your mind where you're like, well, I could do it. Like, I'm not physically injured, like my internet works. Like, I could technically do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, is like in my brain, I'm only as good as my last stream. So if I have a shit stream, I'm gonna be thinking about that the entire night, the entire next day.
Right.
Like that's what you think your stream is. So like if you get done with the B stream where you had great viewership, you had a lot of like people donating, gifting, everything was great, energy was good. Like you're like, fuck yeah, I'm the best. And then the next day you fucking feel like shit kind. You go live and the fucking chat's dead and you're not really like creative to spur anything up.
Especially since in a live thing, the feedback is immediate. You're there.
Exactly.
You're in it.
Yeah.
So,
you know how the stream's going.
yeah. So
it's
I actually I've canceled like streams that I was going to do because I was just like emotionally drained before. So it's not even physical maladies, but I've just been like, I can't do a video today. I'm not fucking excited about Corrupted Gauntlet. I'm mad about this thing in my life. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe there's the occasional 9rain clip where I'm in the clip and I'm actually fucking ranting and I showed up to do that. Because maybe I thought it could be entertaining or useful or cathartic for someone else, but that's few and far between. Usually if I'm pissed off or sad, it's like, I can't work today. So it's like, maybe I'll do
compounds.
It's like I'll do chores and clean and work out and take care of stuff around the house, but like I can't sit down and do my job because I'm fucking mad. So
I towed the line with it too, because I went back on like what I'm preaching recently. I was moving. I was in like the heat of moving, packing shit. I was stressed out. Something was a different day than I thought, the homie hunt, and I had planned to do a 24-hour stream, so I sent it anyway. And I was like kind of already stressed and on edge, not feeling the best. It was a good stream, but at the end of it, I didn't feel good. I felt like I shouldn't have did it. I felt like I should have just rested. I should because moving's a motherfucker, but I still just did it anyway. And yeah, it was definitely a reminder of the whole like if you don't feel good, just don't go live.
Yeah.
Well, I highly respect your approach to it as a business and like a job, because I feel like a lot of content creators, including myself, definitely don't treat it like I should, and I don't put in the hours that I should when it comes to pursuing something that I'm very passionate about. So you give people something to look up to. Like I definitely look up to you. So
thanks, man. I really
good
appreciate
for you.
that.
Yeah.
Man, that's so nice. Thanks.
Yeah, I just do not spend my time wisely, and I always know
you do more than you think.
You're right. I do. Like, there's a lot of like small behind the scenes.
You're on this podcast right now. Okay, it's a form of
true. That's
creation.
That's something. Yeah, it's just like knowing that you have the potential to do anything you can, like, and not harnessing it, and that just sitting in the back of your brain will eat you alive. Like it literally, like me being like, wow, I could be doing 100.
You know what I would say? Like hang on to that person that you want to be 3 years from now, whoever that is. But you have to be humble enough to recognize that that's some version of you that you're not there yet, and it could be a long way away. You have to compare this. You have to compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not who you could be in 10 years. That's not one mountain. That's like 10 mountains away. So, just try and be a little bit better than yesterday. Because, whatever fucking 35-year-old Qneeks, maybe he's just totally kick ass, and there's a good chance that he could be. But
kick a Chad.
But don't compare yourself to that guy.
Yeah, compare myself to what I was yesterday.
That guy
like
is fucking everyone's wife, like Hamzy. You gotta wait on that.
Yeah, let me get on some roids. I'll be unbeatable.
That applies to anything, not just, your career, but any hobbies, passions, whatever you have. I think it's very important to be able to reflect often, because I feel like there have been times in my life where I was just, sort of gliding along, and then I like look back 6 months, I'm just like, wow, I accomplished nothing. Like I made no positive changes or moved in the positive direction of my life in any aspects, and that is depressing. So like if you do like a mental check-in, like every few weeks or even a week, whenever, like a Sunday night, sit down and be like, what did I do positively this week? What steps am I taking to be better? I don't know. The consistent self-reflection has definitely at least helped me in a more positive or upwards trajectory.
Yeah, well, and I'll say one other thing because I think Based is a good example of this, and the fact that we're here on the podcast, like talking about it. I think people get such like I don't know if it's worse than it's ever been, but it's fucking bad. People are so isolated, and we just like people are just I don't know crying out for a community and for like. It just fucking sucks. And a lot of it was COVID, sure, but a lot of it's the world that we've been building for ourselves the last 20, 50, 100 years. And so, I don't know. I was trying to explain someone what Based was. Because I don't know if you guys have a manifesto or an explanation or anything. I don't know. Fucking, I didn't read it or watch it or whatever. I just kind of heard
do we have
about.
a manifesto?
Will you tell us? You tell us. You tell us.
Manifesto.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. So
you
I'll
tell us what
I
you thought it was. And
I'll tell you what I told him. I was like, well, we spend a lot of time as content creators alone in our room, doing this thing by ourselves, and Based is a way for all these guys to do something together. So
Simple and elegant.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I was gonna say
Beautiful.
it's just a community network of streamers really that all have similar views and passion
Similar
for.
goals, similar interests,
Yeah.
similar passion.
We're all friends first, and then we just put
I was
a
gonna
name
say
on it.
like that's
Yeah.
community in terms of streamers, your content creators, whatever. But like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we still spend time just like even turned off to that kind of stuff, just being
Yeah.
friends. Just,
That's
talking
how
about
it
Chatting
started. That's why it started.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I guess my closing thought on that was like, I think that might be like the best thing that Based has to offer for all of you guys is just like the community. And I don't know, like what you were saying, you have to 6 months will slip by. That's easy to do when you're alone. But when you got, like people around you, it's a lot harder to let 6 months slip by. They'll hold you accountable and check in.
Dude,
And stuff, so
100%. It's a
Yeah.
powerful thing. I would not be sitting in this chair talking to you right now, made all the life choices I made if it wasn't for Based. 100%.
Yeah.
I would not be streaming today. I probably wouldn't be streaming anymore. I probably would be done. So it's definitely.
Dang, that is
it's
crazy the effect that we've all had on each other. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
we've
very
discussed
powerful.
this before. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, very cool. And it gives us a place to talk shit behind the scenes. Can't lie. But don't worry about that.
Talking
important
shit.
thing.
The most important thing we do is
Based
talk
Discord,
shit.
like we're just like, yeah, fuck that 9rain guy, bro.
Yo, no.
Oh.
Serious question. If y'all had to talk shit about me behind my back, does anything pop into your mind?
Man, I would say
Too
this dude looks
sexy.
like the guy at the CrossFit gym whose farts stink. That's what I would say. That's my roast for you.
Good, dude. That's good. That's probably true, man. I've been that guy in my life before, so
Sometimes
I'm that guy currently, bro. I've been
that's a good
farting
read. Like
so
I
much
got nothing, I'm not going to
recently.
defend myself.
Sometimes I'll watch one of your videos, and there was one a while back that stuck out to me, and I was watching it, and I was like, I hate him so much. Like the editing was so good, the storytelling was so good, and I was like, I'm actually pissed. Like I turned off your video because I was like, I can't watch this. Like I can't
Wait,
make this.
are you seriously like this is honest?
No,
Or is this a bit?
no, this happens like all the time. But yeah, specifically with one of your videos a while back, it was very impactful. I like looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, 9rain made that. Like I can do better.
What? Okay, do you remember what video it was?
It was one when you were in Chambers on the Iron Man. I think you were with people.
Yeah. If I was in Chambies, I was doing it,
It
with
was
bros. 'cause-
you did
yeah.
some amazing edits, like zooming in on the skills. Do you know what I'm talking about? I went to your stream or something the next time I saw
I remember you kind of explained this experience to me. I
and
didn't know it was this
I was just sitting
dramatic.
here. No,
for
it
you,
was
but-
so dramatic. I was sitting here because that's like I think a lot of time to go inspiration. I go watch I go watch Tasty. I go watch Settled. I go watch 9rain. I go watch Jimmy. I go watch these guys that I look up to. And I was watching one of your videos one night, and I was just like, it was such a wake up call. I was like, oh my god, it was so good.
Man, thank you. I steal like everything. I think what you're saying is true. I do the same thing. I watch other people. I'm like, damn,
That's the best way to get content.
Yeah.
They just killed it. Yeah. So I thank you.
I mean, shout out
There's a lot.
9rain.
There's some. Yeah, way to go, dude. I feel so much worse. You totally got me.
Well, do you guys have any more questions? You want to hit the Twitter workshop?
I'm
can hit the
down.
workshop.
I'm ready to tweet.
I'm ready.
I think it's
Let's jump
workshop
into it.
time.
Did I?
Yeah, there wasn't
plug
really-
anything?
Was
you
there anything
prep
else on
tweets?
here?
No shot.
It was
Is
just,
there any other thing on the Twitter thread? Yeah.
No, it's
Anything
just
good?
the Chershi was horny for your photo.
Yeah.
Friend zone said saw me in half. Somebody said you're
That was
cute.
good. That was
Somebody
funny.
said you're.
Obvious.
Someone said that terrible chunk like you I am ever coming back. You don't have to answer that.
That's a
Just
no.
say
Sorry. That was a joke.
And then,
I mean,
uh,
The only other one would be the happily marry a 6 or be single forever, but hook up with a 9 once and a quarter.
Happily marry a 6. That's so overrated.
100%.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like
W.
100%
And that
not-
6 can
that's not
evolve into a
close.
9 or a 10.
Dude, like it's not close.
give me
Happily
the
marry
9.
Trade offer. Yeah.
Dude, okay. It's funny that our do you guys mind if I do the little Twitter workshop first?
No, go
'Cause,
for it. Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead,
Okay.
spit your tweets.
Just to shit this one out, Qneeks for real cheated on the autism test.
I'm going to reply with a picture of my results. I will.
That's not my tweet. I did bring a tweet, and it's like fucking crazy because of what we talked about today. The tweet that I brought. Call me Ted Kaczynski because my pipe is bomb.
Oh my god!
There's no way you
You wrote that before?
But I like let it like I swear to God,
if
that
you
is
no
before.
believe in
This
some
is
kind
in
of
my
like
drafts.
order to the universe.
Yeah.
like
Jesus
before
Christ,
this
dude.
podcast.
The crazy thing is, I have a similar tweet not about Ted Kaczynski, but like about context wise. But I'll let Tasty finish.
That was it. That's my tweet.
Mine is
That's it.
also
That's all I got.
about
You
Ted
should use that.
Kaczynski.
I'll do the Ted Kaczynski one.
All right, I'll just say mine. But I know we were talking maybe during the cast or just before the cast started about all the plushies that Zoe had behind her, and this has been in my draft since early last week. Down so bad that I asked what her plushies' names were.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty funny. That's funny. I like that.
I'll save that one.
Wait, say it again. I wasn't listening. Sorry, I saw Thirst Trap on Twitter.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Down so bad that I asked what her plushies' names were.
Oh, that's down bad. That's down pretty bad.
I mean,
That's
it's.
down pretty bad.
Do you have anything else?
No, that's all I had, unfortunately.
I like it. You
I
can
mean, yeah, I
tweet
think
that
it'll
and get some
resonate.
likes.
It resonates, you know. Like there's
People
definitely gonna
will-
be,
That's tweetable. That's tweetable, 100%.
yeah, definitely tweetable.
I don't know what happened when I wrote this, but one of them was fucking around with the intention of finding out has cost me.
I like it. I like it.
I don't.
That's
pretty good.
that's just an undeniable truth. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's just it. Just seems so deliberate when I typed it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Any,
You guys think
any-
Zoe's taking a shit right now? She's definitely struggling.
He is taking a shit, yeah. Look in the After
Yeah.
Dark, yeah.
any
She did. She messaged me and said BRB shit.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
any reiteration
Yeah,
of the
clean.
fuck around and find out, I'm liking.
yeah.
Yeah, just because of that, like the guy with the graph, like
Yeah.
that's just.
I actually have a
so
funny,
good.
I have a funny one. That one time, Tasty peed on some poor girl and then fabricated a study on male squirting.
Oh my god.
Throwback.
That's a great
I'm gonna tweet that
one.
if you don't. I'm tweeting
That's
that
a
if you
throwback
don't.
to the last.
That is a
podcast.
good one, dude.
That's a
I'm
good
tweeting
one.
that if you don't, but I do like that one more than the
Yeah,
last
that
one.
was good.
Dude, just eat up the tasty clout right there. Oh man.
Yeah, were we talking about male squirting on the last cast? We were, weren't we?
Yes, that was like the
that was-
that
was the topic, yeah.
heyday. Yeah. I think
pretty
that
good.
was the debut of the study. Yeah.
Mine are shit, so I'm gonna get it out of the way.
Yeah, do it.
All I got is masturbating is important. I know I'm gonna treat me right. That's
I don't
pretty
know.
decent.
I don't
No,
know.
that's
I mean,
a T-Papa tweet. That's
That's
a T-Papa.
bad.
Yeah,
You gotta
That's
put
not
the
good,
yum
Papa.
face. You gotta.
that's just one I
maybe
got.
don't.
That's the one I just took out of chat. That's all I got. I don't have anything else.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm not
you could
tweeting
say
that.
Qneeks cheated on the autism test.
No tweet for me.
Yeah. I have two like hella old ones, and honestly, this one's so dated because it was during the time that Zezma's like internet girlfriend was posting him and shit on Twitter. But I just really wanted to tweet. I would beat the fuck out of Zezma IRL. Like I really just wanted to
Oh
tweet that.
my god. That's so good.
dude, you're
Do it
just,
now, dude. Just
Now
do
we
it.
need
That's such a good tweet
Oh,
for you.
so
That's a
good.
tweet for you. That's
dude, your
incredible,
Twitter
bro.
workshop is such like dark Nick.
Yeah.
And he
Definitely
always, bro,
tweet.
he
Really is. That
downplays
is
the
a
tweet
tweet.
every week.
What's
He's
the-
like,
I'll
I
steal your other one.
I
What's the
have
other
an
one?
awful
Okay,
I'll read
tweet.
the other one. Hold on.
Let me hear
No,
that
I
one.
think.
I'll
Hold on.
take it.
Let me
Hey,
pull
hey,
it up.
hey, hey! You know what? you know when you got really fucking mad when you died at Chambies? You're like, we're surviving, and then you slammed your keyboard. The amount of women that at that moment were like,
Oh shit!
like
He's got that dog in him.
You got that dog.
Hold on, I had one other. Where did it go?
I could've told you
This
you
one's
got that
terrible,
dog.
Joe. You definitely don't want this. It was definitely just been pooping a lot lately. That was it. You don't want that. That one works, but you don't want it.
That's T-Papa tweet.
That's
too.
bad. No,
been
Dude, Seth,
pooping a
just-
lot lately.
no, that's not me.
Just that's it.
I love the Qnix also. Just be like, Qnix the kind of guy to cheat on the autism test.
I would not, bro. I answered truthfully, and I got like a 60 out of 80 on that bitch.
How can I definitely award that? Oh, nah, Qnix done cheated on the
No, you know
autism.
that
test.
autism
Nah.
test? On that autism test, you like did you do one and post it already, Qnix?
I didn't post it.
Okay,
I can
so
post my.
post that like chart, whatever, and put oh shit, I'm gay.
That's like,
Got it good.
guys, am I gay? Guys, am I gay? With a picture of my results.
That's a good one. That's a good
T-Papa,
one.
that's funny.
I'll take the. I'll take.
You put
Honestly,
out
if you don't tweet,
bangers,
I'll
bro.
tweet the. I'll tweet the
I
beat
think
the
I've
shit out of
ever heard.
Zezimo. I'll definitely take.
No,
the
I'm tweeting the.
I want
Joe,
Nick
because
to
you
tweet
would
that
beat the shit out of
better
Zezima.
from you,
I wanted
dude.
to.
Yeah, it's way better from Kinnick.
I'll find a way to word where I can post this 61 out of 80 and somebody can quote tweet it and be like, oh, nah. Lil Bro cheated on the autism test.
Yeah, something like 61 out of 80 on the autism test. Like, no way I'm gay. Like, ah, shit, I'm gay kind of energy.
Am I gay? That's just all I got to put. Guys, am
Yeah.
I gay?
No, here's
No,
I
you
got
should
this.
tweet.
I
That's
said
so
I
good.
said oh nah, Lil Bro Qnix cheated on the autism test.
Yeah.
You could post it. And honestly, there doesn't need to be context. Someone's
Should
gonna
I put the
fucking-
laughing, the hard like the laughing face,
the not the joy one, but the like sideways
the
face.
sideways one?
I wish there was a wheezing laughing on like emote on, you know, like
Oh, that'd be
normal
a good one,
platforms.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Honestly,
that
maybe
exist.
the OG joy would do better than the sideways laughing one. I don't know.
Here, let me send it to you. Tell me what you think about
Send me a
that.
screeny.
All right, T Papa, did we save best for last or what?
No, we did not.
Surely. Yes, we did.
All right, I got two. They're mediocre. It's 2023 and feet are in.
Bro, that's worse than the one I had.
That's the worst tweet I've ever
That's an
heard.
ignoble
All right, you ready?
tweet,
Here's
brother.
a good
That's
one. Here's
like
a good
so
one. You ready?
flat,
Here's a
dude.
good one.
Yeah, dude. You could do so much better.
Nipple
You
rings.
should be like 2023 gay is in.
Okay.
Nipple rings taste like house keys, and there's no place like home.
Oh my god, dude!
Wait, say that again.
How are you so funny and so bad at this, dude? It doesn't make any sense to me, man.
For the record, okay, the last 2 weeks I've like swept in likes the last 2 times I'm on, and so I have a down week coming
Last
up.
week you did. You
The
did not
last
week.
couple times I've
Do we
I've
tweet
won.
it right now? Like, should I
I've
tweet
won.
mine or
No,
or
wait,
we
wait.
till the end?
We'll all
Wait,
tweet it
we wait
together.
till the
We'll all
end.
hit the
We
same
do it
button at the same
Qnix,
time.
how does that look?
Wait.
You think that's good?
Joe, take a screenshot of my Discord message where I said, "Yo, peep this, bro," and it's a picture of the autism test. And
Oh,
then
take a
screenshot
screenshot
that and
and tweet
crop it,
Ooh, I did have a good answer. Well,
or don't.
I was proud of this. It was a reply tweet, but I posted like another like the pre-pandemic, post-pandemic photo, and someone said something like, "Yo, Nine, what the fuck? Why are your nipples so small?" And I replied, "Ran out of milk." Thought that was good.
That's good.
Thought it was
That's a
good.
good reply.
That's good.
W Twitter
great.
user. Nine Rain, you are
What do
pretty
you think
good
about
at
this,
Twitter.
Qnix? What do you think about this?
Yeah, send it. Let me see what you think, or what I think.
God damn.
We're delegating real quick.
How was that?
mid-pod.
How was the wording on that? Is that good? You think?
Yeah, the first one you sent me is fine. You could just put it with that.
Okay. Oh shit.
You sent me yeah, that looks cropped fine. You could save it for a going live tweet if you'd rather that. You could just
No,
be like,
but
oh,
it
no.
looks way better with the tweet there for sure.
Okay.
100%. What is wrong with my? Oh, here we go. Maybe I sent you the wrong
You're
one. I don't know.
scheming on this.
No, this is a good.
Zoe's
this is a good
missing
tweet.
the workshop because she's pooping.
Wait,
is
somebody
this?
message her and ask her, does she have any tweets, and we can field them.
Yeah,
mess-
somebody
yeah,
needs
somebody
somebody
hit
get
her
on the
up.
DM real quick.
Yeah, what do you think
We're-
about
we're
that? Is that good right
stalling.
there?
Yes, bro.
That looks good.
If that doesn't do numbers, it's still funny. I don't give a shit.
Oh no, yeah,
I
that's
haven't
fine.
had a base tweet in a while, like a Twitter workshop tweet in like since for a hot minute. So I need to get back in the game.
What do you got? Or did you already do yours? You already did yours, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
plushies.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Plushies, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's fair. It's just very true. You know, like probably for most of the RuneScape community. So I think it'd be all right.
Yeah, we can identify with that.
100%. I could see myself doing that. No.
Dude, if she's bad, I would 100% learn impressions. I would
yeah.
text her at like 9 a.m. be like, "Hey, good morning. How's X doing?" And I'd be like,
Yeah, I would 100% play into her delusions if the pussy was wet.
I just didn't think of anything good this week. I just saw that one about the masturbation in chat, and I was like, "Oh, that's decent," but nothing good really. I couldn't think of anything.
You must have just been having a really good stream and been in a good mood because that one was pretty shit, Joe.
For me, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
true,
feel bad
though.
saying that because you could usually knock them out of the park, but that one was like pretty whatever.
That's why we have this.
Real.
Real.
"All right,
All right. Well, if Zoe doesn't have a tweet to field, I think we send off our tweets.
I think
Wrap it
Zoe
up.
is.
Yeah.
Zoe's AFK for the rest of the podcast.
all right."
3,
Launch.
2,
Wait. Okay, I'm ready.
go.
Bam. Tweeted. And that's the podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Bang.
Damn.
Wait, don't end it yet.
Oh.
Okay.
I hope you have an energy.
Zoe
Bubba.
is taking a shit. All right, now end it.
A big steamy shit.